Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Combox English Live. Watch along. Hello, Akshay. How are you?
चल रहा all good. I mean, excited to be here. Of course, it's been a while since I've done one of those. So देखते हैं भाई क्या होता है आज.
Yeah. By the way, the ones who are new to this stream or the channel, Akshay, you would have all seen him many times in cricket.com and in different channels and in different areas where he done a lot of good work to with respect to the covering of the game. And it's without wasting any of the time, I think first ball has been already bowled. Arshdeep is opening the bowling, and I think Gil Sudarshan has took the strike.
Yep. Well, it'll be a very interesting game that we had. GT Punjab, both sides made it to the playoffs last season. How have
True.
you looked at them this year? Like, dono ka squad dekhe, like, are you happy with the way they've sort of recruited at the auction and how they're looking so far?
Yeah. To be honest, these are the only two sides where you have seen less injuries, less uncertainties. Apart from that Josh English saga, remaining
Yeah.
everything looks good. And from the last 3 days, this is the only match where I felt like I cannot even predict who will be the one who will be coming on top. To be honest, looking at the bowling sides or the batting or the middle order. So, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I mean, I get what you mean. GT, especially the way they performed last season, of course, was just beyond everyone's expectations. I personally did not rate this GT squad last year, after the mega auction, very highly. And the fact that
Hmm.
they made it
Hmm.
to the playoffs itself was a big success. I mean, in
Hmm.
my opinion. But once again, it's a squad that I'm not a very big fan of. It's very RR coded from the last auction cycle in that there's no middle order. They've got an excellent top three. They've got a fantastic bowling unit, but jo beach guys, I mean the ones in between, it feels like they're just making up the numbers right now. So that's not
Hmm.
something I'm a very big fan of. I like my all rounders. I like batting depth. I like enough bowling options and all of that. And GT's the exact opposite of that. It's like Ashish Nehra heard what I had to say, and he was like, "Bro, Abhi dekh, I'll
Point.
show you what I'll do." Yeah.
That point, I agree. I actually second the thought because even I felt like there is a little bit of uncertainty when it comes to the middle order of GT. But then when it comes to the Punjab also, we have seen them performing last year. That's when we are getting a little bit of confidence. But then if you see, their unit is also not so much experienced, as in, to be honest. Like, we never know. It starts from again from zero. So how this year will pan out, we never know. By the way, Arshdeep already bowled a wide.
Yeah.
Is trying to just the opposite. Man, when these people hit, it just feels like e- either they're hitting it the ball or just they're pushing the ball as what exactly how clean they do it. That's the
Yeah.
only reason when we never fear about this batting pair or the unit, to be honest. Like, no one says, oh, we fear about this unit, but then it's still effective. Let's see if this year also comes off with the same part of it. What do you think, like, about
It is
this
a very
pair?
bankable top three. Yeah. And I mean, the openers and of course Josh Butler at number three, that's as bankable a top three as you can have. So that way, of course, GT
Ah,
were smart in that they placed all their eggs in the top three basket. They're like, you know what, we don't have a middle order, but we've got a top order that can more than make up for, the lack of a middle order. Like, this is a strategy that RCB in the last decade employed. They had no middle order. They were just relying on Gale, Kohli, and EBD, but that was still a lot more of a high risk option because Gale was very aggressive. EBD had those unorthodox shots. So, there were ways of counter attacking them or getting them out. Gill, Sudarshan are two batters who have very little weaknesses. Of course, we can argue, we can talk about the in swingers to Gill, we can talk about Butler, his
hmm,
lack of form, but we know what they did last year. I mean, their top three,
I
if I'm
agree.
not wrong, scored more than 2,000 runs. That's mad. Like your
True.
top three scoring in excess of 2,000 runs is unheard of. So when you have such a top
True.
three, I think you can afford to not have a middle order. But yeah, ooh, that's gone past what was a very interesting field position there. I mean, I don't know who it was over there, catching gully, pointish. I mean, more of a catching gully. But yeah, very
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, but he played it grounded, I think. Yeah, that's what
Yep.
this pair does usually. But then, do you think like these 200 scores or 210 scores, what these people come to, decent scores or just above average or at par scores? Do you think these scores will help them this year, specifically the way we saw the first three games panned out? Oh, good ball. It's a proper in
I
swing.
think I'm like 2-3 seconds behind you. Yeah, now I see the ball. Oh, on a length, Gill, of course,
Yeah.
taps it, goes for a single. Nicely done. I think not a bad first over from both sides. And of course, talking about the
Yeah.
scores themselves that you mentioned, See, I think the past scores the Pasco being in excess of 200, I don't think that's a very big issue. What I would also have to look at, or would want to look at, is how Ahmedabad as a surface plays. If the surface plays like how Ashish Nehra has recruited, it being like peak Cape Town or peak Wanderers or something, they've got the bowlers for it. Siraj, Prasidh, Rabada, we're seeing Ashok Kumar making his debut today. Again, another name that's been highly regarded by Ashish Nehra. We all saw, what he can do. He
Yeah,
can clock in excess of 150. So that's again another talent to watch out for. They've got even someone like a Mohammad Rashid Khan in the wings. They also brought in
yeah, yeah,
Kulwant Khejrolia as a replacement. So matlab, Ashish Nehra has decided that I'm going to run an academy for pacers in the
yeah,
GT
yeah,
setup. So he's done
yeah, yeah.
that. So it depends on the surface for sure. If it is one of those typical Ahmedabad surfaces that we've seen, of the past, then I think these pacers will enjoy themselves. Those hard lengths, a bit of seam movement. One
No,
second.
that's an interesting change, to be honest.
Yeah.
Xavier Bratlett. Oh,
Yep, yep.
okay.
Bartlett is an
Uh,
interesting choice. I mean, he was an interesting recruitment in the first place, but sorry, you were saying something.
yeah, I think are they considering Bartlett's skill set as in as good as or as equal as Jamison's? But these
That's
two
where
have very
yeah.
different skill set, isn't it?
I mean, see, at the very least, the way you would look at it is both of them are tall bowlers. They've got a high arm release. They both tend to attack those hard lengths a lot more than,
Short,
your average pacer. Oh,
short, short,
lovely.
short, short, short. That's beautiful.
Nice.
That's
Yep, 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 yep.
step down. Hmm.
Well done. So that way I can understand where Bartlett does add value to this pace attack, especially because when you look at the kind of paces they've got, you've got Arshdeep Singh, you've got Marco Janssen, both of them bring in that left arm angle. So someone who bowls right arm, someone who can extract a bit of bounce, especially in Mullapur, because we've seen batter friendly surface. ज़्यादा कुछ है नहीं वहाँ पे भी. So when you get a bit of that extra bounce,
Spot on.
we've seen
Yeah.
what Hazelwood has done. We've seen what Duffy has done. Aditya Chinnaswamy. I'm guessing they're hoping that the likes of Bartlett will be able to do the same at in Chandigarh.
Spot on, spot on. Actually, you just spoke my thoughts, to be honest. I had the similar thoughts. Oh, beautiful. I
Oh,
think he
lovely.
just repeated the last shot with a little bit of loft in
Yep,
it,
yep.
with more finesse. True,
Again,
true.
once again, very, very typical, Shubman Gill
Huh.
shots that way.
Gil's
Attacking
shot.
the leg side.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Front of square, leg side. That's a region that he loves. Especially, we all remember those, short arm jabs that he tends to do. Of course,
Hmm.
Team India fans will remember it a bit more. November 19th, kya hua tha? The same shot unfortunately led
Nahi,
to
nahi,
his
nahi, nahi,
downfall.
nahi.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
not go
yeah.
there.
Exactly, exactly. But that's the region he favors. Once
Yeah,
again, just
but I
stepping
agree.
down
Yeah.
the track. Yeah. And importantly, what he's done right now is he knows Bartlett is going to hit those lengths. By stepping down the
Yeah.
track, he's just playing with Bartlett's lengths. He's now making it difficult for Bartlett to attack those lengths because he's converting them into
Yeah.
slightly fuller deliveries, just going past the mid-on fielder. So again, it'll be very interesting how Bartlett counter attacks, but we've already seen him take a single. So that's now back on strike, of course.
But I'm little bit baffled with this decision of not giving Janssen a new ball instead of him. Bartlett was given a chance, which isn't be the case with even when he's in Australia. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, like, did he bowl with the new ball also, Bartlett? I couldn't remember
Bartlett,
actually.
no, no. Bartlett, of course, both. I mean, he's one of those typical all-phase bowlers, but I don't think he
Yeah.
bowled a lot. Yeah, with the new ball. Once again, the only thing that comes to mind is the fact that they probably wanted a left arm, right arm combination from both ends
Hmm.
just to try and see if there's any movement on offer. But Audit, I agree. Marco Janssen could have very easily been given the ball. Once again, bowling from 6'8", if you get if you get a bit of that additional bounce, he could have very easily,
Yeah.
made it difficult for both of them. So interesting choice. Yeah, देखना पड़ेगा.
Let's see.
Also, what's
But
the news on Priyansh Arya? I don't think I was here for toss.
no, no, no. He will be back. I think he's just because they are bowling first. They have chosen the bowling unit. Yeah,
Got it,
playing.
got it, got it. All right.
But none of the batsmen look troubled, to be honest. Just to give all them an update. Damn, didn't expect Akshay here. Nice to see him. Love the shows with Never on the Back Foot.
Yep. Thank you so
Being a
much,
host
dude.
here,
Never on
even
the
I
back
watched
foot.
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
PG back.
Yep. And do give Never on the back foot also a lot of love for the folks joining. Of course, that's another
Yeah,
podcast, by a friend, by another cricket fan, Neha Shetty. Do check that out. Do give it some
yeah,
love.
yeah.
For what is worth, I'll shamelessly plug Women's Cricket Central as well. So for anyone who's interested in women's cricket, do give that also a check. It's a channel that I've started. So in case if you're interested in following content on women's cricket, serious analytical content, stories, opinions, everything, that's a place that I've been trying to build. So please do check that out. Of course, back to the game. Priyansh Arya, okay, interesting that he's been made the impact player this time around. Cooper Conley,
Yeah, yeah.
another interesting shout. Very much a part of that typical Ricky Ponting Aussie bias wala pick. But again, we've seen it come good for them last year. Are you happy with the Punjab squad though, Shravan, this time? You think they'll be able to do well?
Not much can be changed, Akshay bhai. I couldn't find, looking at the purse, what they had. Oh man, this is a really good shot. It's a proper pull.
Excellent shot, yeah. On the front foot, that too, front of square, brilliant shot, Saya. Well done. Yeah, sorry, you were saying.
Yeah, I think given the amount they had in their purse, you cannot be so much critical on that part. It looks still fine. It's the same. Don't change anything which is not broken. So let's. They should follow that theory. They are also a finalist. Let's not forget that. They played really good. It's the matter of like what we always say that 30 minutes or 15 minutes have taken costed them a game. But then yeah, let's see what's Arshdeep is coming up. Oh man, this guy
Yep.
looks so comfortable to be honest. Like how on earth this guy is look these both of these people are looking so comfortable, just feels like we are watching 2025 highlights.
That's true. I mean, Sudarshan is again one of those batters. We talk about certain batters having that extra second. Rohit Sharma comes to mind. They just have that time. You bowl them a short ball, you bowl them a 150 plus delivery.
Yeah,
They somehow find
yeah.
that time to do whatever they want. Sudarshan's yet another batter in that mold itself, of course. Uh,
True.
of course, and for the uninitiated, the Punjab jersey isn't, for the sake of it, I'm definitely supporting the Punjab Kings. In fact, today, an hour ago, less than an hour ago, I was told to come in. It reminded me of Luke Palmer's back. I don't know if you guys know of this cricket and this story behind him. Shravan, you've heard of it?
No, I would love you to share this story with all of our viewers.
So Luke Palmer is back for the uninitiated. Is an ex-Punjab and an ex-RCB player. He was with Punjab. I mean, then the Kings 11 Punjab in the first season with
Okay,
RCB in 2011 as well. Unfortunately, his career went down the gutter due to a lot of off-field issues. But the
okay,
story was that in 2007, I'm going to say, he was doing really well for Western Australia. He'd come to watch an Australia T20I in Perth. स्टेडियम आया था ऐसे ही मैच देखने के लिए. He's at the parking lot. He's parking his car. And then he gets a call from the selector saying, "Hey, Brad Hodge is injured. Are you available for the game right now?" And he was luckily in the parking lot, so he just
wow,
entered the stadium, took someone else's gear, he's won it, he's batted, he scored some 9 ball 15, done not too badly, and he's also come back home peacefully. So it reminds me of that. That's why the Punjab jersey, and also I will be, you know, backing the Punjab Kings this time around. I really felt that even last year they had a squad to beat. They had a really good competitive squad. Great all-round depth. I regarded I rated their batting. I mean, their spin attack also very highly last time. Chahal, Maxwell, Harpreet
yeah,
Brar.
yeah.
Even now, no Maxwell, but I think Cooper Conley is not too bad. In addition, there.
Oh, he tried to step down, but it was an edge. Go.
Yeah, not too bad.
Okay.
Not too bad. I don't think he will be complaining about
Hmm.
that.
No, no, no. I
Yep.
think it's given
Exactly.
the format. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I
Exactly.
interrupted you. Actually, I just want.
Yeah, nothing. So I was just telling ki when it comes to Punjab Kings, I really like the makeup of their squad, especially in terms of the balance that they have, having someone like a Marco Janssen at number 7, number 8, having the likes of Azmat Umarza, in your backups, having someone like a Vaishak Vijay Kumar also as part of your backup pieces.
Hmm.
Again, a name that I really rate. I think he's one to watch
Man,
out for
that
this
was
season as well.
that. What timing? What timing? Oh my goodness.
Plays it on the up again, like very much an all hands kind of guy, Shubman Gill. Just the way he went through with that drive, lovely to watch, man. Lovely flourish.
Seriously. I mean, but the one who followed you for a long time would know where your heart goes with whom your heart goes with. Don't even.
No, that's fair. That's
I
fair. I mean, yeah. You were saying, sorry, sorry.
No, I watched a lot of your content too, so I know where your heart goes. That's also okay. By the way, guys, we had too many things in common. Like we both are South Indians. We both speak Hindi. We love speaking in Hindi, English. So we are comfortable in doing that. So whenever I watched his shows, I always felt like, oh, someone whom I can quickly, relate with, or have fun with, talk a lot of cricket about it. By the way, it's 3 overs done, 35 for no loss. Do you see anyone picking the wickets? Oh, okay. Amo is saying that thoughts on Phillips finally getting a chance, and GT still trusting Shah Rukh Khan over Kumar Kushagra, who had good domestic season. You can go first, Akshay bhai. Then I'll. For,
Phillips finally getting a chance. I mean, that's a question that you and I both have, my friend. I really want Phillips to get a chance. I think he's done more than enough for New Zealand in international cricket. It's very sad that his IPL career unfortunately has gone nowhere. First with RR in 2021, then with SRH. Not a lot of games. He's unfortunately been a very unlucky customer that way. And you would imagine GT with a non-existent middle order would be a perfect fit for Glenn Phillips. You know, a middle order
Jans.
bat who can bowl, who can field well. Oh yeah,
Jansen is
Jansen's
back.
finally back into the attack.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
that way Phillips I think should be getting enough chances, but we also know that Ashu Paji has made it clear that someone like a Washington Sundar will be given a long rope at number 4. So that all but confirms that someone like a Glenn Phillips will find it very hard to make it into the 11 just because of the makeup of their overseas combo. They will be playing a Rabada. They will potentially also be who else am I? Rashid Khan of course is a given.
Rashid.
Josh Butler
Yeah,
is a given. So that leaves them with just the one, I mean, just the fourth option, and they'll have to look at, who they bring in. I do
yeah.
want to once confirm who were the other overseas picks. I know they let go of Rutherford. Oh yeah, they brought in Jason Holder. Right? They
Jason
spent
Holder.
big
Yeah,
money on him. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. In our preview shows, I had Jason Holder in my playing 12 because I just thought of he can be utilized in a two different dimensions, like either when it needs to be bowled. He's still an handy bowler in T20s, what I feel. By the way, Shah Rukh Khan, I think somewhere they are trying to develop that trust, like like how the big franchises do with some sort of players, some sort of domestic players, where they keep on trusting them, grooming them. After a point of time, you will see them deliver for those franchises. We have seen this happening quite a lot of bit. We associate these kind of things with MI, CSK, and all. But then, yeah, somewhere. Oh man.
Oh, played, yaar. Oh, I thought that was going far
Oh,
behind. My
no,
bad,
no,
my
no,
bad.
no,
Yeah, yeah,
no,
my
no,
bad.
no.
I thought
Okay.
he really played very fine. I was going far behind. No, he got hit, it hit the middle
He,
of the bat essentially.
yeah, but he was little bit of I think double minded. I think it was like little late to also. It's
Yeah,
141
yeah, yeah.
141 clicks. Oh, it touched the glove. I think. Oh, that's why the pace
Ah,
has
yeah,
been
it's a
killed.
glove. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
hmm,
yeah.
hmm, hmm, hmm.
And also about Glenn Phillips finally getting a chance. Apologies, I for some reason thought Holder was playing today. So it is good to see that
Oh, I
some
think gone. Yeah, 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 yeah.
that's a
So
rare failure for Sai Sudarshan in IPL. So well done, Marco Jansen. Well done, Punjab Kings. Chalo bhai.
that too, judging the pace of the ball wrong and playing it in a lofted way. By the way, this was the same thought what I was thinking. Like the thought was absolutely baffling to bring on Xavier Bartlett when you have Marco Jansen in your playing 12.
That is
Uh,
true.
but but then I think Marco Janssens, they want to use them very smartly, like more towards the death, a bit of middle order, if in case they're trying to lose some. Okay, Amu is saying something like, I wish she had similar trust, Shravan. I
Interesting. Similar. Yeah, I'm not sure what's the context here.
yeah, even I'm lost. Sorry,
I think it's
sorry.
it's about Shah Rukh Khan. You spoke about how teams tend to show trust
Ha,
in certain players, so could be
hmm,
on that.
hmm, hmm,
But Sai
hmm.
Sudarshan again, that was a very interesting shot. The ball was there to be hit. It was fairly full, but for some reason he decided to play it over the offside. A ball that was very straight. He could have very easily flicked it. But yeah, interesting shot attempted, and of course toe end gone straight to mid off, and yeah, there you go. I mean,
Yeah.
first wicket for Marco Jansen, first wicket for Punjab Kings in
Hmm.
2026. So yeah, fingers
Yeah.
crossed that'll be great.
And now GT is little bit entering to that unknown territory. I won't call it as an unknown territory. I think already they have done this. Even Butler has been, I mean, coming into this batting situations where they haven't lost. They lost the wickets even in power play. They haven't lost wickets, but more or less last year they didn't lose much wickets in power play, I think. But today it will be a different kettle of fish because I feel if Butler loses, if they if Punjab can get Butler now, man, then that's cat. I mean, PG, that
For
then
sure. And it doesn't help that, Butler himself hasn't been in the greatest of form. We saw what happened with him during the World Cup, so he himself will be under a lot of pressure. I think this is as good a situation as any for Punjab Kings. Just try and apply a bit more pressure on Butler. Potentially
Hmm.
try and see if you can, bowl it around the off stump, fourth stump, see if you can get him to edge. If not, play something onto his stump. So it will be very interesting.
Yeah, and let's not forget, but Butler in IPL is a different kettle of fish compared to our international. So first ball, oh, good one, yeah, good one, good one. It's like exact targeting the stumps, proper ball. Let's see. Hmm. But I still seriously want for the well-being of Gujarat that face these kind of situations in the early in the tournament, find solutions where you're losing early wickets, so that later you shouldn't feel like, oh, this is not our territory where we won't lose wickets, and then suddenly you started losing wickets. Yeah, so better. I think in
That
a
is
way it's
true.
better only for.
That is true, but again, Gujarat Titans is a side that I don't believe should be a part of the playoffs. So, if anything, I'll be rooting for. I mean, again, not because I don't like them or something. I just feel this is not a sport that deserves to be in the playoffs. Like, it's not well constructed, so they need to try and plug those gaps. The only way they learn to plug those gaps is if they fail. So, that's the only intention behind it.
Actually, I was having this kind of negative thought or hate. You can say hate will be very strong to, present that way, say it that way. But then I had the similar feeling, Akshay, that Gujarat should know that this isn't how it works. Like having three top batsmen, because this pinched all RCB fans for a long, long time, having only top three players, and then you're like remaining everything is like okay, they'll take care on their own. No, that doesn't work that way, and that doesn't give you tournament trophies for sure. That we have seen, no doubt. The Gurats had made it to semi, I mean, like playoffs and all, but then still, that's where you would be tested in a key matches. Okay, Kannadiga Hudugu Vaishak Vijay Kumar come to bowl. Let's see how. Oh, interesting choice, by the way. Last year, did he bowl in the power play, Vijay Kumar?
Not a lot. Last year they had Arshdeep, they had. I mean, I don't think Lockie Ferguson himself was bowling a lot, but he was usually bowling in the fag end of the power play, not in the first 2-3 overs. Fourth over, I think he used to bowl fifth or sixth over last season, but he was bowling
Hmm.
in the power play. Come to think of it, yeah.
Hmm. Any new additions to his armory? To his, like, do you find any new, like, apart from the slower balls and the hard lengths what he bowls? Do you see anything new added to his armory?
Nothing new, but he's been working on that Yorker, especially something we saw just as of now.
Just
He's
now.
spoken about
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
yeah, in interviews as well. That Yorker is something that he's been actively working on. Apart from those knuckleballs, I think that knuckleball is one to watch out for because he doesn't just bowl a slow ball; he tends to bowl slow balls at a length, and that's where it becomes a bit more dangerous because you're deceiving batters, you're attacking the stumps at times, and you're also sort of giving yourself the chance to induce a top edge, induce some sort of an outside edge as well. I mean, not an outside edge, but some sort of a mistimed shot from batters. So that is one to watch out for. Usually with slow ones, you tend to see others go slightly fuller. He tends to dig it in a bit short, bowl it back of length
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So yeah, again, very
Man,
much the type of.
class touch by Butler. You can do,
Well
you
done.
can do nothing about that. It's a good ball to be honest, but then that's player was way too good for that. And by the way, Triple Stroke had come up with a question saying that I think it's not more than a question; it's an opinion saying that Liam Livingston is more valuable in than Marco Janssen according to IPL salaries. I think it's purely on the IPL auction dynamics how they operate.
Yeah.
I can still can't register. Yesterday I was having in fact a discussion with Deepak sir saying that how the hell that David Blavis is going out of auction and and then you're buying someone like Matthew Short or someone in the auction. These things like you can
Yeah.
never guess.
That's for auction dynamics. I mean, if we go down that route, then we'll also have to say Venkatesh Iyer was more expensive than Virat Kohli last year. Doesn't make sense, of course, but it is what it is. So I don't think we need to focus too much on whether these players are actually, what their salaries are worth. It's not the case. Auction dynamics work very differently. No point, sort of talking about
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
If
Such a
Butler fails to get going this season, you guys think this will be the last of Butler in IPL? Oh my goodness, Sanchit bhai, that's a bit
no, no,
harsh,
no, no.
Yeah, for
I know.
someone who's practically been a bona fide legend of the
Oh,
IPL.
oh.
Ooh, again the short term jab. Has he got him an underage there?
No, 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 no,
Vaishak
no, no,
seems
no, no, no.
interested.
He
Okay.
just missed it by a speck. Man, that was a good ball actually. I think this is what you were talking about, that hard lengths with a different. I think he kept on trying on those. Really, he's a good bowler to be honest. I was little wondering like how would it took so much time for him to get that kind of recognition in even in different IPL units until RCB bought him up. His famous comeback was that final overs when he bowled. Yeah, it's a good shot. I think it's purely playing
Yeah.
the field.
Yep.
Fair
Well done.
enough. Yeah, yeah, fair enough to do it in power
And
play.
with
By the
Vaishak as
way,
well. Yeah. Sorry, you were saying.
yeah, so yeah, by the way, Gujarat haven't ran away with the score. Just to
That's true.
they were, yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah. You
we've
were saying
gotten so
something,
used
Akshay.
to seeing 70 plus scores in the power play that 47 for one after five. You're like, you know what? This is not too bad. 10 years ago, if our team had conceded 47-5, you'd been like, bhai, yaar, what's happening?
Well,
47 in 5. Now it feels like, you know what? Well done. Well done. 47 is not too bad. But I do agree. I don't think any side can say they won the power play battle yet, but of course, yet another over to go. It'll be interesting to see if Marco Janssen gets another shot from this end. Final over of the power play. We know
hmm,
batters tend to
hmm,
be a lot more aggressive in that
hmm.
last over, so it'll be very interesting who do they go to. But speaking of Vaishak as well, fantastic story, right? Someone who is extremely overweight, he's actually been playing cricket for a very long time. He's been playing the Karnataka Premier League from 2015 2016, and
True.
back then he was known to be the quickest paces of the lot. In fact, his father is a very popular statistician in the Karnataka cricket
Spot on,
circles.
Akshay.
Yep,
Jansen is
it is
back
Marco.
for his side.
It is Marco.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So once again, with the way he's also worked on his fitness, something he keeps talking about, because the Vaishak we see now and the Vaishak that existed say 6 years ago pre-COVID, they were two very different versions. That Vaishak was bowling mid 125 to early 130s. He's managed to not just work on his fitness, grow a bit leaner. He's also become a bit meaner. He's started bowling in excess of 140 at times, hard lens, Yorkers, knuckleballs. He's developed a lot of variations. Once again, the way he
Already,
bowls, running with all heart. Ooh, yeah, sorry, you were saying.
I think they already started using the change of pace. Isn't it too early? Does it suggest something like pitch isn't so friendly, bowler friendly or bowling friendly? It's more or less. We have to see how spin plays. And I seriously couldn't understand how Connolly had found a place in this purely. Is it purely because of his bowling skill too? How do you
Could
rate
be
his
the
bowling?
case.
Oh, proper Yorker.
Well done.
Hmm.
With Conley, see, I mean, there's no point trying to look at his BBL numbers and then saying how he'll do in the IPL. He's been a very good player there. I really enjoyed, watching him play for, if I'm not wrong, the Hobart Hurricanes. But yeah, I'm still not sure, man. It's not very easy for someone to come and play at this level, especially in these conditions. The conditions
Hmm.
that are on offer in Australia during the BBL, they're markedly different. They're not flat surfaces, they're not highways जहाँ पे 200-250 आराम से बनते हैं. So it's very different. So how does he adapt to these conditions? That only
For
time will tell.
oh misfielded. Nehal Vadera.
I should have been fielded
Hmm.
better there.
Hmm.
He is an Australian.
Hmm.
Yep, he is an Australian. I mean, of course. See, I know it's very easy to say that Conley's Australian and that's why he's been picked. But it goes without saying he is a talent. If Ricky Ponting is saying someone is a talent, he's done enough. Ricky Ponting has done enough on the field of cricket for us to trust him, whatever it is. So giving him a shot is not too bad. We'll have to see how long does he persist with Conley. Interesting shout, like I said, very interesting shout. If anything, I thought Matt Short would have been a better choice for what happened
Oh
over
man, he
here.
tried to slog it. I mean, like hit it out of the
Very
park.
typical, yeah, Butler shot. Clears his
Yeah.
front leg and tries to go past the long on fence.
Okay. Sportsman says Omarzai should have started. It's just Australian bias. Uh I think I agree to it a certain extent, but then how much of Omarzai's batting versus Bartlett's batting would contribute?
No, exactly. I mean, see, Connolly, of course, is a much better batter compared to Umarjai. Umarjai is more of someone who can be used as a pinch hitter. And also, I would imagine what played a role is the fact that they have only two spinners right now, in Harpreet Brar and Chahal, but they've got enough pacers. They've got Bartlett, Janssen, Arshdeep, Vaishak. They already have four pacers there. So
Hmm.
I think they probably felt adding a third spinner instead
No,
of a fifth pacer. Yeah.
I think Sportsman might also meant that Omarzai instead of Bartlett. How about that? Like because
Oh,
both are. Yeah, that way, what do you think? If at all his thought process was that, what do you think about that? Oh man, again a beauty of an Yorker.
Oh, well
What
done,
Yorker,
well done,
man! Already he bowled two Yorkers in this over. Okay, by the way, it's 6 overs, 54 for one, so 9 run rate.
well done
Hmm.
there. I mean, not too bad at all with what either. I mean, I don't think either of the sides would be too unhappy right now at 54 for one after six.
Yeah, Syed Nizamuddin saying that Subman Gill is proving that he can bat with good strike rate. That I think he proved already last year itself. I
Yeah,
think it's like, man, this is, I mean, like, for the sake of, trolling or just to put him down or bring him down, I think we can say all these things, but it's, it's really a good strike rate for a player like him who gives you the consistency of runs. Also, it gives you the guarantee of like you won't lose wickets that early in the power play. It's given. It can be taken by any of the teams. Trust me, like people had overcome with this thought process of, oh, we don't want the mold players like Virat Kohli's or
yeah.
then Subman Gil's, but it is needed. I have seen this yesterday. I was like in a thought of like, why didn't a single player, I mean, like, may it be Rituraj Gaikwad or someone, I specifically expected from Rituraj Gaikwad from yesterday's match to be more smart and then take it a little deeper. Who knows if you would have scored 170, 180 odd, you never know on the given day how it pans out to be. Yeah. So your take on this, Akshay bhai?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, Gill has done enough. I don't think he needs to prove it to anyone that he can bat at a good strike rate. I mean, the man's our test captain. He's shown enough that he has a caliber, and he's an ex-orange cap winner. He's done
Hmm.
enough. I don't think we need. I mean, he needs to prove it to anyone. He just has to go and do his job. Of course, it's very interesting to see how he goes about his business now in the middle overs. Once again, we know how GT performed last season. We know what they are trying to do this season as well. So it is going to be a lot of responsibility on Shubman Gill and Josh Butler
Hmm.
themselves to do bulk of the scoring. And we know how
Hmm.
this Punjab unit's bowling lineup is as well. You've got a Harpreet Brar coming in now. You've got a Yuzvendra Chahal coming in. Two very good spinners. Chahal, we know how he loves attacking batters. He'll fly the ball. He'll give them enough, chances to try and take the bait, go for those sixes. So a very exciting battle coming up for sure.
Viewers, just keep us informed in case we miss that. Why is that Harpreet Brar is not playing today? Is he injured? I'm not updated on that. I mean, actually,
Okay, is he not a part of the 11? Like I said, I missed the toss. In that case,
no.
Connolly
If
makes even, yeah, if Harpreet Bar isn't a part of the 11, then Cooper Connolly makes even more sense because they don't have another spinner. They need someone who can actually offer
yeah,
them value.
yeah.
So, yeah, I just
Hmm.
confirmed with the 11s. My bad. That's on me. So they've got Cooper Connolly and Yuzvendra Chahal as their only two spinners. So, yeah, I
It's
mean,
their
yeah,
bowling 11 first. So even if he would have had it, we would have seen him by now. I think not by now, but
yeah,
then at least I think he bowls in the power play too. 1 or 2 odd overs
he
he bowls
does.
in the power play too.
It depends on the
That's an
matchup
interesting
against
choice.
RCB. He'll always do. So it's as simple as that. That's it.
Purane ghav. I understand.
That is true. पुराने क्या भाई अभी भी है. I'm pretty sure they'll happily bring him even
Okay,
now. But
Vaishak is back into the attack.
yeah, this
Yeah,
is going to be a very interesting
Butler
battle to be honest.
Butler is taking his own time, his own sweet time. I think this team doesn't look at the other teams and try to do such kind of things because look at their strike rates now. No, but still they aren't looking like they are hurried. Of course, in the last over, we have seen Butler trying to send one out of the park and he couldn't. But then still, that the calmness is still there. That's what these people do. But then let's see how far these people can take this partnership or the score.
Oh
And
man.
trust me, Akshay, if the score goes below par or the score would be chosen quickly, man, that would be a lot of bashing will be coming on their way. So it will
I mean,
be
it
it
is
will be a
expected,
double-edged
right?
sword.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
for sure. Especially with the way they've structured themselves, that's always going to be a concern for them. But yeah, once again, like you said earlier as well, Butler in the IPL, we just know, irrespective of how his form is in international cricket, he just somehow manages to turn it up a notch or two. Once again, we're seeing that here. This does remind us of the Josh Butler from 2025, 2024,
A
2020.
shot, mate.
There you go.
Shot.
Once again, right on cue, well done. Plays it straight down the ground, hits the side screen. It does hit the side screen.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Exactly. I mean,
Straight
it's
as
it's
an
very
arrow.
hard. Yeah, it's very hard to control him, especially once the ball stops moving. We know that he has a bit of an issue with the new ball. We know those hard lengths always are a bit of an issue. But in the middle overs, when the ball's not really doing much, when there's not enough at the surface, yeah, you just have to bowl decentish deliveries and then pray that something comes good for you.
Wait for the time where Butler will come as an open stance when he just opens up after some 10 overs or something, and then you
Yeah.
will see a different Butler altogether. Man, this is poor from Punjab, to be honest. This is an overthrow, I think.
Yep.
But then last ball was way too full, which isn't liking for a Vaishyak uh, style of bowling, mold of bowling. Let's see, like what.
Yeah, I think he was
See,
attempting a Yorker there. Once again, the
this
margins
is
are
his length.
so little. Yep.
See, this is his length. That's the hard length is proper for him. But,
Overran that there
uh,
by Shaq. But
yeah,
once
yeah,
again, in
yeah.
his defense, with the ball that went for a six as well, clearly he was attempting a Yorker. You miss it by an inch, someone like a Butler is not going to let you scot free. He is going to go for it.
Desai Robin is already on them, like smashing them, like oh god, village cricket.
Arre.
It's okay. It's okay. At the end of the day, they are also humans too. So, uh, Amo is back with one more question. GT is bowling heavy. They will try to get 180, 200 odd and try to defend it. Uh, I understand the thought process, but to be honest, I'm having my own reservations on this. Now, in this day and age, the playoff style has absolutely changed. You would expect Priyan Charya and Prabh Simran Singh to go very, very hard in case hope that GT wouldn't have to face that kind of those kind of situations. But let's say if they have to, they would be under the pump very early in the innings. That's the problem with this 180 200 scores. If you get them scored but like 70 odd runs, done. Half of the match is already, the pressure is off the back.
Yeah.
So I think this is the only, I would say the criticism or the skepticism we have on specifically on GT. Like you sometimes it works for sure. The pitches which are supposed to score 180, 160s, this team is like super perfect for those kind of conditions where they would take that 160 pitch to 180. But then when it comes to 220, are they capable to score 250 in the place of 220? That's the question. That's the reason why don't curse me, GT fans. I For all the willingness of the GT supporters, I want them to see the hardships now itself to find the solutions as quickly as possible rather than getting stuck in the mid of the tournament.
No, it is definitely something that it's a choice that they've made. It's something that they signed up for at the auction. They want to build a gun bowling attack or gun pace bowling attack. They want to try and score par as close to par at least as possible, and then hope that the bowlers defend it. Very rarely will you see them score above par or go above par simply because of the way they structure their batting. Unless someone like a Gill, Butler, Sudarshan, one of them goes on to have an
Hmm.
otherworldly knock. Score a 50 ball 120, you score a 60 ball 140 or something like that. Until then, it's going to be very difficult. So I understand
Ah,
why GT have gone for a strategy like that, but yeah, it is very high risk for sure. Chahel
and
into the attack.
yeah, yeah. First two balls looks like he is not even out of playing for this 1 year. Last 1 year, did he play? Did he play anything? I think in between he went to county. Post that, did he play any white ball recently? Any
He played
smat?
for Smart. He
No,
played for
smat.
Haryana.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
True.
I'm trying to think of if he was captain or not, but I know he did play last season. The last season of Smart for sure.
I think Gill
Gill
missed
plays
out,
slow.
but mm, missed
Close.
out on it.
Yeah, not
I
easy.
I'm still very skeptical with this scoring. Okay, I don't know. Like, I think it's a different way to skin a cat. I don't know. Hi, Deepak sir.
Hi
Good evening.
everyone.
How are you?
Hi
How
Akshay.
was your day?
Hello, hey.
We just had a short call with one of the investors, but since he was occupied, so we got little free early, and hopefully Robin might also join. Let's see. Uh,
Okay.
Lovely.
so have not been able to
What?
follow the game till now, but now yes.
Just to give you the context, Ash- Ashdeep bowled 1 hour. I think Jansen played ball two. Bartlett has come as in partnership with Arshdeep for the second over itself. And we have seen already Vaishyak bowling 2 overs and Chahal has just introduced to the attack. By the way, no one looked at out of place or dangerous at any point of time. It doesn't look like someone is going to pick a wicket also. So yeah, we are seeing the old 2025 highlights of Gujarat Titans batting, to be honest.
I mean, it
Yeah,
has
I
been a
think
very
actually.
interesting surface that. Sorry, Deepak. Yeah, you
yeah,
were saying.
yeah, please. So I was just about to ask this only, like, because the wicket is not exactly looking very true to me, to be honest. Like, because I saw that dismissal of Sai also. I felt ball straightened a little. It was not a straightaway.
By the
But
way,
I
Chahal
did feel it
bowled
was also,
beautifully.
yeah, I mean, with Sai's dismissal at least, I did feel it was a bit down to the short selection as well. A very straightish delivery. He still tried to go over
Hmm.
mid off over there and chipped it straight, almost like mistimed it. But the surface, to be honest, no obvious demons as such. But the way,
Yeah.
some of the slower balls have not exactly grip, but the way the spongy bounce that Vaishak was able to generate
Hmm.
and even Jansen was able to generate with his slow one. So we can see why GT are playing it a bit cautiously, but we also know that it's down to GT's batting. They know that they don't have a
Yeah.
lot of capable batters. So,
Yeah. Actually, it has rained in last few days here, so due to
Okay.
that, and it's not exactly a red soil. It's not exactly a black soil. They use a little
correct.
local alluvial soil, so it becomes little tacky whenever it
Yeah.
rains because of the moisture and all. We have seen it in last few seasons also. So
Hmm.
that's why I think the
Amo is
dismissal
saying I really
of
wanted Akshay to answer my question on DDP, considering he might have followed DDP.
yeah.
Thoughts on
Filled
new
out
arc
of
of
play.
Tirth?
I think he's done really well, man. This is something that a lot of people were talking about Devdutt Padikkal, especially the way he's improved in the last couple of years. We all know that. I mean, I myself was very disappointed with how his last cycle went about, for Rajasthan and Lucknow. But having heard the story of him physically not being fit enough and him having to go
Yes.
through a lot of issues, when it came to his health, and then to come back from that, of course, he's also done a couple of technical tweaks. Importantly, you can see there's a clear change in how his backlift functions now compared to how it was, say, in 2020, 2021 when he was coming
Yes.
about. Importantly, a major change that he's done this time around, something I'm trying to think who it was so that I can credit them, but he's come up with this new back foot trigger to be able to access the offside region a lot more easily against pacers. And
Yes.
once again, man, the guy's got he's a talent. We don't need to doubt any of that. It's very good to see,
Yes.
talents being back, domestic talents being backed, and them coming good for their sides, irrespective of who they perform for. It's very nice to see an arc like that, a story like that, to come good.
No
By the
doubt
way,
about it.
Hardlines are
And
working on this pitch. It looks like,
Yes.
they are sticking. Now they are sticking. It feels like it. This ball's particularly got sticked, as what I felt. Sir, your take on this? Like the
I
last
think
ball.
we can call Deepak also. I think we've been working on this for quite a long
Yeah,
time. I've been kind of
I'll get
asking
there.
Shravan
I'll
to yeah,
I'll get
like
there.
to be honest, Mullapur is always an interesting surface, and it
yeah,
settles down as we progress into the tournament. It is little up and down to begin with. You go back to 2024, it was not an easy pace surface. People batting first had issues. Even last year also, even though Punjab was ultra aggressive with their approach, that's where that kind of worked for them. But still, look at what Shreyas Iyer kind of got the returns on the surface.
Hmm.
Hardly able to even reach double digits on this. And then we had that qualifier where Punjab was completely decimated.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it is a little interesting surface, and now they have rolled it really well. So it was expected to have consistent bounce, but
Oh,
seems like we have gone back to the old typical
Also,
Mullapur surface.
yeah, I completely agree with the surface itself. From what I remember, it was also a conscious decision from the organizers themselves, from the ones who run, like to make it a more batter-friendly surface. But of course, that's not panned out very, as per their expectations. But an interesting, sort of aspect to the Mullapur Stadium is the fact that they've got shorter straight boundaries. The square boundaries are a lot more
Long.
wider, which is why,
Exactly.
True.
yeah, Gill and Butler, of course, they naturally also like to hit it in the V, so it suits their strengths. But if you've observed, almost most of the boundaries, and importantly, the sixes have come down the ground. And you can
Down
see
the
it once again with Gill, of course, it's his short arm jabs, it's all those shots in the mid wicket to cow corner to long on region that he tends to attack. So it's very nice to see him just stick to his strengths that way.
And also a certain pattern that we see with his batting, like a very good start in the power play, and then that start just tapers off. This is the reason uh, I think we have always been discussing about whether he should have been there
Yeah.
in the mix of things for the T20I setup and all. I think this is something which we would like to basically see a better version of him, maybe evolving into
Oh,
somebody who can be
Butler's
even
scoop.
effective. Yeah, like
It's
see
so
Butler,
proper.
even an
Butler
out of
doing
form
Butler
Butler is trying to.
things.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way,
But
just to
how,
back your point, Atar was saying the same point. Last year you spoke about this, like 6 to 10 meter length is hard here. So bang on
exactly.
to your
I mean, make
Even
them
analysis.
play
though,
it square of the wicket either side and let them
yes,
run. Let them run the singles and doubles. Let them do the hard yards. Don't give
exactly.
them those easy boundaries. Simple.
And that's what exactly the RCB plans were whenever they played on the surface.
Yeah.
Hazelwood, Bhuvi, they just kept on bowling those test match lengths and they were very difficult to get off the square. So,
I mean,
some lessons.
uh, sorry,
Yeah.
you were saying.
No, I said some lessons already for the Punjab bowling also. And I think GT can almost spam them with that because even in Ahmedabad, 6 to 7 meter length works the best.
Yeah.
So, like Prasidh Krishna.
Oh, both of them tried to outsmart each other, and then it went to be a wide.
That's typical of Chahal, na?
Yeah.
Remember,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
got him out like this in 2024 also. I think
I mean, it's a
he was
very
on the
classic
chase.
Chahal dismissal. Yeah.
Yes. And Gill was out
And
stumped and he was winning the match for them. And then there was some late flourish in the end. I think
I mean, the
Shashank.
only
Whoa,
Gill stumping that
beautiful
comes to
inside
my
out.
mind is the 23
Beautiful,
IPL final.
beautiful.
Oh, shot, yeah. Once again. Well done. Well
Inside
done.
out.
Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
that,
Exceptional
that
class
stuff.
of
was
this
that
man.
was an epic one. That's a different league altogether. That was MS
Exactly.
special.
Yeah. But about the surface itself, since you brought up that RCB game, if I'm not wrong, that's the very same game where Hazelwood and Bhuvi put on a death overs masterclass. 4 overs, Yorkers,
That
they
that that
laid.
that was the day match. That
Well,
was the league match. I
I
was
That
talking
yeah,
about the qualifier also.
of course. Qualifier,
Qualifier.
they were just
yeah,
like you said, completely decimated. But even in the day game, the way they
Yes.
went about their
a
business, of
shot.
course.
Yes.
Sure.
Last 24 balls were all
Slog.
Yorkers. And they
Yep.
just nailed it. Only one
Yeah.
length, I think, only once they missed the length, and I think,
Last ball of the innings. The
yeah,
last ball,
Jansen
yeah,
was able to hit
Jansen
it
hit
down
it.
the ground.
Yeah, for
I
the
think it's
six.
versus
Correct.
RR. I think it's versus RR where they bowled continuously 24,
No,
24.
that was versus Punjab itself
That
in
was
Mullapur.
like in
Yeah,
Mullapur also,
That
yes.
is it?
yeah,
Is it?
Shashank
Okay.
was
Okay.
batting. Shashank and
yeah.
Marco Jensen were batting.
Jansen. Correct.
Yeah, true. That I
Correct.
think in Shashank has mentioned this in one of his interviews. Like I have never seen someone bowling 24
Yeah.
balls on a trot as in like
And the funny part was a lot of people were
shot,
trolling Shashank and
proper
Marco
slog
Jansen
sweep,
then.
but I think it's going to
Ooh.
be mistimed.
Gone. So
Now
this
GTR
is
into
Chahal for you.
Yeah.
Trouble.
now
But
GTR into uncertainty territory.
and
They have entered now.
once again, apart from the surface itself, it's been very interesting to know Chahal's pace throughout his spell so far. He's been bowling consistently under 80. We know that Chahal has it to do that, but for him
Under
to keep doing it this
90.
time, yeah,
Yeah.
even the wicket, the ball where he got the wicket, 78 clicks, he's been consistently bowling under 80 this time around. So very
Yeah,
interesting
yeah.
once again. Yeah, just looping it up, baiting,
And he's
make him
getting
play
and
as square.
yes,
Yeah.
and he's getting some turn also from the surface.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, yeah.
That's typical
If
of Chahal, like making you hit
he
towards
he
the longer
started
side
with
of the
88
boundary.
clicks. He started with 88 clicks, making sure that all the balls are hitting the stumps. And then when he saw that there isn't too much of help with the from the pitch, he started lowering the batsmen. He like,
Yeah.
chalo,
And
now
now
you
this
hit
is
it.
where I want to see, how GT comes good because we've seen last year it was the top three doing bulk of the scoring. Now they've lost two of their top three. We know someone like a Washington Sundar has been pegged to be their number 4 for the season. Now, अब थोड़ा मुझे देखना है. I want to see how exactly do they go about their business from here because that middle
Exactly.
order is as non-existent as it gets. I'm guessing Phillips himself might come in now given the
Yeah,
situation.
he is.
It
He
is
Yes.
is.
him?
He's
Okay.
already
Yeah.
okay. I think on just to add one on top of what Akshay has said, last year even though they lost the wickets by 10th over, their score hasn't been 80 or it was already
Yes.
they used to maintain that 100 10 run rate per
Like,
over.
we were doing this all-time 11 of
GT.
GT. We were thinking that why don't they send somebody like Rashid Khan as a pinch hitter
Oh,
during such
beautiful man.
situations? Because
What ball.
because like those 10 balls 30, even if he gets out the next ball, he's not going to hurt you, because at the end of the day you're not maximizing his talent, because by the time he comes into the bat, into the frame, there's hardly anything left for him. So he's one guy who has the ability to hit the first ball for six also. It's the kind of batting talent he possesses. So why not unleash him now? Like, give him 10 balls, ask him to score 30, go for it, and it can change the whole complexion of the match. This is where they can push the envelope to such a level where a par score can become an above par score also. This is something which GT, with all the resources, everything they had last season also, they just never went little overboard with it. So this is what we really felt that could have been
Yeah.
a possibility. Never
I mean,
did.
GT as a side is like vanilla is the word that comes to mind when I think of GT. They're very simple.
Yes.
Bhai. We don't want to be funky. We don't want to
Very,
think.
very 2010-ish Indian
Yeah, yeah,
side kind of a
yeah.
mold. So,
Basically, Nehra, जो Nehra जब player थे जो चलता था, he's just stuck to that. कि length ball डालो. I don't want to think too much.
exactly,
Don't be
exactly.
funky. Don't bowl your slow ones. ये सब मत दिखाओ. Just stick to your hard lengths. And another point to I mean, I do agree with you. I think it's definitely worth a shout. You know, just give him at least one game. देखो, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा क्या होगा? He might get out early, and then you'll sort of just bin that idea altogether. Probably the only downside to something like that is, imagine Rashid is centered number three. It doesn't click for whatever reason. He plays 10-15 balls. He isn't able to get the runs he's expected to score. I think it just adds a lot more pressure on the rest of them who any which ways don't have that intent or don't have the ability to score quickly. So the likes of Washington Sundar will be under a lot of pressure. Shah Rukh Khan, despite possessing a lot of that attacking intent we talk about, unfortunately he's not yet come good. He's not really set the
but
IPL
like
stage on fire
this,
yet.
this is where Akshay, it's little interesting. If you would look at his stats now, his strike rate is somewhere around 175 for GT, which is not bad, to be honest. Like, considering the fact that you're at least scoring more than 10 runs and over whenever you're coming into bat, like, and he's averaging around 23, 24. Considering the problem is why he gets criticized whenever there's a top order failure, there's a collapse, then you expect him to do the bulk of the stuff.
Yeah,
So he's
yeah.
some, like, if you talk about GT versus Mumbai last time around, that rain affected match in Wankhede, so you expect him to finish those kind of matches. So he played a pretty average shot in that match to get out. So he got a boundary just before that, and then played a little, I'd say, tentative shot. I would say little out of the place shot. He's expected to finish those matches. So this is
Yeah.
where, but I don't think so. In totality, uh, like, he hasn't shown promise. But yes, to take it to a different pedigree, that particular part is missing.
I think that's where Rashid Khan, I think he comes from the Shahid Afridi school of batting. Matlab, hit out or get out, he doesn't care about the situation. He's
Exactly.
there, yeah,
True.
so given that, I mean, which is exactly why I agree with you. I think the skill is there. If I remember correctly, last season when I was looking at a few numbers, when it comes to first 10 ball strike rate in the IPL minimum 100 balls, Rashid is right up there with the best in the business.
Yes.
He starts very aggressively. He doesn't scare. Average is not something he worries about. Usko ek do chhakke marne, panch ball khel liya, that's it. He thinks that's his job. He's there for
Yeah.
that.
Because he is, I'd say, a pretty talented six hitter. Like, he can actually bang it out of the park. Like, 10
Very
balls is a
risky
very high
bloke.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Sorry,
very
you were
high
saying.
probability that he might end up uh, scoring two or three sixes in those 10 balls. So that's the only
Mo-
reason. Like,
More than
I mean, of all people,
2011
Marco
10.
Janssen would know, a thing or two about Rashid Khan hitting sixes because we
yes.
all remember what happened in 2022. Sorry, you were saying, Shravan.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I was saying that
That match
more
against
than
Mumbai
this
Indians,
side.
where he scored, I think, like 10
SRH,
sixes in that.
yeah, SRH versus GT final over, 21 runs needed.
Ah,
Rashid Khan,
Ah,
yeah, it's a
I
hilarious
remember.
game. So yeah, watch the highlights because
yes.
Janssen continuously bowls short. Rashid Khan keeps pulling him. After hitting the last six, the camera pans to Murli Tarun, who's SRH's bowling coach. He screams, "Why the hell is he bowling short?" You can very clearly
Yeah,
see.
I remember
Yeah,
that. That was
yeah.
I
Amazing.
think there was a shot been hit before that over where he had played that snake shot. What do we call it as? Like there is no name to that shot. No, only he could play that. By the
All
way,
wrist.
Kau-
Yeah.
Kaushal Talpade is saying that Gujarat Turtles are boring. Man, we are so acquainted to see this 230, 240, 250s. No, this we won't like, of course. Uh, by the way, Taru, Taruke
Yeah.
Parachi, sorry if I have uh, pronounced your name right. I think he's just answering to Kushal Talpade. Oh no, he's the most bad. This banter should be on, guys. Keep it coming.
No, but
Yes.
I
That's
still
much
feel,
fun.
yeah, I mean, I don't think right now there's any point trying to conclude whether they've played too slowly because we don't know how the surface actually is. We'll also have to see
Exactly. 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 I
Punjab
totally agree
bats.
with you.
Yeah, and
Yes.
given their bowling attack, especially Gujarat's bowling attack, again these conditions are very much suited to them. Longer square boundaries. We've
Yes.
got Prasidh, Rabada, Siraj who bowl those hard lanes, nip
The
backers,
entire
all.
squad is basically built on such kind of a surface because such kind of
Ex-
True.
boundaries, I would say, like, because this is what you
Yeah.
expect in Ahmedabad also.
Exactly, exactly. So I would still say the jury is still out. Let's just put it that way. Abhi, matlab, and given Punjab's own batting lineup, a top three of Priyansh, Prabsimran, and potentially Cooper Conley is not the most awe-inducing top three. So let's hold our
Yes.
horses and wait for how
And
Punjab
also,
perform.
like outside of Australia, to be honest, like Cooper Conley in internationals also, if you look at his T20 numbers, they're not very encouraging. I don't think so. He's even
Yeah.
averaging 10. So
Yep,
he
he
had a,
isn't.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
like, that's the reason when I
Main.
was picking up the side in December, he was surely my number three, number four. But after seeing him in Asia, I had my doubts. So, but then I was just not even sure. Like, Mitch Owen also, I'm not very sure whether he can be a right fit for this kind of
Chahal for one
surface.
more
So,
over.
and this is where I think they're going to miss Josh English a lot.
Yeah, and that's where also unpopular opinion. I really felt someone like a match shot was very much suited to these conditions and this setup,
Oh,
especially after missing out on someone like
I
a
think it's mistimed. Mistimed. Oh my goodness.
straight down
That's
the
just the
ground.
power.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's the power of the
It's
It's a
match.
pure
size
power,
thing.
to be honest. He still mistimed it. Believe me. But it's
No,
sheer
definitely
power.
got more, yeah, got more height than distance, but of course, well done on Phillips. Once again, targeting the straight boundaries, Chahal looping
But
it up. Yeah.
guys, I think today we're going to see one amazing match. I don't see it a very straightforward chase. No, no. I have this feeling that it might go right
But
there till the.
yeah, I mean, like the caution has been already given to GT that don't expect this kind of a batting style from Punjab by any means. You will see Priyansh Arya going after bowlers for sure from first over itself. I don't think he's going to change his
But
game style.
this is where Shravan, I have little doubts about his batting because yeah, even last year also you saw like outside off some
Thank you,
hard lengths.
Deepak.
Yeah,
No,
like
thank you so much
outside
for
off
saying this,
some.
but please, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because outside off them, hard lengths are a little difficult for him to
Oh my
kind of
goodness.
because his ability to come under the length is
Just
very
missed.
special. But this is where
Huh.
people like Salt, they struggle when it's little back of the length or hard lengths because they always like to come under the length of the ball. So
Agree.
even if you would have noticed Salt's dismissal in the first match, this is
Yeah, yeah.
exactly the thing. So you can expect Priyansh Arya to have that kind of an issue on this
I think
surface.
in our preview also we discussed the same with I think we made a similar metrics between like who all Priyansh Arya, Vaibhav Suryavanshi. In a point, can we say it for Yashasvi Jaiswal too? For that hard lengths, what we saw
But
it in the early days.
but he's a very evolved batter. Like
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that he cannot find a workaround because
Hmm.
he is a different beast. But bottom hand players, people who have ability to come under the length of the ball quickly, for them certain transitions at times become difficult if bowling sides have clear plans around for them. Like outside off stump, back of the length, it becomes a little difficult for them. So let's see if because
With
that yeah
yeah, no,
yeah
please
actually you were
continue.
saying
Yeah.
no you were saying something.
With Priyansh Arya, I completely agree with what you said. In fact, I had to bear a lot of flack last season because I kept saying it's Priyansh Arya, to be honest, is actually a fairly easy batter to target. Like in terms of bowling plans, it's very easy to plan against him, which is why it was even more bewildering to see sides is target him with spin, no business doing that. Targeting him with newer balls. Of course, we know the new ball tends to swing, so bowlers tend to bowl it a bit more fuller. He is very much a
Oh,
very hands-on player, and that he likes to get his hands out as much as possible. He does not use a lot
yes.
of his feet, and that's why he is slightly similar to Vaibhav Suryavanshi in terms of his technique. But where Vaibhav probably takes it a notch above is his reflexes, his hand-eye coordination is at
It's
another level
insane.
altogether. Yeah, so he can
Insane.
make up for it. He can make up for the lack of feet movement because his hands come through in time. Priyan Sharia has struggled. I've seen this even in the DPL. I was impressed with what I saw of him with for Punjab Kings, but I still felt he's not the kind of guy you would say this guy will consistently give you runs unless he changes his technique. I hope he proves me wrong.
Hmm.
He is now evolved himself just like Jaiswal has.
Hmm.
But yeah, Priyan Sharia is definitely not a batter. I'm expecting too much off from this season. Players, teams, bowlers would have come up with their plans. They would have seen enough of him now to
Hmm.
target him. We saw that in the DPL as well last year.
Hmm.
And that's where again I'll probably die on this hill. There's another left-hand batter from DPL who I rate way more highly than Priyan Sharia, who
Hmm.
I still can't believe hasn't gotten a gig. Please check out this guy called Ankit Kumar, left-hand south. I mean a southpaw. Brilliant batter, fantastic when it comes to his feet, fantastic when it comes to attacking length, fantastic when it comes to attacking spin. I don't know. I don't know how does the scouting system work
No,
for
no,
IPL,
actually,
but yeah,
Akshay, for him, his smart hundreds also did the stuff for him because he
yeah,
scored two
yeah.
brilliant smart hundreds, and the one against UP was when the one actually the break I would say the breakout innings for him because that captured the
Yeah.
imagination of everyone because they had Bhuvi in that side, they had Piyush Chawla in that side. That was a good bowling attack. So that kind of captured everyone's imagination. And also, I think if Hardlands is a problem, I really hope that with a person like Ricky Ponting sitting in the
Ponting.
dugout, I'm very sure he must have seen the pattern. So he must have worked on it. So it will be pretty surprising if we don't see an evolution happening there.
Oh.
So I have my like again, I'll be keenly
Butler
watching it.
is trying. Butler is trying
It's.
to throw away Bartlett's lengths, I think. He's trying all
I mean,
those
it's
scoops, reverse scoops.
it's also one of those things, right? Like, sure, Ponting would be working with him. Sure, he will be working on his technique. But if someone's batted a certain way for 25 years,
It's
unfortunately,
difficult.
a month, yeah, it's very
It's
difficult
difficult.
to unlearn these things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Well,
problem
So
is,
that's where again,
it
just to be
yeah,
clear, I'm. Huh.
it totally depends like how
No, go for
consistently
it.
sides are going
shot.
to basically
Shot, man. What
short.
pull.
Boy, so finally Butler getting some rhythm
That's
back.
that's
It's
timing and
typical
power for
stuff.
you.
I
It's
mean, he
typical.
attempted a slow ball, but it just sat up for Butler to, hit there. Like, nothing. The slow ball did nothing.
He
It just sat up.
actually Butler was expecting that after before
Yes.
last ball. Before ball was
This is
like
this
quite
is where
similar,
this is where I think Bartlett, when it comes to white ball, his ODI and T20 game looks like I would say poles
predictable.
apart. Yeah.
Okay,
ODI he's
okay,
not that predictable still because he's more consistent with things and
okay.
with the
Now he's going
T20 I
fuller.
I, I personally feel that he becomes little too one dimensional.
Hmm.
I mean, importantly, T20 may batters also become a lot more aggressive. So the margin for error is so little.
True.
You just have to.
Yes,
I mean,
exactly.
yeah. So
Okay.
it's hard.
Actually, Deepak, actually, we were discussing among ourselves, like, who would you prefer, Omarzai or Bartlett, in their lineup?
For this kind of a surface, definitely Bartlett. Because
Okay.
Umarzai, I don't think so he'll be able to bowl hard lens that consistently because he
How
has a
about his
good slower
cutters?
ball. He has a good slow ball, but that too is not more of a back of the length kind of a ball. He is,
Foolish.
he's little foolish, traditionally little foolish. For him
Also
to
because.
do, yeah, yeah,
No, please do. Yeah.
yeah. So for him to kind of do that path correction would be a little tough because he's more of a swing bowler who would actually make the new ball talk and also
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
somebody in Dharamshala who should, I think, becomes an automatic pick. But then Bartlett also has that very good
Yeah.
ability. So Bartlett is very good
Yeah.
with new ball. Again, yes, totally agree with you. Because so I feel Bartlett as a bowler is more versatile as compared to Omarzai any day. Because he can give you that swing. Remember that over where he got out,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
he took Gill
What?
and Virat in the
Gill. Yeah.
single
Yeah.
over.
Yeah. 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 Correct. I mean, with Omarzai,
Suddenly,
I do
we are
agree with
seeing a
you.
lot
It's
of wind. Actually, are we going to? Are we seeing a sandstorm?
I
But
guess
there
this
is a
isn't a
yes.
lot. Yeah.
desert.
I,
No,
I
it
don't
is.
think so. It should be the case because that's
No,
not the.
you could say it. No
No,
one
but
could able
Mullapur, from
to.
what I do understand, the stadium is in the middle of nowhere. Like it's just barren land left.
Ah,
Yeah,
that
it's in the middle
makes
of nowhere. So
sense.
because of that, but of course not
Makes
a
sense.
sandstorm so much. But yeah, very gusty breeze right now going across the stadium. Oh
Mm,
my
mm,
goodness, yeah,
mm, mm,
that's quite windy
I
there.
think there are few wires have been like unplugged from the floodlights.
Yep. With Omar Zaid, I mean, just going back to that conversation, the
Yeah.
only, I mean, the things that go in his favor is the fact that I think Punjab Kings already have enough bowlers who can target those hardlines, in Jansen, in Arshdeep, and even Vaishak, of
Yes.
course. So if they
Vaishak. Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
a bit of a,
Agreed.
a bit of variety, and importantly, Umar Zaid, of course, comes with that package, something, players, I mean, teams always look for, who can offer three-dimensional value, who can bat a bit, who can also, of course, be used across phases at times. But I can see why Bartlett has been picked. It's one of those calls I'm fine either ways. I don't think there's a very
Yeah,
clear,
and you
definitive
have to
answer.
understand, like because Bartlett is filling in for Ferguson, so Ferguson is the enforcer. So you have to basically, when you're constructing a site for a tournament like IPL, you just want if somebody is going to replace, is going to the main character of your team, and somebody is kind of filling in, the main parts of the picture of the puzzle shouldn't move much.
Yeah.
So Bartlett and Ferguson should be easily swappable. So they should almost be
Vaishak
like to
back into
like
the
for
attack.
each other. So this is where Umarzai is not exactly your enforcer.
Correct.
So
Okay.
But
I'm not
that's
saying
where,
Bartlett exact. Yeah, yeah.
no, please,
So
yeah,
even
yeah.
even Bartlett is not exactly that, but it'll be easier
Hmm.
to swap him with Ferguson once he's back.
I mean,
So
he's closer to being
Hmm.
Ferguson's clone than Umarzai is for sure. But like you
yes.
mentioned, I think the question that I have is, was Bartlett the best choice available at the auction? You went into the auction knowing you wanted someone who can be your middle overs enforcer. I want to believe
Hmm.
there were enough other options available, not just middle overs enforcers. In fact, I believe there were a couple of really good all phase bowlers that they could have gone
I
to
think
and picked up as
I
a
think
backup option.
wind is disturbing even the bowlers to bowl. I
Mhm.
think there's a lot of dust. It's will it be paused for some time until this gets?
Like
It
with
looks
Punjab,
like
I don't think so. They decided to disturb their core. Like they
Yeah,
just
yeah,
wanted to retain almost their entire same side because they almost won the title last season. So, like English was a forced change, right? Because
correct.
I in any uh, regular circumstances, I don't think so. They would have parted ways with him. So, like there was a lot of I would say lack of clarity as far as his availability and everything was concerned because outside of all the Indian players last season, he was the best foreign player in terms of the
shot.
runs.
Oh, okay.
Matlab, I
Okay,
would
it's
say
been
probably,
fielded
but
well.
he was definitely very good. Marco Janssen probably would be slightly, for me, I think
No,
he
no, no. In
also
terms
did
of the in terms of the runs, not in
oh,
terms of the impact, I would say.
easily,
So
easily, easily.
he scored I think around 15% of the total runs, something of that sort.
He had a massive impact on them for sure.
Yes, and at least
And
towards the business end of the tournament.
exactly, importantly, like those runs were very crucial. But
Yes.
English, right?
that's where,
I mean, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And
but
that's where the
I
only,
think. Oh, sorry. Actually,
no,
we
no,
were
no.
discussing the same stat over there. Entire Indian batting unit.
Shot.
Man,
Good fielding.
Phillips.
that's beautifully fielded.
That was
You
I
have to
amazing.
give
mean,
it for the
Shot.
commitment.
yeah.
That
Yes.
guy is like what 6'7" tall. To do what he did is like really good. Okay, coming back to the point. Actually, last year, uh, Akshay, can you imagine like last year the 70% of the runs were scored by the Indian batsmen? Okay, now can you imagine like apart from the 30%, what was remaining? Who would have scored that 30 or even the more chunk of runs even in that 30% itself?
Amongst overseas batters.
Yeah, yeah,
I would want to say
sure,
Butler will
sure.
be there somewhere on top of that list. Oh, that
No, no, no.
hasn't
For
been.
Punjab, I'm
Oh, for Punjab, acha, okay. Yeah, has to be. I mean, given that Deepak mentioned he scored 15% of all of Punjab's runs, I think yeah,
he
English would be there.
he scored 20% of the entire runs.
Teams runs
Leave
of
about that's really huge. I mean, like, and then you are adding all other into a single bucket, saying that those people have scored 10% of your team's runs, leaving 70% to Indian. That's a massive shoes to fill. To be honest, the impact was so huge.
And with
Uh,
Butler and with Josh Inglis is he's equally good versus pace as well as spin.
Yeah,
So his
yeah.
spin game is actually a very big plus. Because generally you don't see
Agreed.
that from Australians. So he's done well in Sri Lanka. He has pretty almost every possible shot when it comes to batting
I
against
agree.
the
I mean, with
In fact, in
English, my
last year's
only
IPL final, there was a commentator. I mean, like, I just couldn't remember like who commented, who called it out. But the moment they Punjab lost the Josh Inglis wicket, they even went on saying that is this the game? That's the kind of
yes.
impact Josh Inglis had. To be honest, like, yes, you were saying
yeah.
something, Akshay.
With English, my the only thing was why did it take teams so long to even recruit him in the first place? Like we've been talking about English since 2023. It was very weird that he went unsold, not even a base price pick, nothing ever happened with him. And importantly, of
Sure,
course,
I
he's got
think
a
it'll be
fantastic game
taken.
versus
It'll be
pace and
taken. Yeah,
spin.
wicket, wicket,
Oh yeah.
wicket, 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 wicket
Wicket.
alert, guys.
So another wicket,
So
which shows that this is not a
Yep.
very true surface.
pace off again. Pace off is
Yes,
working
again, pace off
clearly.
is working on this surface,
Though it's full or if it's short or hardly, whatever be the case, pace off is purely working on this.
on the
Spot on, sir.
surface.
I think you said this long back, like this. Okay, Rohan is saying that Deepak, can you suggest resources on pitch behavior?
Uh, that's a good question. Actually, I actually last season we prepared a document also on it. I'll try to find it if I can actually. Shravan, do you have that? I had shared it in the group also.
I can bring
I
it
think it
on.
was
I
shared in
mean,
the
like I can
Discord.
check.
I shared. We had
Yeah,
prepared a proper
you did.
checklist, like how basically we had actually devised an as a methodology to basically decode a pitch. So there was 15-point methodology we had built just to basically understand how we can categorize different pitches into and how can we
Okay.
can actually decode the nature of the pitches. We did that last year.
Okay.
I have to check if I have it with me, but definitely I shared it on Discord. I clearly remember that.
Also, with the dismissal, it actually seemed like the ball didn't come onto the bat, just as quickly as he thought, and it bounced. I mean, the bounce wasn't as consistent as he imagined to be. That's why it hit the
Yes.
toe end of the bat. You could see it was a length ball, to be honest. He taken a nice stride forward, but unfortunately, just toe ended the ball
Hmm.
straight to long off. So
It
interesting
kind of
once again.
skidded from this of the surface and kept
Yeah,
little relatively low as
low
compared to what.
exactly. Yeah.
So because this is not a red soil surface, it's more closer to the black soil behavior. So that is why you and it might be a signal that maybe dew, but I don't think so. It's so windy. It's very hard for dew to come in when it's so windy. I don't think so. Dew can be a reason
Deepak bhai,
because
how confident are you with this Washington Sundar coming in at number 5? Is it like, are we going to see some change in his batting approach? To be honest, we need at least what DDP kind of approach to his innings. To be honest, they have ample amount of wickets. We understand no one was tested last year. That's the reason why I was so much stubborn on saying this point that they need to get tested in the first two matches itself.
look, 190 on this surface should be a good total. So here they
Hmm.
need a good finish. So that is why I really believe Rashid made more sense at this point of time.
I was actually about to
Yeah.
ask that, like with Shahrukh, Rahul, Tewatia, and Rashid in the dugout, was Washington really a good, shout to be sent in the 15th over? I
So
get that you
with
have 7 wickets in hand.
Plus
Tavatia
one.
is more of
Plus
an
one.
anchor finisher kind of a player. So he would take first 10
Hmm.
balls to settle in. So for him, I totally understand that if you want to kind of push him to the back, it's right. But with Rashid and Shahrukh, I simply don't understand. If you don't want to use them now, then what is the right time to use them then?
Yeah,
This is
exactly.
once
You left
again
it to.
with I mean,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
going back to what we were talking about, Ashish Nehra is very 2000s coded. Once again, the positions are not entry point focused. They're not situational.
Yes,
The
they're
the
not
the
entry
entry
point focused.
exactly. They're just looking. Our number 5 batter is Washington Sundar. We've seen 3 wickets go down. We're sending Washington Sundar. Simple. I get it. I'm all for keeping things simple. But again, you can't just expect things to work just because they're simple. Somewhere,
Exactly.
yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting the way he looks
Shot,
at
shot,
things.
shot, shot. Good one. Good one.
Good one.
S-
Good
Well
one.
done. Again,
But
someone who drives on the up. So Washington Sundar
Yeah.
has all the makings of a technically sound batter. I don't think anyone has any questions on that. Sorry, you were
but
saying
Akshay,
Deepak.
like what exactly happens now? Certain time. like even during the auction, they said they want him to bat up the order at maybe 4 or 5. So it's just the start of the tournament. It's a long, huge, like it's a pretty long tournament. So maybe you just don't want to hamper the confidence of a player whom you're going to back. And Washi is pretty young, so there might be a possibility that they are looking at him as a long-term prospect also in the middle overs.
Oh, ball am I? Oh my,
So
That
that's
is a fair
Arshdeep's special.
point.
You guys should watch this ball. Like this is super good from Arshdeep.
yes, exactly, bro. This is what we said. Entry point of view, Shahrukh or to be honest,
Yeah.
like
And
Rashid made more sense. But I think only reason is maybe they just want to back him at the start of the season. That's it.
just one more thing to add to that. It's also down to how Ashish Nehra is as a coach, right? Like for instance, had this been an RCB with Andy Flower, Mo Bobat, and DK, who've built a culture on what we
Yes,
are focused on entry points, we want, and they
entry
would have
points.
probably had the communication been very clear with Washik, what boss, you will be our middle overs anchor batter, who if there is enough time will go there, ensure you absorb enough pressure
Did,
and
did,
give
did
it
you
to
see
us.
that? Did you see that? So
No,
he's
I
That's
didn't.
what
left
I
even
two
I.
balls, back of the
Yeah,
length balls outside off stump, and this time around even Arshdeep was confused.
yeah.
Look at the
I mean, like,
expression Arshdeep had. Sorry, Akshay, I kind of
No, no,
interjected
no, no,
there.
no, no.
We'll come
Yeah.
back to that because that expression was amazing. Arshdeep was all confused. Boy, why didn't he even go
Okay.
for it? So Arshdeep
Okay.
gave a stare. He was
I.
all confused right now. It's like,
Arey, he did it again, but this might be a wide. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh yeah,
no,
that's
By
no,
the
fair.
this
way,
I
first
understand. Because,
first one wasn't a genuine leave also. He thought of doing some kind of a scoop or something where he
uh,
got beaten with the pace and all. And the second ball also, like seriously, everyone was surprised, even the bowler.
yeah,
Right?
and even bowler was like, wow, we got a dot ball out of nothing.
Thanks, bro.
So actually, you were saying something.
Yeah, I was just saying that it's also down to the kind of
Entry
culture that someone
points.
like
Yeah.
Ashish
Yeah.
Nehra has brought in, because he's made it very clear he's not too entry points focused. So of course, then if you suddenly change Washi's position, then it would hamper his confidence. I would
Yeah.
imagine
I'm
if it
absolutely
were a
sure if
setter.
RCB would have been in the same position, they would have been sending Tim David or Romario Shepherd. That's how that's how I look
Devansh,
at that. Like, yeah.
exactly. Remember, they had this match
Mm,
against RR last season where Kohli and I think Padikkal was smoking the ball. They were like 14 overs, 150 for one or something.
The Go
Then
Green
Kohli
game,
got
I'm
out.
guessing you're talking
Yes, I
about.
think I
Yeah,
think that one only because then
yeah.
Kohli got out and they had sent Tim David at number 4.
Yeah, yeah.
So
It that's happened very much in the past, and of course, I'll also have to put in a disclaimer that I am an ex-RCB fan, and that I used to really be a massive fan of them. The title has sort of sobered me down. I don't support them just as strongly, but I feel when it comes to tactics, we've seen a lot of these from RCB in the last 3, 4, 5 years, even from the Mike
yes.
Hessen era. There have been plenty of instances where they've promoted their finishers. DK has come in at number 4. Even last season, there were times when Jitesh was sent in at number 4. They see this, and it is how it should be. I don't think RCB
Yes.
should be lauded for doing the bare minimum. Unfortunately,
yeah,
the
yeah.
standards itself for the rest of the league are so low कि अरे भाई entry point देके किसी ने सही बैटर को भेजा वाह excellent job.
See, like India's entire campaign changed this time around. They fixed their
Exactly.
entry point, and semi-finals. I loved when they entered Dubey because that killed Rashid's threat, and then Tilak at the back end of the innings was able to
Yeah.
maximize it against pace. So, like, fortunately, that run out was the blessing in disguise for India because
That's
then
By
true.
the way, that
Tilak
was
came in and he
surprising.
was able to yeah, he was able to
The way
maximize
Tilak,
it.
the way Tilak maximized it, it was surprising to be honest. Like I was not expecting him to go so gungo with the
No, but
bat. That too
he
at
was
sixth
showing the
position.
pattern. He said he did that against West Indies. He did that against Zimbabwe. Like even if you look at his last year numbers, his strike rate against pace was 150. It is the spin where he kind of gets a little bogged down. So his strike rate against spin in last IPL was 119, and I think and I don't remember like finger spin or wrist spin. It was even worse. So pace hitting is never in question when it comes to Tilak. So he is a special talent.
I'm just looking at the comments. How habituated are we to these high scoring games? Everyone was commenting that this is so boring game actually.
I
I
mean,
I
it
don't
is
think
This
so
will
also
be
even
one
if
of the
it's
interesting game.
if it's 190 chase, it is going to be a one interesting game. To be honest,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
going to be that easy. And the surface can be very sticky. This can be very tricky also. And
Jumpsuit is saying that thank God for this Watchalong. My ears are numb for listening up to Pan Masala ads. By the way, thank you so much, Jumpsuit. Keep supporting us, keep following us. We will be coming up with much more interesting and engaging content in the future.
But I also don't know
Thank you so
how
much.
I feel about the fact that people are talking about, 190 scores being too boring. And I'm like, bro, like, here I'm thinking,
but we
yeah,
just had a World Cup where 190 was like the holy grail. It was like a pretty good total in the World Cup, to be
yeah,
honest.
exactly,
Teams were
exactly.
struggling to even reach 190. And apart from that semi-final game where we had a 250, almost a 250 chase, it was
Deepak, by leave about 190. We are just not long. I mean, far away. We are just talking about 2 years before match. We are so happy with 176 too.
uh,
Until that Gango innings had come from Klassen, and then
Klassen.
by
Exactly.
some God's grace, someone has saved us. That day was written on our name, to be honest. Okay, by the way,
So
Nishant Garg was
a
saying,
good,
first time
yeah.
watching Shravan and Akshay here, loving the energy they are bringing, especially Akshay. Hope to see more of you guys. Thank you so much, Nishant.
Thank
Brilliant.
you,
And
thank you.
seriously, even I was having this investor call, and in between, when like Robbie was kind of sharing some insights, I was checking and I could see that the energy was flowing brilliantly. So
Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you.
Robbie
But
was
of
also
course,
supposed to join, but he has a meeting with one of the sponsors, so that's why I think he couldn't.
What's okay? Come on. Last 5 hours. What's your prediction scores? Come on, quickly. Don't
I
watch the
think
ball again now.
one ninety is a must here. I don't think so.
No. Prediction, sir.
Anything.
Prediction.
I think they'll end up around 180, 190, I guess.
Okay. Akshay.
I mean, yeah, 27 balls remaining. Realistically, they should be scoring 60, 65 off the remaining
Akshay,
27 balls.
not allowed to watch. Not allowed to watch. I see.
Okay.
That's why I wanted to give you guys your predictions before this ball. Arey yaar.
No,
Come
I'll
on,
still.
man.
No. I won't
I'll
change
still
my.
back them up. They have enough
I'll,
resources.
exactly. I'll still say
Can be
65
a
off
blessing in the
27.
disguise also for them, because Butler was
Agreed.
just not able to get it
Yeah,
off the
Yeah.
square, because he
exactly.
was just not able to get his timing right.
So
Yeah.
He's
yeah.
actually
Akshay, bhai.
struggled today.
Yes. Your
It's a
Yeah.
pretty
prediction
struggling
of.
knock, to be honest.
Yep. I'll say 65 of the last 26 balls, so 195. Nice round number. So let's go with 195.
Okay.
So
By the
Sanchez
way,
has a
Chahal
beautiful
deserved this
prediction.
wicket. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Chahal
one
has been
seven
brutal,
three.
bowling brilliantly, and he's talked about his alcohol addiction also pretty openly now. I read one
Oh,
article on
okay.
Cricinfo that
Yeah. He did.
before the season he said that I've quit drinking. I'm working hard on my fitness. Because last season he actually had a lot of trouble with the management also. It was not easy to kind
Oh,
of. Uh,
Kushal Talpade,
good to
Kaushal
know that.
Talpade is saying that he retired out Butler now. He
that
got
he's
out
out now.
anyway.
Yeah, I think it was almost a retire out kind of a shot only.
By the way, in the same innings itself, in the before over where Chahal has bowled, both the batsmen got saved with a with very much. They were very lucky, to be honest. Like they just escaped the kill. Shah Rukh Khan is back. I think now Tivatia at least makes sense. No, he is a pinch hitter for you.
He takes time to get off the block, so that's the whole problem. He's like more
Oh,
of a
okay.
10 ball 8 to begin with, and then he gets into his groove. So, and also finisher when batting second is a different ball game altogether. Because you're like chasing 3 over 30, he makes a lot of sense. But out and out hitter, definitely I think Shah Rukh is better.
Only thing is,
Deepak bhai, you
Shah
should
Rukh's,
take this.
I don't think
yeah.
alcohol addiction is a problem within Aussie. Not only the coach, management, everybody, they had a very tough time with him
Yeah.
last season. So
Yeah, Akshay bhai, you were saying something. Yeah.
The only thing with sending Shah Rukh right now is his troubles versus leg spin. We've seen that in particular against wrist spin. He struggled. I know it's just 2 balls in Chahal's spell. It's a risk worth taking. But fair enough. Again, one of those calls,
Missed
I'm
out.
fine with it. Either ways.
Missed out.
brilliant observation, Akshay. That's a brilliant observation. He has struggled against leg spin.
I'm still not too sure what to make of Washi. Again, it's not down to Washi's batting itself. It's just in this situation, you've got 4 overs remaining. You've got Rahul Tewatia and Rashid Khan in the dugout and Washington Sundar in the middle. Is this an ideal situation? I don't think so. Is this a situation that you could have improved yourself? I think yes. So it's they had it in their control.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I
And
completely agree with
today,
you, actually.
what do you make of their bowling also? Because they're not playing Sai Kishore. He won't be there. And it's a pretty pace heavy attack they've gone with. Siraj, Rabada, Prasidh Krishna, and I
Uh,
don't remember who is the fourth one.
I think Sai Kishore could
uh,
be the impact player, right?
no, Sai
I don't
Kishore
think so. He
must.
was even there in the impact player list.
Impact
I
subs.
don't think
Okay,
so.
let me just check the
I
list
couldn't
then.
No,
find his name in that. I don't think so. Because when I was reading
no, Sai Kishore
the
wasn't there in the. Ashok
Oh,
Sharma was the one
Prasidh.
who is who's doing debut.
Ashok
Yeah,
Sharma is
Prasidh is a
making
part
the
of the impact list. Yeah,
yeah,
my bad.
Prasidh
Yeah,
would be there.
yeah,
Prasidh,
yeah,
Ashok,
Siraj Rabada.
Siraj, and Rabada, and then Rashid to
Yeah.
top it up,
mm.
and Washi
Wait, so
Come
they're
also.
on,
playing? Oh, Washi. Thank God. I was
now
wondering if they're playing
reconfigure,
with just
reconfigure
five
for this
bowlers.
last
Okay.
4 overs.
Then they have
Are you
Glenn
guys
Phillips
still
also, na?
sticking with?
Glenn Phillips can also bowl a bit.
Will they trust him? That's my only thing. I
And
know
on
Glenn
this
Phillips
surface,
is.
no. On this
On this?
Yeah.
surface, no. Because he's
Uh,
not kind of bowler you would
yeah.
trust with shorter straight boundaries because there's a
Yeah,
very high
and
probability
not
of him
when you
getting.
have a Shreyas Iyer in the opposition stance. I don't. Yeah, I don't think he
Maybe,
needs enough
maybe,
fodder.
maybe against the lefties they can give him an over or two in the power play. It can be,
Mm,
can be one of the tricks. Like
okay.
because,
Again, but Priyan Sharia once again one of those lefties who doesn't sort
ha,
of
yeah,
really worry about
Bother. Yeah.
off
off-spin,
spinners or
yeah,
something.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
Off-spin is not his issue.
Now
exactly.
Sundar is trying to go off the hooks, but yeah, he couldn't time it.
Yeah. This is
This is
definitely
this is
not a. Yeah. Sorry.
Come on,
yeah.
Deepak bhai and Akshay bhai, come on, come up with the new score line. Are you guys still sticking with 4 overs, 60 runs they would score? I'm not
It would be an
confident, to be
excellent
honest.
game if they reach 190. I think it'll make for a fantastic game. That I'll
Yes.
say.
Now don't go for that idealistic scenario which we would love to see. What do you think? Like, do you think they would go for that idea?
I think it'll be more 180ish now because they're just not getting the momentum. It's been like that for quite a long time now. They've just not got the momentum.
And on surfaces
Okay,
like these, newer batters are only going to struggle. It's not going to be easy to get
Yes.
off the
It's
blocks
never
these days.
easy to start on
Yeah,
these
I
surfaces.
might
exactly.
sound very foolish, but then I feel like we are not going to see more than 175.
I was also going to say that I'm actually planning on revising
I
it to
don't
somewhere
I don't
170.
fault that also. I don't think
Yeah.
so because they're just not able to get the this is where I wanted Rashid to come early. Because he can
True.
change the momentum. Because look, the guy has scored those sixes even on those tacky West Indies surfaces also during 2024 World Cup. So in a couple of the matches he made the difference with the bat too.
True.
So he has that ability. So why not use this talent? And this is where I somehow don't understand why GT underestimate his batting so much.
And Deepak, I think you'll be disappointed. I just saw Rashid's visuals. I don't think man's even padded. Man's just chilling there, changing his bat ka grip. Matlab kuch nahi kara. So Rahul is definitely walking in next. Rashid is there. They've slotted him at number 8, so he's not
He'll
going to
come at
bat.
number 8.
Exactly.
Good
दुनिया
point,
चाहे
Akshay bhai.
इधर
Actually, I
उधर हो
was
जाए,
about to
he's
say
not
that.
going to. Yeah, he's not going to
Yeah,
come
yeah.
earlier. Oh
I
man.
don't know. Sometimes
No,
these things
last year
are.
also, na, I was doing one analysis before the war and after the war, what changed for GT. For GT bowling attack, Sama was always pulling them back. So whenever they were chasing around 15, 20 runs less. So there was never this pressure on the batting to go all bonkers from ball one. So they could ease into the run chases and like there's a huge difference between 200 and 220 chase. And
Oh yeah.
post the war, this is where everybody started pushing for more. If you look at that Mumbai match versus GT, they were
The
looking
eliminator.
the eliminator. Yes, that was
Eliminator.
also a 220 chase, and then they faltered. And even though they had the platform and everything, but they just couldn't finish the match. And even CSK against them pushed it to 240, I guess, or 230,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
on a
yeah.
mixed soil surface. And there also GT was all over the place. So this is what happened post the war.
Oh,
But another,
Washing and
the
this
time you
shot.
are talking
Remember
about this
how he got
eliminator,
bowled by
it's
Bumrah?
exactly. I was about to say this, and it's all over the billboardings everywhere. I think it's been advertised quite heavily nowadays. I think
and another
This
thing to add to GT, Prasidh Krishna, I mean, as much as I enjoy watching him bowl, and he had a fantastic season last year, I don't know if he'll be able to replicate something like that. What will help them is the fact that Rabada will be available for them throughout the season, assuming no injury. So that's definitely a massive
a
shot
good
in the arm
Oh
for
yeah,
shot.
them.
Rabada is just not the
Mm,
same T20 bowler what he used to be 5 years down the line, like 5 years
True.
back or something.
Yeah.
And
But essay
also with
service ke liye, I think it's good.
for this
and
because he's played for Punjab also, no? So he's
Yeah,
played a
yeah.
lot on the surface. And
Having said,
with yeah.
yeah,
So we have a question also.
yeah, you can continue, sir. We can take it afterwards, like after
No,
post
with
your thought.
Prasid, what I think last year, he had amazing plans for every surface. I saw his analysis on a black soil and red soil surface. On black soil, it was all change of pace, hard lengths, and on red soil, he was hardly bowling any slow delivery. So I saw his detailed analysis versus Mumbai on a black soil surface, and then against RR on a red soil surface. So it was a complete I would think change in strategy, drastic change in strategy. He was clocking above 140 for almost his entire spell against RR on a red soil and hardly touching 140 against Mumbai on a black soil. So the
Okay.
understanding was so brilliant. And I was having a word with Robbie Bhai also on about him. So he said he's a very intelligent guy. Certain times he overthinks as a fast bowler. He's way too intelligent to be a fast bowler. That's what he said.
And I'll probably just take this a bit further and say not just him. Somewhere I would also want to imagine Ashish Nehra with all these bowling plans also plays a very big role. I think it's really worked to GT's favor that Ahmedabad has both black soil and red soil surfaces. We remember the
Yes.
huge furor that was created when Parthiv Patel spoke about, we saw Mumbai Indians, we saw they were training on a red soil surface. So हमने सोचा
Yeah.
छोड़ो यार, we'll give them a black soil surface.
Black
But
soil
again,
surface, yes.
exactly. So it's one thing to have these different sort of
Why?
conditions available at your disposal. It's another thing to actually use it to your advantage. And
Yes.
yeah, that's where credit where it's due to Ashish Nehra. We might all mock Ashu Paji ke अरे यार कुछ नहीं करते नारियल पानी पीता, but man knows how to handle his bowlers, how to play with conditions and everything.
Yes. And
Yeah.
even LSG
And
kind of took note
can we
of
bring
that.
back
And
the
they also gave a black
Aisha's
soil
question?
surface to Mumbai
Yeah,
last
yeah,
season. So,
yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true.
and they
Shall
struggled.
we
Like
bring
Tilak
back the
was
question
retired
of
out on that surface. Yeah, please, why
Yep.
not?
yeah? Shall we bring back the question of Aisha Sharma? Yeah. Not talking about this innings, but in general, Sai Gill might be a net negative pair in power play. Should GT open with Gill and Rashid? Rashid has pinch hitter. He might be thinking about that Narain concept in GT, but I think
Sharma
they
ji,
will
I
be
think
playing.
last season they were still doing well in the power play. What I felt once you were like maybe 100 for 1 in 11, this is where somebody like Rashid makes sense. So if can like score 10 balls 30, it automatically goes little above par. So I had no issue with. Oh, this is
Ma'am,
really painful
are
now,
we are we
guys.
are we watching T20 or Test match cricket or even
This
a
is
one
really
day?
painful. This is really, really, really painful now. To
And
see
knowing
this
Ashish
from.
Nehra, sorry, yeah, yeah.
No, man,
Uh,
this is not justified at all. I know I might get a lot of slack for it, but this is not at all justified. I mean, like
No, knowing Ashish Nehra, he won't even be retired out. He'll go. He'll play the
true,
entire
true,
innings. He'll be
true,
there
true,
till
true,
the
true. He's
20th
true,
over.
true.
It's not going to be easy. And once again, I don't blame
Four
I don't think it's Washington Sundar's
bad
fault
ball.
over here in this situation.
it's just not like this is where I could not understand when India replaced Akshar with him
Yeah,
against South
yeah.
Africa. Like it just did
Hmm.
not make any sense at that time. No offenses to this guy; he's a super talented cricketer, but I felt like Akshar is like a more matured batter. He's gone through the grind. What Washi has just started kind of experiencing. So Akshar also struggled in his initial years. Like, but you have to understand he has to go through that grind for good 7, 8 years before he's matured into that kind
This
of a talent.
time,
But
just,
in all
just, just.
fairness, oh man, is that a wicket?
No, no,
I,
no,
d-
no.
I want to say that's a tactical drop. It didn't seem like Cooper Conley was running even towards the ball. आराम से circle के circumference पे घूम के ball लेके छोड़ दिया. But
It felt like as if he didn't even try to catch it.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
He didn't go run towards the ball and all. I didn't seem that
He
way,
was
but
like,
yeah.
"Bye, tumi batting karo."
No, but about
It's
Washi's
painful.
batting, I was someone who was really hopeful that Washi the batter especially
Oh
comes good
man,
in
well
the IPL.
fielded, yaar. Well
My
fielded.
mind goes back to the I want to say 2018 season of the TNPL. He opened for Chepauk Super Kelly, scored a century.
That
He
was
really
insane
looked like
season.
it really looked like this is the coming of age for Washington Sundar. He'll also light up the IPL. Unfortunately, with the bat, it never happened, and
I
that's
think
where yeah.
yeah. No, no, please continue.
Just to close that, that's where I think Akshay, in his defense, had shown potential in the IPL way back. Sure, he didn't
Way
come
back.
good on it. He took a bit of time, but 2014 season he won the emerging player on the back of a fantastic all-round performance for Punjab. That's
Yes.
where he was really good. But watching, unfortunately, there's not a single batting knock that you can think of watching the IPL and be like, you know what, he's got
Only
it. He's
only
got it.
good knock was the last year number 4 knock versus
Oh,
SRH.
yeah. Fair, fair.
That still gave us the glimpses of what this man is capable of. Maybe that would have maybe pushed the Indian team also to think that he can do well against pace. So why not like kind of
The
Gone,
20
pick
odd
up
ball,
gone,
I
gone,
mean,
gone.
43 or
Washi,
something of 20 odd. That's the
Washi,
knock, right? I don't think he scored a
Washi
50 there.
is done 16 ball
gone, done.
18, so he sucked out the whole momentum also.
By the
This
way,
is,
look at
and we have
the
to give
bowling
credit to
attack.
Punjab also. We have to give credit to Punjab. So they have been brilliant with their plans.
Yeah.
We have been talking this for a long time. Actually, it was there in my mind that we have to give the due credit to Punjab for the way they bowled. To be honest, all the
Brilliant
bowlers.
plans. Brilliant plans.
A bit which was lacking last year, to be honest. A bit, I mean, like where you would see somewhere they're getting lost if they're getting hit or so. But then this year, they have their own plans. I could see this level of planning when they're bowling first is with RCB, to be honest. I'm nowhere I'm saying this because I'm an RCB fan, but I could sense it. Like with the,
Yes.
yeah, I have to put it in disclaimer. Akshay
Yes.
knows
And
this very well.
Punjab fans right now should be like seeing a possibility of another of the first title coming home, because if the bowling picks up, I think they have enough firepower in the batting.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Any day.
And I was just
so
trying to think
But
who's Gujarat Titans. I mean, yeah, the Gujarat Titans batting coach. And then I remember I was like, okay, I don't know if I have a lot of expectations because this is his first assignment as well. Matthew Hayden was appointed their batting
Hados
coach.
was there.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting again.
but Matthew Hayden has done his gigs in the past also,
Pakistan
though
ke
it was
saath for the
Pakistan.
World Cup.
Yeah.
So
I was kind
Pakistan
of
ke
building
saath,
it up for that only. So guys,
imagine
look at yeah.
what happened.
So
Was
Marco
there any
Jensen,
observation?
4 overs, 20 runs, dude. Like,
Yeah.
kind of a
Yeah. Look,
spell.
20. Okay, 4 overs. Marco Jansen 20, and then 4 overs. Chahal went for 27. 8 overs, 47. Not
Yes.
even run a ball.
And they got wickets also. They got 3 wickets
Yeah.
in between them. So it's amazing bowling. I have to give credit. And GT, for at one point of time, looked good. Easily, they should be reaching 190, and then
Yeah.
suddenly the whole momentum went. Oh,
By the
so
way,
if
if Punjab falls into the same bracket of like losing early wickets, who is the one which we discussed even in the preview? Who is the one who is going to take that ownership? That I am going to finish this match. It's not like everyone was thinking like someone or the other has the capability to finish the match, so they will do it. That was a very big backbiting for them last year.
because and Shreyas Iyer on this surface in this ground has not yet done justice to his potential, because he had a horrible outing last time around. I think he scored like what 29 runs in 4 or 5 matches
Four,
he
yeah.
played on the surface
In Mulanpur, yeah.
in Mulampur. Yes.
And I can see why as well, why, Shreyas Iyer has struggled in these surfaces once again, knowing how he bats. Yeah. Knowing what
Like,
he
Akshay,
struggles against.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to know. Like, why not you kind of give a little insight on this also? This will be really interesting for the Punjab fans also.
Like
About
with Shreyas Iyer,
yeah.
yeah. But that is the name. Like, to answer Shravan's question, firstly, I think Shreyas Iyer will be the guy who will be like, I'll take the responsibility if there are wickets going around me. I'll take my time. I'll ensure that at least from my end, there's no wickets falling. But with the conditions, of course, we've seen him struggle against hard lines, against short balls. Short balls, I still believe he isn't too bad, but against hard lines in particular, that's where he struggles. That's sort of been his kryptonite. Last year, we saw Hazelwood twice. I mean, it's a template that RCB themselves have set for the rest of the league to follow. You just have to cut, copy, paste. But once again, there's been enough time between 2025 and 2026. You would imagine Shreyas Iyer has also been cognizant of it. It was his first time playing at Mullapur, playing for Punjab Kings. So there's been enough time. Ponting and Iyer would have had conversations. It's not like they would be sitting in silos just waiting for the next season to begin without working on it. That's why I'm actually sort of excited to see how he comes good on it. Iyer is too good a talent to simply be like, it is what it is. I won't work on my weaknesses. So
I think,
I don't want to.
Will this be called a
Hazelwood is an outlier also, because for him, like, Iyer has struggled against him on literally every surface, like because the matchup is so skewed in the favor of Hazelwood. So I think even the surface is completely out of the equation when it comes to Hazelwood,
They are
for that
taking a
matter.
review for
And
the
and
wide
and the decisions were little all
for a
spread
wide.
last season. If you remember against Jofra Archer, he kind of got out the way Ruturaj got out yesterday. So he was kind of
Oh, I
walking
remember
away.
that. It looked ugly. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, it looked
it
ugly.
looked
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
ugly. And to be honest, that kind of a dismissal against against RCB in Mullapur
Shepherd.
during the league match, he
Yeah.
was
Shepherd,
out to
they're done.
Shepherd. I think he was trying to
Shepherd.
hit
Yeah,
him
yeah,
down the ground.
Shepherd.
yeah.
Actually, Shepherd
It
took
was
his
a
wickets both the times, I
both.
think.
Yeah, even in the
Yeah.
final.
Yeah.
In fact, the Mullapur game that you referred to, it was a rank bad delivery. It was there to be hit.
Yes,
Shreyas
it
went
was
for
there to
it.
be.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, the reason I remember that is only because you can see Shepherd's reaction. He bowls, he sees Shreyas gone for the shot, he just assumed it's a six. He's like, oh my god,
Yes.
that's a six. He turns back only to see, if I'm not wrong, Virat Kohli was the fielder catching it at long off. But yeah, he has struggled, and I'm once again, like, this is where to some extent partnership bowling also comes into picture, because
Yes.
there are certain very obvious red flags in terms of who you can't target. You want to target someone else and you end up giving your wicket.
Yes,
It
because
doesn't
yeah,
seem
he
like
was
one. Yeah,
paired up with Hazelwood in that
yeah,
particular spell. I totally remember
yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah,
waited for Hazelwood so that they could actually pair him up against Iyer.
yeah.
So
I hear.
new ball also like I think it was not that I think they Hazelwood was not there for the new ball as far as I remember. Even Krunal Pandya was introduced in the power play. He took both the
Yeah,
openers out in
he
that
took
match.
both the openers. Yeah, yeah. It was Krunal and Bhuvi. Yeah, Josh probably bowled one over, but it was Krunal who
Yes,
ended
and
the
then he
power play
came
with.
back when
Yeah,
Iyer entered. So
yeah, yeah.
amazing, yeah. Actually, it's about the
No
partnership
matches.
bowling because
No matches are making us sit in our edge of our seats, isn't it? I'm just expecting this match to be that, but then
it
hopes
had the
lost.
potential to be actually a good
Yeah.
match, but GT
Kaushal
just
Talpade
killed
is
it.
saying that
Just
is
killed it.
GT inverse of SRH
But
overpower in one discipline.
no, I would still be optimistic and say, considering GT's bowling lineup, I still think there's enough reason to believe this can be an interesting game. Like, all still not lost, but yeah,
But
it's
like,
yeah,
it's not a very, I would say, it is a tacky surface, but not like a bowler friendly surface where you could actually see a collapse if somebody is going for a mediocre chase. Like that's what I said. 120 after 14 overs with 7 wickets in hand, 17 last six in IPL is something. It is almost a given, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there, scoring just 30 runs in 5 overs, that's a serious concern.
But
and
Akshay,
once
with all
again,
due
yeah,
respect, given that, I only contraring to your point, saying that because if you would see only 2 hours or 2 overs, first 2 overs going for what, let's say 25, 30 odd runs, you would see the entire dynamics shifting very quickly. Uh, and specifically, I want to know from both of you guys, like looking at Siraj for this long time, do you see that Siraj has that like off cutters, like slower off cutters, which suits this pitch? He cannot offer space on this. I think dead right away, straight away pace. Will that work? Hard lengths will work for sure, but then pure pace, will that work?
But like this is a brilliant question, Shravan, because for me, in last 1 year, Siraj has become also a very defensive white ball bowler. So he has actually started bowling back
Hmm.
of the length a lot more. So it is also a lot to do with the uh, Ahmedabad ground because that is the length you want to basically bowl at if you really want to do well, even in the power play. So look at his ODIs. He has looked good, but he's not been able to take wickets because he's just kind of bowling that 6 to 8 meter length more consistently. So
Hmm.
I think that will work for him on the surface for sure. So
yeah. I
Length, I
don't
have
think
no
pace
doubt
off
actually.
is. Yeah, I don't think pace off is a necessity over here. If you have that ability, I mean, if you have the ability to sort of slip
It's
in
a
a
wide.
cutter somewhere, great.
It's a wide.
But I don't think it's necessary. You stick to your hard links once again. I'll keep bringing the conditions up, the dimensions up. Importantly, just make them play square of the wicket. Just try and ensure cut down the
so
boundary options for them.
this
Yeah.
is this is where IPL has to evolve. This is where it is too
Too much
much
time.
of time spent on a single decision. This is
Yeah,
where
yeah, yeah, yeah.
if you really want it to be a more marketable product, if you really want to push the envelope and really want to land this product in the Western market, this has to
Mid,
go because this
If being
becomes
the
very
operative
dull.
word there. Yeah. But Deepak, whatever you said now, if being the operative word, if they want to market it, I
But
don't
they
think they have
want
any such.
no, because like considering the fact that now Americans have entered the race now, they have bought the two franchisees for a hefty amount. So I'm very sure they must be looking at US markets in a very different way now. So because it just cannot be,
Seriously?
because
But I
Are they
have a
asking for the
very
numbers for like how high is it?
see
Man,
see
come on.
there.
This is
No, that is the protocol. I understand. My question is, why is it taking so much time? Like, shouldn't all of this be in place? Like, किसी ने review लिया, you just have to show it and move on.
and I think one
I
replay
agree.
should be able to decide that, because at the end of the day, if an umpire can give an intuitive decision, a replay should be like they're good enough. They have all the muscle memory to see that whether it is a wide or not.
I think
I
nowadays we got the smart runouts, no? Smart runouts, what they
Yes,
usually check it in
exactly.
the background quickly and then they'll give you the decision. It can be done for this also, even though it's a player decision. I mean, team's decision.
No, but
No,
I
it's
guess the only difference is the fact that there are protocols to be followed. It's mandated by law that you have to wait, you have
But
to
like this is
see.
where
Hmm.
leagues can improvise, because
Yeah, yeah,
like
Hmm.
all the ICC laws don't apply to you, right?
yeah.
This
That's
is
true.
where you
That's
can
true.
always take that sweet path and can basically make it more attractive for the audience. Because look, by now, since it's the last over, obviously the audience would stick around. But
Is it about to rain? Is it
It
about
is
to rain?
drizzling. It's been
Someone,
drizzling.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's someone in the chat has mentioning that.
yeah.
Deepak
It's been
Singh
drizzling
saying that
for
rain
the
coming on.
last over or so. Yeah.
Thanks,
Sorry, Deepak, you
Deepak.
were saying.
no, this only. I was just checking on stat.
No,
Like
it's
when
So
it comes to rules as well. I mean, last year that
short,
way it was.
short, mate.
short.
Hey! Oh!
No,
Oh,
gone.
goodness.
This is the
I didn't even
difference
expect this to be caught.
when you have huge square boundaries. This is what happens. So
Man,
this
this is
is why
seriously
this
a good
ground
shot.
is unique.
But well
Because
done on Vaishak's part. Made him target that area. Just bowl. Simple as that.
yes,
Eliminate these shots and just make them play square, and you have a match. I still don't think this match is entirely done and dusted. Of course, it's going to be a lot more harder, but I still don't think the match is done yet.
look, Akshay. Because the thing is that till 119 for two, it didn't
Agreed.
look like a surface where the ball was sticking, all those stuff. And in last, I would say like what, 38 balls, 32 balls. I think GT just got stuck. They have scored 31 runs for the loss of 4 wickets in last 32 balls. So this is no,
Shahrukh
this is
didn't
something
had a
which
great start to the IPL, I think.
I
He
feel
has
it's
to
sort of
now
become a yeah.
he
It's
have to
also
prove it.
sort of become a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because new batters struggle to get going, and they kept losing wickets. The newer batters coming in
exactly,
kept struggling even more. So it just became that. So it just became a vicious loop. Once again, like for
exactly.
Punjab Kings, they will be mindful of it. It's fine if they don't get that odd boundary. Also, it's important for the set batters just to stay there and ensure that they keep it going. So yeah.
Look,
But then actually I have
because
only one point to that to add that I want only one senior batter to do that, not all the players.
and I have a hypothesis also for this kind of a surface. What exactly happens when you see this 190-ish kind of a surface? You tend to certain time go little too over, also little too hard at
Why?
the start, or
Why?
maybe not, like while chasing, since they might end up just chasing 160. You know how to pace it better because you don't have to go for that extra
Agreed.
push. So because these
Agreed.
surfaces, these two pace surfaces where the ball is gripping and all, when you're going little too hard, you tend to lose out on all the momentum because the new batter coming in, struggling, not able to find the pace of the surface, all those stuff. And then suddenly you see that from a very good platform, you end up becoming a pretty,
Last over.
I
How
would
many? How
say,
many runs? How many runs? Come on,
That's true.
guys.
I don't see more
By the
than
way,
10. I don't see more than
there's been
10.
a penalty levied on Punjab Kings. They have only 4 fielders outside the circle, so slow over rate penalty is on right now. That's another wild
Yeah,
for sure.
unknown nobody is saying that it's raining in
Ooh,
Mulanpur.
I would
Uh,
review that if I
did
were Rahul, man.
I
Sorry,
thought of Rashid. You meant
Rahul's batting, right?
Tewatia is batting. Yeah,
Tewatia is
Rahul is
batting.
Yeah.
batting.
Yeah, that seemed wild. अबे यार review घर लेके जाओगे क्या? I guess they're so traumatized by the last over review
It's
that
a
like you know
knuckle
what?
ball. I
Yeah.
don't touch and go
It
for me.
seemed it seemed, but he was on his toes. He was jumping. It seemed in real time. It seemed very obviously wide. I don't know.
Certain time the ball dips, so that's why it becomes a
Yeah,
little tricky. So and
but
he's
again,
using
last
the
over
knuckle.
worth a review. Sorry, yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And he's using the knuckle ball beautifully. To be honest, this is one major addition to his repertoire in last year or so.
yeah.
I think I remember you using him using this ball for the first time in the ODI series versus England. So I think he got Duckett or Salt? Salt out on this ball, knuckle ball
The
in
one for
Ahmedabad.
last IPL.
Beautiful. Good shot.
Before the IPL.
Seriously.
Before the IPL.
Yeah.
Serious innovation.
This is good.
Serious innovation.
In the ODI
This is-
series before the Champions Trophy in Ahmedabad.
Got
So
it. Yeah.
there I saw him use this ball for the first time, the knuckle ball.
Yeah.
Like to
There,
the
yeah.
obviously he might have used it earlier also, but to the best of my memory, that's the first memory that comes to my mind.
But once again, one ball too many. I really don't think Arshdeep should have gone for a short one here because he's already been signaled second
Becomes
for
too
the over.
predictable.
Yeah, now Rahul knows it's only going to be fuller or at best the length ball, which is what he also
Yeah.
enjoys. He likes those length balls as well. So yeah, that's
Spot
why
on,
one
spot
ball
on,
too
Akshay
many
bhai.
probably.
Yeah.
So this is what we discussed with Robin Bhai a couple of days back. You remember when he had hit those 5 6s to Shedden Cottle?
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
Robin
yeah.
was on the other end.
Correct.
Oh,
So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
remember
Yeah.
actually this scene.
Yeah.
Gone. But will
another
he be
reference.
given out? I think it's way too short. Will it be given out? I think
don't
they're
think it's
looking for
above.
it.
But
if it's a
hitting
third
three-
bouncer
Yeah.
of the over,
Umpire
then
side.
it's
Oh, it's a
not
no
above.
ball. It's a no ball.
It's
Yeah,
a no
it's a no
ball,
ball.
It was a third
Yeah.
bouncer of the over, no? Third bouncer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
Actually, the second one after a wide was also given one.
That
I mean,
was
like
the
it's
first
one
one.
above.
Yeah, exactly. That's the third bouncer in the over, no?
Yeah.
It's the third
So
bouncer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Each of the last three balls have been a bouncer, basically.
Bouncer, yes,
But
exactly.
No, not
He was
only that.
overdone
I mean, like post wide also. If you could see, there are two dots. In that, one of the dot was also near to his chest, more than his chest height.
Yes, exactly.
yeah,
exactly.
So
the
that-
last three balls, all of them, yeah. Even the four,
At least two of them were bouncers.
Yeah, that's what. Even the
Yeah.
1-4 where he hit, that was already third, is what I felt. I was expecting that to be given no ball, but then eventually this was given a no ball. But isn't it so too predictable, sir? We are talking about Arshdeep. He is a international top class bowler
Like
at this
you,
point.
this is where you kind of.
Wide, I think.
I think
Yeah.
against Tavatia, you kind of it's a little
That's a wide.
difficult to bowl fuller balls to him because he has that ability to walk across the pitch and he has worked on that shot brilliantly. That's his go-to shot. So you would always want to bowl it little back of the length to him, but maybe he just overdid it. Maybe.
Yeah. I think he was aiming for the chest. Again, it's margins. We can't
Look at the shape of the ball. If you look at the shape of the ball, it's entirely gone from one side of it. I couldn't
No, but
even
I'm
figure out
happy
that.
to see no two balls. I mean, like
Ha.
it's important. There's
Wide, I
some,
think.
Yeah.
I think they should take a
I
review.
think they might take a review.
They
here
might take.
because-
Touch and go, to be honest. अरे भाग भी रहे हैं भाई.
because he
भाग भी
moved.
लिए.
Huh? He moved
Yeah,
across.
Yeah, that's what he moved across to touch and go. So worth the review again. Last over. If
I
you
think
have
it's a
review,
worth the
yeah.
review.
Yeah.
I think
Because
they
now
should
it's
go for
2
the-
runs. 2 runs, and importantly, that free hit also continues. So if it's signaled not a
Oh,
wide,
touch and go. It is very close. Very, very close.
I
Oh, they haven't gone for the review? Or they burnt all their reviews? I don't
No
think they
idea.
burnt all their reviews.
No idea. But this has
don't-
been a poor over from Arshdeep so far. A very poor
But
over,
I-
I must say.
Beautiful ball to back up with. But then, of course, it's a poor over. But then it's a good, very, very good ball to back up with. That's what, when you have
And
so much
somehow he
skill
struggles
to
in
deliver
Mullapur.
a...
I don't understand why. You remember that match against South Africa where he bowled 7
Yeah.
wides in that over?
Yep,
That was
yep.
also in this ground itself.
No,
But
that's what
this-
it baffles me. When you have such kind of a skill where you can ball Yorkers on your will, why are you even trying to do the same thing like again and again,
No
being
idea.
very predictable?
This is where his last 3 or 4 months have been very unpredictable. Like he's insanely amazing one day and then just tapers off the next day. It's like a sinusoidal curve, his whole performance.
But one
Last
thing I'll
three,
say in
four.
his defense here is with Rahul Tewatia, the margin for error with attempting a short ball is a lot more than a Yorker. Halka sa bhi Yorker
Exactly.
chota, Tewatia is hitting.
Exactly.
Bouncer, you can still hope that kahin pe kuch ho jayega. I'll still cut him some slack. That wide, I mean, the last Yorker of Rashid Khan, I would have reviewed it. If they don't have reviews, they were a tad bit unlucky. Bouncer dalte thoda. Again, I would cut him some slack simply because I can see the plan. There is at least some
Yeah, totally
measure
agree.
to the
Because
madness.
again, this
Yeah.
is what I was also kind of saying earlier only because Rashid, Tavatia has worked his game
Yeah.
so much on the fuller ball that the margin
Final
for
ball
error
of
is
the
very small
wide.
with him.
Come on, mate. Come on.
Correct.
Boy.
Wide.
Boy.
Man.
Boy.
Attempts are wide. Arshdeep, you're making it hard to defend you right now. Just give us some.
Shreyas Iyer must be
some
saying from the other end, भाई जल्दी डाल, वापस बैटिंग करने आना है.
I could see that he's so frustrated.
yeah,
You could
yeah.
see it on his face. You don't
Shreyas is
expect
again
that
one
from
of
a
those.
spinner.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Shreyas is also one of those captains who wears whatever it is, whatever emotion it is on his face. He won't
Yes.
hide it.
Again a
दिखा देगा
wide.
सब.
Again a wide.
I doubt this should be like they should go for a review. Do they have a review?
Do
Now
they
at least
not
they
have?
should review.
If they have a
I
review, then
think
I'll be even more pissed. How did they not review the last one itself? अरे लो ना review भाई review है इनके पास
Prabsimran,
screen
yeah, Prabsimran, yeah, pushing his captain
क्या
to
लोग
take
हैं
the review.
भाई
But I think this is not wide. I think this will be on the line, that extended line.
They have one
No,
review
but
left, and still they're
yeah,
not
just
using it.
take it. Just take it. Who cares whether it's actually a wide or not? Just take it worth a shot.
Is it already
I
6 extras? One.
This over
Yeah,
alone has had 6 extras. 4, no 5. If I, 1, 2,
yeah,
3, no
5,
6
6
including
extras.
the
One
no
no
ball.
ball.
eight
Yeah.
extras. 8 extras, I would say.
8? How come?
अच्छा, because no ball single, wide single दोनों मिला के 8 है यार. 2,
But
4,
they've run a bye also on one of the wides, no?
of the wide, yeah. One of the wides they ran a by, no ball also they took a single. But that of course
So,
wouldn't
yeah.
be an extra.
They've
Finally
gone for
they've
the review.
reviewed.
Oh,
Yeah.
they've actually reviewed.
Thank
so
God.
makes a lot of sense.
No, it is not a wide. This is not a wide.
That's so touch and go, man.
During the World Cup, they had this small marker for
Yeah,
the
they
leg
used to
side wide
drag a line,
also.
right? Yeah, I
They
mean, there's
had
some
that
red
marker.
color
Yes.
line.
Red color line was there. But I don't know. Like, it might be the case that with IPL, the margin for errors is even less. Because, look, league cricket can be
Oh,
little
okay. It touched his
innovative.
toe. Sorry, it touched his ankle, I think. Shoe. Near to the shoe and ankle
Yeah,
area.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Heel लगा है, चलो भाई समय कुछ तो.
So finally, it's
Yeah.
done.
Oh man.
But
No,
well
but,
done, Prabsimran, to be honest. Like, yeah, to convince his captain to buy Lelo.
And what you said, Deepak, like about leagues, implementing these rules, it just takes me back to that last TNPL, which is where this was implemented for the first time, and Ashwin losing his marbles each time. How, if you guys remember, there was this one LBW decision. He'd burnt both of his reviews while batting.
It went viral.
I felt for Ashwin. In his defense, I could see why he reviewed previously, and that was such a big howler. You can see him explaining it to the umpire. It's outside. It's pitching outside the leg stump. How can you give it? Oh man.
Boy. So Ashwin has done that
how
in
many?
the past also.
Yep.
I think he had some fight with Sai Kishore also, no? In 2015 or 16 season.
No, that's because of the. I think the Sai Kushar fight is because of the Tamil Nadu Premier League. What was happened in the
only. TNPL only.
He was
So
he
we're
was
talking about
little
TNPL
rude.
only.
He was little rude or something.
I think he on Ashwin's dismissal, he kind of gave a sent off or something. I don't remember. It was way back, 2016 or 17, like in the early years of TNPL.
Yeah, and just before we talk about the innings, Karthik, I think, had a super chat that he's asked us a couple of times to take it. We can take that. I think it was on CSK. That's all I remember. So, presumably a CSK fan. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's saying, how do you rank Surfraj, Karthik, and Oval Patel?
I think they have a solid middle order, but they just need to give more clarity to their players. Because for me, any day I would start with Sarfaraz in Guwahati versus
100%.
Matthew Short, because
100%.
shorter square boundaries, longer straight boundaries, it's a no-brainer for me, to be honest. 61-meter boundary on one side, and I don't think so. It made any sense if you're not starting with Surface. They were just tactically poor in the last match, to be honest. So
I just remember, like yesterday when I saw the 11, I was like, it's 2026. We see Jamie Overton and again, no offense to Overton, no offense to Matchot, but these two featuring in a starting 11 of the first game of the season. Of course, injuries played their part, everything. But again, CSK just they seem to be in their own world of how they want to go about it. They've definitely cut a corner in terms of being the daddy's army and now coming to all these youngsters. But this is the order. Like for me personally, Sarfraz is a starter, irrespective of what he did yesterday. He had to start for me. Kartik Sharma, just by virtue of that price tag, I don't think they have an option but to not. I mean, but to play him.
Yes.
Urvil Patel also I felt was again, he did have a couple of very impactful cameos last season, the one against Gujarat especially. But I did feel like he was the kind of batter who would be found out very easily at this level. Like, I don't think he can. It's a very sustainable approach the way he kept attacking balls, just leg side swipes, left, right, and center. So I would have Sarfraz and Karthik. I don't think Urvil Patel would start for me ever unless there is an injury concern. I see Matre, Sarfraz,
Exactly.
Karthik.
Exactly.
Yeah, just them being
I think they have for me their top five should be Rutu, Samson, Ayush, Dubey, Brevis, and then at number 6 I would any day put Sarfaraz. The kind of form he's in. Like one argument that can go against him is that all his smart and Vijay runs came at maybe number 3, number 4. So that we don't know like how he will be able to improvise that at number 6. But look at the numbers, look at the strike rate, look at the and even yesterday also he was not looking bad, to be honest. Like given the situation, even that sweep was on because on a red soil surface, you expect the ball to bounce, and I think you have to give credit to Jadeja because he has the ability to skid the ball and he could bring LBW into play. But that shot was on.
Another unpopular
on that
opinion,
note,
by the way. Okay.
Sorry. On that note, guys, we will be having a 15-minute break by the time the second inning start. Please be in touch with this channel.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
like, don't
tune in for the channel because we have a small
tune in
section
for the
for
channel.
you all.
Yeah,
in that 15-minute slot also.
Yeah. Thanks.
We love the game, but we love the stories. Fans have stories. Former players have stories. Journalists have stories as well. Combox brings them all together. The game lives on.
Episode 104 of the Crick Picks podcast. I'm Varun Alvakonda and I'm joined by Saurabh Samani and Shayan Ahmed Khan. Today's episode of Crick Picks is on the greatest IPL innings ever, or at least our favorite, the best, whatever the hell you think it is probably that. And our job is very simple. It's just to annoy you guys with our picks. Gentlemen, any thoughts?
We're going to miss a whole lot of innings. So I think your objective of annoying people will be met, more than met, because I'm sure the comment section will be filled with, how did you not pick this? How did you not pick that? So I'm
and as always, comments will be calm and reasonable about it as well.
They always are.
They always are, yeah. So yeah, forgot to say, this is a snake style. Is this a snake style draw? This is a snake style draw. It goes 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. I'm going first, I think.
You are first. Shayan is second.
Yeah.
I'm third.
Yes. So I'm just going to go purely vibes with this. I'm taking Tala's 84-48 versus RCB in the famous game where they lose by 1 run. Yeah, I don't care about objectivity with this podcast. I'm going with my favorite. It is by some distance my favorite MS Dhoni innings in the IPL. And the 2019, you'd also say, was the last time MS was an actual batter in the IPL and not like a post-credit scene, like not a cameo, right?
So your first pick is something that didn't make my list.
That's fair. I think that's understandable.
Yeah. Which one was this? This was in Chennai. In Bangalore.
Bangalore, yeah. This is the one who nearly chases 26 versus Umesh. I think he comes in.
Oh, right. That match. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have picked in a losing cause. The first pick, the greatest IPL innings is in a losing cause, and it's not a century. It's, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I like it.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Then.
You're next, Shan.
Yeah. It's my turn. I'll go with Chris Gayle 170 pretty much. I was expecting Varun to pick that as the first obvious one. Not just because it is the highest score, but because it is also the fastest IPL 100. And getting there in 30 balls back in 2013, that was just something really ridiculous to me, I think. And it was also, I think if you remember that game, I think it's Bhuvi and another bowler, I can't remember who.
Luke Wright.
But they don't go for any runs, but still, yeah, Luke Wright, exactly.
Wright.
I was thinking, but I was not sure. Yeah, so those two didn't go for any runs, and still RCB managed to score 263. So I think that was quite
And we
ridiculous.
can all blame
even that
Dilshan
was
for
the
them
world.
not making 300.
Yeah, and that was also the IPL record for quite some time, right? I think until the recent seasons, them getting there, and it was a pretty big deal. So the whole thing of 263 and 49 was always there with RCB, that they had the highest score and the lowest score. And Chris Gayle was, funnily enough, part of both of those innings. And I think 175, I think that has to be the best innings for me.
I think
You know
that's,
what
we
would
have
be-
to put it up there, right?
Yeah, that should have been the first pick, Varun. But
Yeah, exactly.
Have to go rogue sometimes.
you know what would be great is if RCB get the new record, which is 263 plus 49. So they make what would that be? 312. That will be the new record. They breach 300 and they do it with 263 plus 49.
Indeed.
Uh,
Impact of plus
Uh,
95 for that knock, by the way.
Oh, wow. That is ridiculous.
that I'm assuming that's the highest impact ever for any IPL now?
Yes.
Yeah, has to be, I think. Or at least
Okay.
close.
So is it my turn?
Yes, you have 2 picks.
Okay, so I actually made I did some amount of research before this. I used the help of Cricket Force Smart Stats. I was very kindly given the list of highest impact innings by Smart Stats. So I used that to help me whittle it down a little. I still have more than 15 that I want to pick, but I at least, got hold of some of them that were not maybe so famous. So what I'll do is I'll pick the first one will be one of the open goals. So I'll go Suresh Raina's 87 in the 2014 qualifier 2, which actually would have beaten Gale for the quickest 100 if that run out hadn't happened, if George Bailey had missed. And or Varun wants to blame Brendan McCullum for that. That is completely fair. We can blame. Actually, it's the season to blame him, right? So we can actually blame him for whatever has happened. But that was hitting of a quality and cleanness and level that I don't think has been replicated in the IPL. Like, of course, Gale and the McCullum in the first match, and there have been a lot of Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head, Heinrich Klaasen. All of these guys' knocks have been there, but a lot of that you feel is slightly finesse married to brute force or power or something, or or Andre Russell, Pollard, whoever. This one was just clean hitting, but it didn't seem like, when I was watching it, it didn't seem as if there was a lot of power. Of course there was, but it just was so clean that it just sort of whistled off the bat. It was amazing to watch, and I thought, which was unthinkable then, that he would chase down 230, and I thought, like, here we go, Chennai make yet another final, and everyone is going to say again that, oh, it was fixed, because they barely made it to the playoffs that year. I think they like in many years they sort of just scraped through and made it to the playoffs, because that year
they were good that season. What happens is there's another knock which may or may not be picked that moves them from 2 to 3. I think they were always well ahead. I think they lose 3 in a row, but they were never out of the playoffs race in that season. I think 2012 that is when RCB bottled it. 2012 is when RCB bottled it and easily let them through, basically.
2010 is when Dhoni punched his helmet and got them over the line in the last match and all that. Right. Okay, my mistake. But for my money, Kolkata Knight Riders and Punjab Kings, or Kings 11 Punjab as they were called, were clearly the 2 best sides in that IPL, and they deserve to be in the final. But Raina single-handedly would have prevented that if he wasn't run out. So Raina 87 is my first pick. And for my second, there are a couple of open goals, but I'm thinking I'll pick some of the non-open ones so that I get those picks in, and I'll leave the open goals to you guys. So actually, I'll pick a Virat Kohli knock. It's a Virat Kohli 113. Quite astonishingly, but it is not the 113 he scored against Rajasthan Royals, which came off 72 balls. It is the 113 he made against Punjab in 2016. That was the reason I'm picking it is for two. I mean, I don't know if it ranks. I mean, of course, it would have had a good impact, but I don't think it ranked in the top 10 also for impact. But it was in a 15 over match. He made 113 of 50 balls, and he did it with a hand that was so badly cut that you can't hold a spoon with that hand. So I have seen, images of what the injury was like. It was terrible. It was just, I mean, and I remember at that time, 2016, thinking that his season is done. Instead of the season being done, he just came out and hit 113 of 50 balls in that knock. I think he had some 11 stitches or something, if I remember, and all in this small portion of the hand. So deep the cut was that it needed 11 stitches in that portion. So just for that, which doesn't count, in any impact scores or something, like how, with what sort of injury you have done it, and RCB were also facing virtual knockouts in all of their last few league matches. They needed to keep winning to qualify, so there was that added pressure. So just because of 4-4. And because we can't have this list without picking one Virat Kohli knock unless we want our houses to be stoned. So I'm doing the honors and I'm picking that one. That is my it's weird. My favorite Virat Kohli knock is 113 and my least favorite one is also 113. So I'm picking the one I like.
Understandable. It's back to Cheyenne again.
Yeah, I don't think I would have picked it so high, but I would have probably mentioned it as one of the innings that I have a personal connection.
I agree.
It's not.
I remember following that season very closely.
I love that knock, but I don't think it's
not.
It's in the top 10
fourth.
for 15. I think
it's not fourth for me. I just picked it so that it's there in the list.
That's
so
fair.
that yeah.
Understandable again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Looks like I have the next one. I think I'll go with the final innings. I'll go with Shane Watson 117 in the 2018 final. And what makes that innings ridiculous is that of the first 10 balls, he didn't even score a run. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was the other season. 2019 was the season where he was not making any runs and then he turns up in the final, right? I think he still had an impact in 2018. But the fact that, stepping up against that SRH bowling attack, which was very much, I think, back then, a bowling team, so performing against them in the final, chasing down a decent score in a final, I think we have to talk about that innings for sure. And anything specific that you remember, probably if you covered that game, Saurabh, what stood out to you?
No,
probably the way he took down Sandeep or Rashid at later points.
I wasn't at that game, but I also had that very high, and because it was in a final, and not because of the final tax by high pressure, but because typically the teams that make the playoffs are the ones who are the best performing in that IPL season, right?
True.
I mean, if you look at just the squads, everybody has a good squad, but it all depends on that season's form and who has the breakout season that year. So if you have reached the final, you have had a lot of things going right for you that season and a lot of quality. So against that, if you make a big score, I would give that a little bit extra weightage. So that one was pretty high up for me also.
So he makes 43 of 16 against Sandeep Sharma, 31 of 11 against Siddharth Kaul. Against Shakib, he goes 8 for 3, and against Rashid, he goes 14 of 10. So I think he doesn't actually take down Rashid to that extent, but it's the two Indian paces that he really goes after. And Bhuvi, he plays out comfortably 3 of 10. So again, Watson qualifies as one of those intelligent T20 batters for me. I think his numbers don't always look the prettiest, especially in the IPL, I would say, where I think he has an average of 32, strike rate of 133, which might be worse numbers than you remember him for. But it's the fact that his impact as an all-rounder and then probably across T20 cricket in general, he has pretty solid numbers as a batter too. But I think it was this ability of his to, really perform when it mattered the most. I know this sounds a bit cringe at times, but the fact that he has done it over and over again across tournaments, the ironic thing is that he actually flopped for RCB back in 2016 with the ball and couldn't finish it with the bat. So that thing will always be there for RCB fans. But yeah, I think we have to mention.
I mean, in his defense, he was their best bowler in that tournament. That bubble had to burst at some point.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Unfortunately, it burst all over their face in the final.
Whenever people used to...
Yeah.
The thing is, whenever whenever people used to diss RCB and they used to be like, "Oh, Shane Watson was their main bowler," I used to be like, "Guys, he had a good season. It's just that he flopped in the final. He wasn't bad for them as such with the ball." So
Shane Watson is a
who are
good
on new
bowler.
bowlers?
It's not like you're having.
Yeah,
I mean, without any disrespect, it's not like you're saying Shivam Dube was your best bowler in the season. Shane Watson is a proper bowler, so it's fair. It's
yeah, agreed.
Oh, but how much money I'd pay to see Shivam Dube be CSK's best bowler this season, man?
unlimited.
Do you know how much would have to go wrong for that to happen?
Or how much would have to go right? Imagine Shivam Dube suddenly becomes. I mean, he has the height and the
New
build
ball
for it. He suddenly becomes this beast.
Dibbly dobla.
Deeply so I have back-to-back picks. The problem is I have no idea which direction to go in. They're all over the place. So
Yeah,
I feel like we have to pick this knock. I'm going Baz's 158, right? It's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
knock that begins everything. It deserves to be on this.
you have to pick that.
Probably should have gone up
Cricket
sooner, but
has
still.
never finished at the close of play. It lives in the arguments, the memories, the comment sections. Cricket makes you talk. Combox is entering that chat.
Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to second innings of Watchalong with Akshay, and I think in a short time Deepak sir will also be joining us. By the way, did you watch the fifth ball? Glorious shot, isn't it?
I actually completely missed the first, so I just about got in time.
Okay.
Had to. Yeah. Let us see. What was it though? What was the ball? What was the shot?
That was a short ball outside of like far out of off stump, and then that was like, oh,
Interesting. I do want to see what their plans are versus Priyansh. Exactly. There you go. Once again,
and
the
that
lack of
but that
foot
was
movement means. Yeah.
yeah, but that was a shot for an highlight for sure.
Okay.
That was met with so much of precision. Beautiful shot by Priyansh. See, but then this is the length what you guys are specifically talking about, isn't it? The back of the
Yep.
length.
Exactly. Especially outside off, like I don't want to see him take it a bit more outside off because when it's still
Yeah.
straighter, he can pull it towards the leg side or just swipe it towards the leg side. When you
Oh,
position,
it's up in the air, up in the air. Who is settling down? Gil. No, isn't it Gil?
exactly. I don't know who it is. Whoever it is, pakad le bhai, pakad le.
Shah Rukh Khan, I think. Shah Rukh Khan or Akshay Kumar? Who is it?
Akshay Kumar, what is Akshay Kumar doing there, bro?
No, not Akshay Kumar. What is his name? The new guy.
Ashok Kumar.
Ashok Kumar. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. No, well done, but well done. Exactly. We were talking about short lines. I was still thinking offside lines. This was directed at him, pace on. Priyansh Arya did not really get there in time and safely held by Ashok Kumar at mid wicket. Well done, man. Excellent start for Gujarat Titans. Yeah, fingers crossed. This will definitely be a
Yeah.
match to watch.
Come on, guys. Bring in some super chats. Come up with insights, beautiful insights, questions. Jumpsuit is saying that Marco is what Cam Green thinks he is. Okay.
Interesting.
And
Alright, already digs being taken at Cam Green.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ruka is
But
saying that. Oh, he's just replying back to Jumpsuit, saying that not green, more like what Australian board thinks he is.
interesting, very interesting.
I think this year Australia is going to get a lot of flack from IPL viewers for sure.
But again, I don't blame Cameron Green or Cricket Australia for being careful with him. We know that he has
Very,
injury concerns. Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah. By the way,
This is what I want to looking forward to. How Cooper Connolly would play in IPL.
yeah, you would imagine an Australian who's grown up, in those conditions would definitely be able to handle the shorter deliveries easily. So let us see how he actually makes use of these conditions over here.
Spot on, Akshay bhai. That's really a good point to be noted.
Let us see. Good start from Prabhada, though all three back of length or shorter deliveries. Exactly what the conditions dictated. It's more about just
Oh,
it's not just about planning. Yeah, let's see what's up.
it's bread and butter for Butler.
Yeah.
For Rabada. It's like its
Yeah.
home conditions. I think even South Africa operates on the same level, isn't it? Until and unless from what the doctorating, they doctorated a lot of pitches. I think recent past.
That's true. That's true. I mean, the conditions are
Yeah,
definitely, yeah,
Ashok.
very obvious. And
So
I also want to see when does Ashok get a go right now. Like, I would imagine Siraj and Rabada will continue. Prasidh hasn't been subbed in yet. I would also imagine he'll be brought in post the power play. So,
yeah.
yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Yeah.
Very
By the
interesting.
way, it's drizzling uh, a bit, isn't it?
Yep, 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 yep. You can see that.
Hmm.
Ooh, 1 second.
I know,
Slightly
I know that
fuller.
this is going to happen because this is going to happen in the men's. I didn't meant that the wicket is going to fall, but I'm sure that Priyansh Arya would be going for everything. I think one batter in every team has been given that role of like go for it.
For sure, for sure. And by the way, I know nobody has confirmed that Prasad's already in. My bad, then I must have missed it in the first over thing.
Okay.
So who's been subbed out in that case? I would imagine who would be subbed out? Shahrukh.
Sai Sudarshan, no?
Oh,
Who,
Sudarshan was
what,
being subbed out. Yeah, yeah, correct, correct, correct,
yeah,
correct. Shahrukh was there.
yeah.
My bad.
Shahrukh was there.
Yeah, that's true. Right, end of the second over, successful one for Punjab Kings. But yeah, you would imagine once again Siraj will be brought back from the other end. They
Yeah.
will try and see whatever little movement, little, nip that's there in the surface. He will want to try and extract that. We all know how
Yeah.
good he is with those step backers and everything. And Prabsimran Singh, once again, very much a hands-on batter, someone who doesn't really use a lot of his feet, similar to Priyansh Arya, and that what he's good at is stonking spin. Again, space, he's improved his game in the last couple of years, but of course, it's still going to be really difficult on a spicy surface against, Mohammad Siraj, who also seems to be in decent rhythm. It's not going to be easy for Prab for sure.
Yeah, and then also, but there is a small difference between how Prep goes for it with his business and how Priyansh. I think Prep depends a little bit on timing also, along with his stroke making. Siraj is back into the attack. Oh, that felt like a nick, isn't? But though it didn't
Yeah,
carry, doesn't matter.
yeah, that's true. I think I'm like 2 or 3 seconds behind you, so every time you react, I already
Is
am
it?
now.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
okay.
no, that's it. Yeah. All right, let's see. But of course, like we were discussing in the first innings as well, this isn't going to be a very straightforward chase. Punjab Kings
Yeah, yeah.
batters will also have to apply themselves. They can't just, expect value for their shots and, go for it. Oh, someone confirms that Shahrukh is the one who's been subbed out. My bad. I thought I saw
Is it?
Shahrukh. Yeah,
Yeah,
on.
we just saw him celebrating along with Ashok Kumar, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought as well. Very weird shot, late on the ball there, Cooper Conley. I mean, not something I
Yeah.
thought I would see from an Aussie batter. Interesting.
But then still he could exist just because of his habits of playing those kind of tacky short pitch
That's true.
balls.
Well, be very
It's
interesting,
interesting
man. Very
move.
interesting from
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
Yeah, that's for sure.
100%. And come on, GT supporters, come up with, don't be upset, don't be sad. The game is not yet over. So come up with an interesting insights, questions. You can also join.
Also, it has been confirmed that Harpreet Brar is injured, right? I don't think he's been dropped or anything.
Is it? I couldn't get the confirmation in this break. If he is, then it makes sense. Or else it
I'm
doesn't make
just
sense, to be honest. Like for Harpreet Brar has been dropped.
exactly. I mean, that's what I would
Though
also imagine, but yeah.
who knows? What if Cooper Connolly does DDP? You never know.
Yeah, of course. One never knows anything is possible, but yeah, it'll be very difficult. Like I said,
Yeah.
conditions like these, he's not really played in ever before, so it is going to be a bit difficult for them to
Prab Simran is
adapt.
playing with a much straighter bat. He's playing with absolute straight bat. He's going for a punch and all rather than going for a pull or a hook.
He
Makes
does tend
sense.
to play,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
exactly. And he also, in general, tends to play with those shots. Even the kind of pull shots he plays is with a straight bat in front of, where he doesn't play those
Yeah,
cross
yeah.
batted shots. So will be again, like I said, because of these conditions and the kind of bowlers that GT have, Prabsimran will also have to be careful. He'll have to be wary in terms of how he goes about his business. I can't help but now look at this. Like the Punjab Kings jersey is also something I'm not a fan of, man. Like I don't know why have they brought in so much. It in a way it looks like Ara's jersey. Like that
Isn't
pink
it?
was
I just
yeah.
felt the same. Oh, yeah, it's a good shot. It's a man, well fielded. Beautiful fielding by Rabada.
Yeah, barely manages to clear the infield that from Conley. Well
Yeah,
done, Rabada. Cleans it up
yeah,
properly.
yeah, yeah. Whenever a fast bowler puts that much of effort, seriously, it deserves a lot of
Yeah,
credit, to be honest. After looking at
that's true.
after looking at so many years, like what went through, how usually fast bowlers react in ground.
Exactly. No, that
It
is true.
evolved.
That is true. But Rabada again, he's one of those pacers. Rabada, Bowl, Stark, they're all very safe fielders. Like even though they're
Yeah,
pacers,
yeah.
yeah, you can expect them to even throw in the odd dive and everything. But this Punjab
Mm.
jersey, man, they could have just like I don't get it. Why did they need the blue? I mean, this red seemed. First of all, I'm not a fan of too much red. The only other color
Uh,
that we've seen enough of is blue. They've decided to add blue also over
It's
there.
kind of a slog, but yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough. Played along the ground, so fair enough to do it in a power play.
Yep, important boundary for Punjab Kings and Cooper Conley, that 18 for 1. But once again, the way they're playing, the way they're mistiming the shots, it's evident that this surface isn't going to be easy. Man. Just to reiterate what we've been talking about, it's
Yeah,
not going to
yeah,
be just as straightforward for sure.
yeah. But let's not forget that even though there are only 18 runs for this 3 overs, the net run rate hasn't been shooted up yet.
Yeah,
It's still
yeah, yeah.
8.5 required. So that's the problem for a bowling team. If you're scoring only 160 odd, even the other team scoring going on to score only 6 runs per over for let's say first 5 overs also, that doesn't going to trouble them any means. But to be fair,
For sure.
I cannot expect Cooper Conley to do a DDP is purely because of the pitch. It's not fair on him to do say that. I mean, like,
And from what little I've also seen of him, he's not that kind of an aggressive batter. So even if the
oh,
conditions were in
shot,
his favor,
mate.
yeah, it would have been difficult.
Gosh, shot. That was smoked.
Oh,
That was smoked, to be honest.
well done. Oh, clears the fence. Well done. I didn't think he timed it well enough, but yeah, he's managed to clear the fence there. First six for Prab and Punjab this season. Important bounty again. Just a bit fuller. I don't know why did Rabada err on the fuller side. We've been talking about how you have to just stick to shorter lengths, hard lengths. Slightly fuller, and Prab Simran has taken full toll of it. So well done. Again, you just have to keep attacking. Just about barely in the slot region, and that's all you needed.
By the way,
Yeah.
about Cooper Connolly, I have seen him going very hard in BBL.
Not talking about the
It's
BBL, sure. Yeah, yeah.
okay.
I
It's a top edge, isn't it? Oh, it's went for
yeah,
all the way.
six.
Six.
Yeah, 6. Just to be clear, sorry, I misspoke. I was talking about Cooper Conley in T20 eyes. BBL, of course.
Okay.
Once again, yeah. To be clear, there's no point looking at BBL numbers and then converting them to IPL.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't thinking. But yeah, that's on me. Apologies. Correct.
Yeah, but by the way, there is no comparison. Okay, unknown nobody is saying Connolly scores at 256. Yeah, that's what we were just
Yep.
talking about. But then what actually spoke absolutely makes sense because there you have this 2 overs of random power play. You can take it at any point of
Yeah,
time, so you
yeah,
never know.
yeah.
We don't have that accurate data where we can see where he had gone for that kind of a strike rate. So shot, man. Shot, man. Though it was fielded
Well
well,
done.
that was a good shot. It was good punch
Oof.
on the
Played,
back
but
foot.
not in the gap. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
again,
yeah.
the previous two deliveries, once again, the first one was slightly fuller, and you saw Rabada overcompensating for it by bowling shorter, but he ended up bowling it too wide, just allowed Prabhsimran to free his arms. Once again, tiny margins. It's not so easy, but good on Prabhsimran. He has taken full toll of whatever slightly erroneous deliveries that he's
Come
gotten
on,
so far.
Akshay.
So, yeah.
Predict. What would be the length?
I would say hard length once again, 6 to 8 meters. That he just has to
Yeah,
keep
good one.
banging in and next. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it
good one.
is.
It is
Yeah,
good one. Good one. We'll
yeah,
keep
yeah,
this way. It will be a little entertaining also for us to
yeah.
do a little bit of guesswork.
No, but once again, with Prab, I know what exactly the plans would be. I'm interested in seeing how exactly do they bowl to Cooper Conley as well, because like we were speaking earlier, he is no mug against short balls, against hard lengths, but there isn't enough movement for them to sort of go fuller. So yeah, I want to see if they, because Siraj has a slow one, Rabada does not really bowl a lot of slow ones. Will either of them try and slip in a Yorker or a slower Yorker or something like that, just to see how Cooper adjusts to it.
Oh, he tried to scoop it.
Oi! Barest of margins, barest of margins. Well done, well done. I don't know if this was an attempted slow delivery, but 129 clicks, it did feel like a slow one. I'm not sure. Um,
True.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, he rolled his
Well,
fingers over the
he
ball.
did.
That's the reason.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 Well
I think
done.
now you
Yeah,
could.
well done. Yeah, 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 yeah. He has rolled his fingers. Well done. Nice. Good, 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 good.
What do you think? At what point of time GT will feel? Oh man,
I don't know what
I
to
just
make of
don't
that
want to tell
reaction.
you.
Ah, man. Bad ball. Why would you, again, why would you bowl full when you know that's the only length you have to stay away from? But fair, I myself told just a while back they'll probably try and bowl slightly fuller to Cooper Conley just to see if he adapts. Clearly, the man's adapted. I think that's lesson learned. Don't bowl full on the surface. Don't make them play straight. Just make them play square. Simple.
I'll keep my stream little late because it's not fair on you if I'm giving you.
Nah, nah, that's chill. That's chill. That's chill. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, at what point of time do you think like GT might, think about like the game might be going away from them?
I think right now, given the target, they will want to ensure that Punjab doesn't run away with the power play, which they already seem to be doing. They've hit 5 sixes, I mean, 4 sixes so far in the first 4 overs. So they will want to first try and ensure that Gujarat Titans, I mean, Punjab Kings don't go past 50 in the power play. So that's 2 more overs remaining. 55-60 run power play would mean that Punjab Kings will be well and truly in the driver's seat. So they will want to be a bit more,
Agreed.
careful with how
100%.
these last overs pan out. It is the debutant Ashok Sharma. I mean Ashok Kumar. Oh, Ashok
Okay,
Sharma. My
now
bad. Yeah.
okay, now my feed is little delayed. Okay, better. Like unknown, nobody is saying that Rabada has to watch how Hazelwood bowled last year. Uh
Definitely pacey. Yeah.
okay. Let
No, for
me.
sure. But yeah, Ashok Sharma is definitely pacey. You could
Mm,
see the way he hit Prab Simran's bat and the way his bat twisted. Yeah, the
yeah,
bat twisted in his hand. So clear. It's clear this guy can bowl. Good pace.
one. Yeah, yeah. Does he bowl 145 clicks or he
Yeah,
goes
yeah,
at
150.
140?
No,
Oh, is
he
it?
apparently crosses 150 as well. So he's one of those extremely
The pacey
pacey
bowlers.
bowlers. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
देखना
talking
पड़ेगा
about the
ना.
pacey bowlers, absolutely out of context. Any update regarding this Mayank Yadav?
I mean, he is
Mayank
bowling.
Kumar,
He is
sorry.
fit. Yeah.
Hmm.
No, Mayank Yadav only, na.
Mayank Yadav only, no Mayank Kumar. I was
Yeah,
like, yeah, Mayank. Okay.
yeah. Catch! Oh, almost the wicket there. Mayank Yadav, from what I
Almost.
understand, is bowling. He is bowling right now. At the LSG practice games, training sessions, and everything. Very
Goodness
close.
me.
That very close. Yeah. Oh, fingertips. He did get his fingertips there. Unfortunate that he wasn't able
Hard
to
luck,
hold
hard
on
luck,
to
hard
it.
luck, hard luck.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No worries though. Yeah. But yeah, with
Man,
Mayank Yadav, he's definitely bowling. But apparently, he's not been bowling at full tilt. He's not been bowling like 145, 150. He's been bowling in the 130s range right now. He's slowly building back his pace, but I'm not sure if he'll be playing tomorrow or not.
if an Australian batsman couldn't connect to a short ball, that too because of pace, then you have to give it to the bowler, the
No, no,
wicket
Ashok
bowler, what I
clearly
was
has that,
talking to.
man. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And the
yeah.
biomechanics of his action, everything seems to be working in full flow. Yeah.
True.
Brace
That's
front
actually a
leg,
very
the way,
repeatable,
yeah.
very
Yeah,
repeatable action, I think.
exactly.
Yeah. Oh, poor ball. That's
Again,
okay.
he just has to
If
stick to bowling slightly shorter.
mm, mm.
Nah. I guess he attempted a slow one there. Was that a back of the hand slow
Yes,
one or was that a
yes,
cutter?
yes, 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 yes.
Uh,
It's a back of
uh,
the hand. I tried. I think, if I'm
yeah,
not wrong.
yeah, yeah.
On a closer lens, we would get a clear picture on it.
Yep.
But I think Punjab might be targeting near to some 55 to 60 in the power play to be in a safer position. That's the difference,
Anything in
right?
excess of 50. Yeah, exactly.
That's
Anything
the
in excess of
difference.
50 and Punjab will be happy. They just have to be
It's
mindful. Just be mindful. Simple as that.
how about this ball? Man, he smoked it.
Yep.
A shot,
Yep.
mate. It went all the way.
Oh, what are you saying, man? How quick has he been? Has he latched on to that ball? Again, not a
That's
bad ball.
Australian
It's
for
all,
you.
yeah, length ball on and around the off stump. He somehow managed to cut it. It's gone as flat. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a flatter six. It's just gone. Wow, well done, man.
Yeah.
Well done. Excellent shot. Meanwhile,
How?
Midlife Maza says Glenn Phillips is box office. I want to see more superb fielding, but hardly any good fielding in this tournament so far. I mean, Phil Salt did do
Mm,
too badly in the first game, I would say. I mean,
yeah.
a couple of good
Come on,
catches.
not too badly. Come on. He already is a contender for best catch of this tournament.
Yeah. Boy, was that six hit flat, man. Well done. Slow one
That was
attempted.
a
Well
really
done.
good
I
shot.
think and I think he was able to deceive Cooper Conley over here. Conley had set himself up to try and slog it past the deep mid wicket fence. Change of pace meant that he didn't have. Yeah, he wasn't able to adapt to it. So well done. Back of the
How
hand, is it?
quick his hands were.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Incredible shot. That's a fantastic shot. People don't understand because it looks so simple that yeah, it's a nice six, but nah, very well played. Excellent shot.
It's not an easy job to do that. But then if they concede 1-4 here, Punjab will be over the moon. Let's see what happens. Oh man. Sorry, GT fans. Sorry. I didn't I didn't do anything.
Slightly fuller again, just slightly fuller. You have to drag it back, Just,
That too. Too much
slightly
of
fuller.
width
Yeah.
given.
To be
Too much of
honest,
width given.
line wise, it wasn't too bad. Like you could see Prabsimran just shuffling and making that room. I felt it was
Hmm.
line wise a decent ball on the stumps, but again, if you bowl it just that bit fuller, you're just making it easier for the batters to go through with their shot. So yeah.
Uh, in do we think like are we going to see any dew in this match? I don't
And
looking at the wind and everything, I don't think so. But then we never know.
looking at the wind, yeah, but it's been raining quite a bit the last few days, so that usually is an indicator that you can expect a bit of dew also because the moisture just remains. Rain
Hmm.
itself, rain by and off itself does not necessarily play a big role, but if it rains so much, then there'll always be a bit of moisture that remains on the
Moisture.
surface.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have to see.
Punjab is
And
in
it's been
very, very
drizzling
comfortable position.
constantly. Yeah, it's been
Mm,
drizzling
mm.
constantly, so that means it'll be there.
Rashid into the attack.
Oof.
Oh,
That's
what a
surprising. I mean,
shot. What a
yeah,
start, man.
very rarely does Rashid bowl in the power play. Ooh, well done.
I want to look at the speed of this ball. It looked tad quicker to me. I don't know, like
They,
this
yeah,
this they didn't show up.
that's true.
Man.
But again, Rashid Khan in the power play, I'm not sure if there was a reason for it or do they think, oh,
They're going for wickets, but then this is not the tactics for them to go for wickets, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, the only reason I can think of is probably they feel Connolly against spin in these conditions might struggle. But you've got Simran at the other end who is dangerous against spin. In case, I mean, all Connolly has to do is rotate strike, but here he himself has taken up the responsibility and he's just smashed it straight down the ground for a four. Oh man.
He's not stopping at all. I mean, like, yeah,
Yeah.
I think they are mentally prepared. Like one guy would be going from one end, the other guy would be consolidating the innings, which makes sense to be honest. That's what yesterday in CSK's innings, what I felt like they missed the trick.
Yeah.
One person needs to consolidate that. Like you have to respect the conditions and the opposition.
And it's
You know
it's
what? I
it's
had
kind
this
of funny.
theory. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Please share it with us.
I was just telling it's kind of funny that we were telling that the Pacers have to bowl a bit shorter. It's Rashid Khan, the spinner, who's just bowling a bit shorter. He has to bowl a bit fuller. So
Point,
yeah,
point.
so you were saying, yeah,
Yeah, actually, I was having this thought like now the batters are evolved in such a way that they could get a 220 pitch look like a 250 because of the skills what they have, but then they don't. Oh my God! Is it a wicket? Okay,
How is he
umpire has
that
given it
bad? I
out.
think. Oh, I thought it was bad though, to be honest.
Prabhsimran was so confident that
He's
he didn't
reviewed it,
even.
right?
Yeah, right away, he did it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It seemed bad. It seemed bad. Yeah.
By the way, yeah, coming back to the point, I felt that the same batsmen have a different skill. Wait. Did it touch the bat? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like. Uh, uh, no, mate. I think it's going to be plumb if the ball
Yeah.
isn't doing too much.
If there's no bat, it's definitely out. But it did seem like bad to me in real time. I want to see.
In the worst case scenario, it might be an umpire's call, but yeah, I think GT has got the
Nah, Hawkeye, I don't
wicket.
think it'll even be umpire's call. It seems
Hey!
plumb, but bat is what I'm expecting.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go.
I think
There
that's
is
why he
bat.
took the review very
Yeah.
confidently.
Understandably.
Yeah, coming back to the point, I just felt that the same batsmen aren't, I don't know, I shouldn't say that skilled enough, but just feels like this 180 pitches, they end up getting 120s and 130s and 140s. But the 220 pitches, they know that they can give you a score of 250s and all.
That's true. Rank bad delivery. Prabhsimran will be kicking
Yeah.
himself. Short ball, he could
But
have
I think
easily gone.
Punjab,
Yeah.
overall Punjab will be very, very happy side by now at this point of time. Required run rate is 7.771. So
Yep.
no issues at all.
And the
I
way
think
Rashid
already
continuously kept dropping his lengths, once again, I think you also has played a role there. He's not being able to grip the ball, so ball tends to slip, which means you will end up bowling a few of these rank long hops. So another thing to keep in mind, because Rashid Khan is supposed to be the premier spinner, so that's where finger spinners, Washington Sundar, will be expected to do a lot more. But Prab Simran is there on the other end. So will they bring Washi when Prab is in the middle? It'll be very interesting to see.
this headache they have to find a solution for it until they find Sai Kishore back in the team. They
That's
have
true.
to find a solution
And
for it.
yeah, I mean, if they're not going to use much of Rahul Tewatia at some point in time, I'd be like, you know what? I'd rather have Sai Kishore come in. He can anyway handle himself with the bat too, and he offers great value with the ball.
What if instead of Rahul Tewatia, giving Rahul Tewatia the role what they are expecting it from Shah Rukh Khan? Because at the end of the day, sometimes once in a odd day, you would see Rahul Tewatia even bowling.
But Rahul, I don't think has bowled for Gujarat Titans like ever. I think I don't
He
remember him
did, he
bowling.
did, but only 1 2 overs. And 2023 is what I could remember. 23, 24 times. It's like, no, 24, I think it's like very vague memory that was.
So he doesn't bowl enough. Like I don't think you can count on Rahul's bowling anymore. Batting, sure, he adds a lot of value, but if they're not going to use him properly, if they're going to use him only for the last over, last 2 overs, I think I'd much rather have someone like a Sai Kishore because we know what he can do with the ball. So, yeah, I mean,
But
very
then,
surprising.
you know what? If today also, if we are going to see a team who won the toss is going to win the match purely because they are batting second, somewhere it kills the interest of like what we heard about the 2021 entire IPL tournament. It's like win the toss, win the match. I just don't want that to happen. I hope that turns around. Like even if it rains, even if it doesn't rain, even if it's very humid, either way, only the one who is batting second is getting all the fruits.
That is true. That is trying, and once again, it's going to be really hard for Gujarat Titans over here simply because, yeah, there is clearly moisture on the surface. There is a lot of dew that they'll have to contend with, which makes their job that much more harder. So it's not going to be easy, and we know how the Punjab Kings batting lineup is looking like. So, yeah, it's definitely not going to be an easy job for sure.
They are already under the pump. And by the way,
Yeah.
uh, oh, Prep Simran
Washi, yeah.
already scored 20 runs out of 12 balls. So
Yep, he had a
he
couple
is
of
in.
sixes right to Rabada. There itself,
Yeah,
12 runs. So, yeah.
true.
Yeah, they have
The scores were
interestingly
quite
brought in
similar.
Washi right now. Yep, that's true. Another thing that
GT
is
at.
also something we need to keep note of because the
Yeah,
new ball
yeah,
is
yeah.
harder, it's easier to hit those shots. Now the ball will keep getting softer, it'll become harder for batters to go through with their shots.
Interesting phase to watch out for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Exactly.
mean, like they're quite similar. Like only Punjab is 1 run ahead at this point of time. 6.1. They are at 55 for one, and these people are at 56 for one. This is quite an. Oh, Rob is here. Hello, Rob.
Hello.
Hey,
How you
hey,
doing?
hey.
What's your take on this match currently? Where it's heading?
It's heading to Punjab. Akshay, you'll be pleased with that, won't you, with that shirt on?
Exactly, exactly. That's what I was talking about. Happy to see Punjab do well, but I was, oh, that's actually turned a bit over here. But yeah, I still don't think the game is entirely done and dusted. I still think that there is enough, on this surface, especially in the post power play phase with how Gujarat Titans themselves slowed down. So I'm still banking on a Gujarat Titans comeback, as ironic as it sounds, with the jersey on and whatnot.
By the way, they had a good partnership. I mean, like not so good, but a solid partnership of 50 runs of 32 balls. So this looks well settled now. For all the jitters would have gone out of the dressing room for Punjab.
Yep. And
Come on,
Washi
Rob.
also
We
seems
need
to have
some
gone the
insights.
Chahal way that way in terms of just slowing it up completely. The last ball, I think, was somewhere in the mid 70s. They didn't show the speedometer, but you could very clearly see it was nicely tossed up to Prabh. So let's see if it's a plan or if it's just a one off. Oh, and right as we say, he quickly darts one in across Connolly. So fair.
Oh, hello.
Rob,
Um,
your takes on the entire
I'm
game till
just
now.
waiting to see how long behind you guys are before you see this next ball
Shot, mate.
go miles out of
What
the
a
ground. Right,
shot. What a
I'm gonna
slog.
pause my TV so that we're all watching it at the same time.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
So Prab
Oh
Simran's
my
somebody
word.
that his strike rate increases throughout the phases, which I really like. A lot of players these days slow down in the middle, but he keeps going. He's like 150 power play, 160 in the middle overs, 180 plus at the end, like proper player, Prab Simran. Connolly's someone I want to talk to you guys about. I've seen basically his whole career because I watch a lot of Aussie cricket and I watch all the Big Bash. And in the Big Bash this year, he was basically a bowler. He got 15 wickets and bowled very nicely, but he's not fit to bowl in this, right? So I was very surprised. Obviously, it's because the coach is Australian that he's playing for this team as a number 3. But for them to back him as a number 3 for the season overseas is a really big call. I mean, it looks like he's stepping up right now, but with the bat in the Big Bash, he was pretty rubbish, really. I've just got his numbers here. He got 220 runs in 11 innings at 130 something strike rate. And that is not numbers that should get you as an overseas number 3 in the IPL. But he certainly turned up today, hasn't he?
That's
For
absolute
sure.
filth.
And we also know Ponting's, sort of fondness for all-rounders, for people who can
The
add
spat,
value across
the ball.
departments.
Hey, Rob.
But
Hey, hi.
Hey, Deepak.
Deepak is also here.
So amazing insights, and this is also why when I was constructing the side for Punjab just before the tournament, I did not put him in my top
man.
4.
This is pure filth bowling, to be honest. Like I'm no against to GT or to Rashid, but man,
nah, I mean,
before ball he missed.
this is due. This is very clear that Dio has started, sort of playing a decisive role here. We've seen this across the 8 balls that Rashid's bowled. He's bowled, 4 or 5 long hops. Rashid is not the kind of bowler who tends to err on the shorter side that frequently.
If the ball's sticking in his fingers.
But like, but Akshay, to be honest, if we would look at his numbers in last 4 years, I think Rob, Varun, they all did an analysis. Every IPL he has gone shorter. Like his lengths have further gone short in every IPL from 2022 to 23 and so onwards. Like every IPL, the pitch maps on an average have been on the shorter sides.
But interesting that, I mean, I wasn't aware of this. Just another question to that would be how much of a role has the fact that, batters have now learned how to negate him, take him down, especially the quickest wrist spinners. Yeah, they're no longer a rare commodity. We've seen enough of them. Batters have gotten used to them. This is probably his way of trying to. He's now become more of a defensive option that way. We saw that in the last couple of seasons. Last season, the economy was also really bad, but the 24 season, he still had a decent economy. But in terms of wicket taking ability, it's just seen a nosedive. Yeah.
Because, like, first of all, players have started sweeping these quickish leg spinners a lot more. I think 2024 we saw that from Will Jack, so he kind of decoded him. And then even the step heads have come into picture where people would just plant their foot out and would hit down the ground. So for that, the only option then becomes it to go shorter. Like Rob, I think very surely would have a lot of data on it and would have amazing insights on
By
this.
the way, Rashid Khan's pace is much higher than what Chahal was bowling. He's
Yeah,
operating
surely,
at
surely.
90.
They're completely
Rashid
different
is,
bowlers.
yeah, exactly. He is a naturally quicker wrist spinner, so you can't expect him to slow it down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
Chahal basically showed them what you should do on this deck. And I mean, that 6 was an absolutely filthy drag down, and that can happen. Maybe his hands are wet or something. You can give him one of those every now and again, but his output for GT is declining every year. I know he's had his shoulder issues. I also think that I think it's probably Owen Morgan that did it first in the 50 over World Cup, wasn't it? When he just batted in
Oh,
every.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
And I think
2019.
that was
Brilliant.
that was the day where it was like, actually, what you should do against this guy is smash him because he hates it. And as Prab Simran
Whoa, my
keeps
goodness.
going, he hits a long ball,
Sorry,
doesn't he?
sorry
Prab
to
Simran when he
interrupt.
gets going.
My goodness.
I mean,
That's some
I
shot.
don't. So Prasidh Krishna's not bowled yet, right?
Nope.
Yes.
So
And this again, that this is what Ashish Nehra does because he has given a specific role to Prasidh Krishna. So he's just going to bring him in that phase
but
only.
Deepak, they're 5% to win this game.
Yeah,
When you've
exactly.
got the purple cap holder in your team, don't bring him on when you're 5% to win the game. Bring him on when you're 25% to win the game.
Exactly.
Right? Like,
This is what you expect, and this is what Ashish Nehra
100%.
always surprises you.
But I
So he'll
feel, yeah, the fundamental flaw in this argument is that you're expecting Ashish Nehra to adapt. He's shown it time and again that he comes up with a strategy of his own. For the better, for the worse, he tends to stick to it irrespective of the match situation. One can argue whether it's
True.
right or not, but it's worked for him. He's won a title.
Yeah.
He's reached the final once. He's made it to the playoffs another time. So I don't think I don't think we can argue with that at the end of the day.
I think those performances made him to be stubborn with his tactics
Yes.
for the first 3 years.
We can understand. I think even we would probably be a lot more protective of our choices if we had those results ourselves. So it's fair.
Yes,
I
100%.
completely agree. I completely agree with what Rob had to say though. Like, yeah, if you've got a lead pacer, bring him on when there's actually a match to be won, not when the match
Rob-
already,
Rob,
gone
if
past
you are
you.
in GT's dugout, if you're going to see that this Rashid is going to decline day by day, what's your solution for it? Do you have?
so for Rashid Khan,
Yeah.
first thing I would have done, and I said this before the season started, is start using him as a batsman more. Right? I don't
Yeah.
mean you use him as Narayan. He doesn't open the batting every day, but again today, like Washington came in, and I know why they bought Washington in. It was meant to counter Chahal. That's what Varun said. But he didn't do anything. And he kind of sucked the life out of the innings. And they needed impetus then when that wicket fell. When Phillips got out, they needed somebody to up the scoring or keep it going. And because they absolutely bossed the power play. You know, it looked so easy in the power play for those two. They barely took a risk. I know Sai got out, which he never does early. But it looked dead easy in the power play, right? And then the innings stalled and continued to stall, and it just kept stalling, and then it petered out, and they got 25 lower than they should have got, right? If Rashid Khan comes in when Washington does, instead of Washington, and he's just told, try and get 30 off 8. That's your job. If you do it, amazing. If you don't, who cares? Because we're not going to get bowled out anyway. GT never get bowled out. They don't. Their problem is never, oh, we're running out of wickets here, because they've got 3 of the best at not getting out in their top 3, right? So if you use Rashid Khan batting, I'm not saying you use him as a batsman, but you use his batting more and you give him full license to belt it everywhere. If he does come off every now and again, confidence goes up. You're not just using one skill, 24 balls of bowling, right? You're using him as a cricketer. You're pumping his tires up a bit and you're going, look, you're of huge value to this franchise now. Look at what Narayan did, right? There's nothing in the technical ability of Rashid Khan that can't do what Narayan has done, because Narayan bats with his eyes closed and he got 450 runs one season or whatever it was, right? It's incredible that he can do it. But Rashid Khan, Deepak, we spoke about this the other day. He got 10 sixes in an innings against Mumbai.
Yes.
He
And
can do it.
and Akshay was mentioning about that over where he took down Marco Jansen also in 2022.
22.
You said?
Yeah,
22.
correct. Yeah.
Leave about that. Like there is one more thing. Like Naren never missed out on hitting when he's playing in Chinnaswamy. He always
Yeah,
delivers.
But
When
I
like
mean, to be
exactly.
honest, if I were a part of an IPL franchise that has Rashid Khan, I think he's the perfect red herring. Try and pawn him off to another franchise at 18 crores. I don't. I'll be honest. I'll be very blunt. Personally, I don't think Rashid Khan right now, the current version of him,
wicket
is
alert,
worth 18 crores.
guys.
All right.
So, as we
Finally,
say, he has got
Rashid
a
took
wicket
a wicket.
finally.
Yep. Oh my goodness, that's a bit of aggression there from Rashid Khan. But yeah, I personally have been of the opinion for a while now, especially across the last 2 seasons, that Rashid, the player as a whole, even if you include his batting, a bit of the fielding, a bit of the charisma, a bit of the brand value, whatever it is that you want to include in the package that he comes with, I don't think he's worth 18 crores to a team. I think there are enough options available, especially because we've seen a massive influx of wrist spinners, both quickish and the traditional type in India. We've seen someone like a Yashraj Punja who's been recently bought by Rajasthan Royals. He's again one of those quickish types, and there are plenty such names who've come up. There's Jataved
Very
Subramaniam
tall
who's gone
also.
unsold. Exactly, very tall. Both of them are very tall. Given that, gone are the days, at least back then when Rashid first made into the scene in 2017, you could still argue that, we don't have too many of these kind of attacking spinners in India. So there aren't too many domestic options. So we have to go to an overseas player. I think the gulf between Rashid and a domestic spinner of the same milk is not that high anymore. So I would much rather
Yes.
just let go of him. Bring
Yeah.
in a wrist spinner
Yes.
probably at 50 lakhs, 1 CR. Use that money for your middle order, which is crying for some help.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I would
That's a
probably look
good
at it.
I think rational,
Point.
because
Yeah.
there are a lot of good I would say quickish wrist spinners in India now. Plenty
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Like for example, SRH has two of them sitting on their bench right now. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
three, in fact, three based on the last match, I would say. I will just like to give one shout out to the First Empire viewers. We'll be basically focusing on Combox TV for the watchalongs in English, and for the post match, we'll split between English and English. So the English one will go on First Empire, and English will go on this channel. So for future also, since we're going to do the watchalongs almost daily, so just tune into Combox TV for the watchalong.
Yeah. On that note, Rob, do you think anyway the table's getting turned with 1-2 quick wickets?
No, I think the ball's too wet right now. So
Yeah.
the ball looked to me like it was getting soft in that first innings, and it's very hard for a
Yeah.
ball this wet to have too much, to cause too much trouble for the batting team. I think they've got so much in hand here. As long as they don't do anything really daft, that basically, if they play slow and let the rain do its thing, they'll win anyway. They're 15
Yeah.
ahead of DLS right now.
Already. Yeah.
Which is a long way ahead, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
I
what
was
DT need to do is get aggressive and go wicket hunting now. Get Prab on.
Yeah.
Get Prasidh on, and go wicket hunting, because if they can go bang bang now and then it rains when they're ahead, do you know what I mean? That they have to think
Yes.
as if this game is won and lost in the next 15 minutes.
the rain's gotten
Yeah.
heavier for sure across the last
Yeah.
two balls itself. Yeah.
By the way, Rashid's this over was much better than all the previous overs,
Yes.
even in the previous seasons overs. It's much better
But
now.
just one thing to ask here, there's a comment here, bringing in a forward short leg that's extremely attacking captaincy. Is just the act of bringing in a forward short leg in and of itself a sign of attacking captaincy? Because the batter is Shreyas Iyer. He is a terrific player of spin. It's not like I get it, when you bring in a forward short leg to someone who struggles against spin, they tend to defend a lot more. So you want to just build a bit of that pressure. To someone like a Shreyas Iyer who actually
Oh,
enjoys spin, what purpose
rain is
is a
very
forward short leg actually serving there?
Akshay, it's more to do with him not playing too much of regular cricket off late. So, like, certain times that there are little butterflies, because considering the fact that he's captaining the side, and post his injury, that spleen injury that he had in Australia, there's hardly been any cricket for him. So, like, he's been on and off, and it's been like 6 months almost. So,
Yeah,
in last 6 months is hardly any cricket for him. So, you like, even though you're a big player, there are very high chances that there must be some butterflies, some
Shot, mate.
uncertainties, and also why not maximize it?
Beautiful.
Amazing.
Okay, by the way,
This
your initial look, looks on Ashok, Kumar, Deepak, and Rob, like what you guys noticed, anything, one for the taking or one for the future?
I haven't watched him, so I looked at his numbers when I saw that he got picked, and all I had that he's got loads of wickets in his 10 games domestically, but I don't know who it was against. I don't know what the standard was. 22 wickets in 10 T20s is absolutely loads. But if I'm GT here, I have to bowl
Sorry for my reaction.
my purple cap guy as he's belted for another 6. You
Oh,
have a
Yes, and
you have a senior Indian
Smooth.
bowler in your side. You have to take a wicket right now. He got the most wickets in the IPL last year. Why
yeah,
is Ashok who gets the ball and just bombs it in short to Shreyas, this soaking wet bar of soap now,
and
and he goes,
if
all
you
right, I'll
have to
take it.
bowl him short, you have to bowl him little outside the off stump. Make
off
him,
stump, yeah.
yeah, exactly. This is like helping
Yeah,
him all the way because
l-
it's Shreyas has worked like how to come inside the line of the ball and to basically just whack it. This third one was still better. This third
better. Yeah,
short ball was still better, but yeah,
yeah, not ideal, but still better than what he's just
I
helping the
I
pace.
I had a discussion with somebody last season who had seen him with RR. So the thing was that sometimes he looked really impressive in the nets, Ashok, but during the match time and during the simulation practice, he tends to go a little haywire. So this is what we have seen from him today. Also, for me, he looks more like Navdeep Saimi, the younger version of him, a skiddy kind of a bowler, like somebody who can generate pace. But for this level, you will have to have little more to it because you can surprise people with pace in domestic, definitely, because this is a very rare commodity to have, and he has the potential to reach 150 plus. But at this level, I think you need to add a little more to your repertoire. So I'm totally agree with this. That Prasidh should have taken the ball by now. So it's like
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
understand.
but
Like
these games ain't helping IPL. Uh, all the matches looked very similar. This almost we can call it as a one-sided from now at least.
yeah, it's a one-sided match.
Yeah.
Surely a one-sided match. So and now
But somewhere,
you're left with yeah,
yeah, no, continue.
left with last 9 overs, and you're basically going to bowl Prasidh Krishna consistently from one end. So like it hardly makes any sense to me. So like what
And
exactly?
somewhere I
Maybe
also feel, yeah, like conditions, they've also sort of been handed a raw deal in terms of the conditions. Like Rob mentioned, I was actually looking forward to the post power play phase because I was expecting the ball to go shorter. So Punjab batters would then struggle a bit to go through with their shots. Moisture has just ensured that none of that is happening. The ball's still coming on through to the bat very nicely. And I don't think GT have helped themselves with some of their bowling plans so far.
yes. They've been too predictable. They're like on pace majority of the times. They haven't changed, varied their pace much, and it too much
No.
of I would say sameness to their pace bowling attack so far.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, had this been
Understood
a red ball,
why.
yeah, a red ball game in Cape Town, perfect bowling lineup. Go for it. When it's an IPL happening in India on highways more
Oh
often than
man,
not sure. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
man.
It's just
this
clean ball
was
striking this from Connolly, in it. Very clean.
He's yeah, he's just playing like he's playing in the nets.
I
No,
think that
but
with
this is
Conley,
So
how it
clean.
is, it feels like as if he's late on the shot, and then this whip comes in at the end moment. It's like zoop. So
And very quick
this is
ball.
why during one of the ODIs, I had said this in the post match that he gives me the glimpses of Michael Bevan, somebody who would just get that whip into his shots at the last moment and submit, and then people have roasted me post that. They were like, how can you even compare somebody so young with Michael Bevan? I said, like, I could see the glimpses of him in that. Some of his drives on the offside, the last microsecond whip that he gets into the shots is pretty similar to what we used to see with Michael Bevan. So,
I think I've come up with even more blasphemous takes than that. I once went on to say, and I still stand by it. I mean, that's what I felt. When I saw Venkatesh Iyer, for some reason, I felt that he reminds me of David Gower. Not that I've seen him live, whatever I've seen, tall, left-hander, the way he moves, that's it. I never said he's the same batter, but yeah, so I've come up with
like,
more, yeah.
Padikkal in the last innings was kind of giving you that impression of David Gower in some of the shots. He was like the kind of deft touches that he was getting on the leg side had those glimpses of him, but I didn't compare his skill set to Michael Vaughan. You cannot do that. Like, but I say like
Exactly. Yeah.
his style
Ouch.
of play, his shots look
Yeah.
little similar to that.
No,
Connolly is
and the
just
whippage.
collapsed Shreyas at the other end.
That's the last thing you want to do to your captain, I guess.
Yeah. Is that on the hand?
Oh,
Yeah.
He should
That
go
was
off.
bad.
He should go off now.
Oh, yeah, that stings.
on
That
the-
would sting.
that's some serious hit.
That's
Oh.
that's
I
hardly.
thought it has hit his body.
No, that's on fan.
Oh, the
No,
way
he
he's
put his hand in
grimacing
the
in
way.
pain. Yeah. That
It
doesn't look good.
looks. Oh, that was a bloody hit, and that was bang on.
Onto his hand.
Yeah.
Actually, he's trying to
Is
stop
that
the
the
ball by
wrist?
his hand. No, not the wrist, but
It's not the
this
wrist; it's the
part.
palm.
Somewhere,
Palm only.
yeah,
Okay.
somewhere.
Palm,
The
nearer
palm
to
and
the palm.
the palm and the thumb. Yeah.
I guess that
That's
is a
purely
silver
palm.
lining. If it is the palm, that's still some sort of a no. But the way he's holding his wrist, I'm not sure like where exactly was
It
the
might have
impact.
must have given a jerk to his wrist also, na, because of the
Fair,
shot.
fair. Yeah.
Because while catching, you're mentally prepared. Like in such a situation, you are kind of having loose hands also, na. So it
Yeah,
might have
yeah.
given a jerk to his hand also.
And also about Connolly's whippage, that shot, the cut shot that he played of Rabada, if I'm not wrong, the flattish six. Again, just all hands, but the way he was able to get there in time, it was not a bad delivery at all. It was a
Exactly.
shade outside off stump, a length ball. He's managed to cut it past point for a six. So definitely he's got the raw skills that that you would want in an IPL number 3. But like Rob also mentioned, the numbers that he came in with, was that the greatest of picks? No, but again, if results come your way, I don't think it
The
matters.
thing is, right, if you're Ricky Ponting, I get it, because Connolly has what he has shown in his career so far is he is a big game player, right? The first thing he did basically was come in when Perth were dead and buried in the final of the Big Bash. He was just a kid, and he won them the final. It was really, really good innings in the chase. And then since then, when they've called upon him, Australia have a couple of times, and he's batted and bowled really well. Like he seems to rise to the challenge. So I guess if you're Connolly and you've got someone like Ricky Ponting pumping your tyres up and saying, "Come on, lad, I am going to build the team around you at number 3. I think you're awesome." He's done lots of good things in cricket. I don't know how good a barometer is. We spoke about this the other day. The Big Bash is to how good you're going to be in the IPL. He had a bad season in the Big Bash, but he's clearly got loads of talent. And if Ponting, who's one of the best cricket minds I've ever listened to, thinks he can do it, and he's going to put his arm around him and say, "Right, kid, what a guy to learn from, right? And how to do the right things in cricket." And if he does come off here, 65 not out or whatever, how good is he going to be feeling for the rest of the season?
Exactly.
I don't understand how Stoinis gets in this team, because his numbers and his output are just steadily deteriorating. There's an argument that Stoinis is on the way out because he's knocking on a bit, right? Whereas that you can't have that argument with Connolly. He's definitely got loads of potential. He's already done good things, and he's really young. So Connolly, it's easy to make the case for it when he's smoking it everywhere. But Stoinis wouldn't have got in my nor would Connolly, to be fair. I wouldn't have picked either of them because Omazai didn't. Omazai is somebody who is improving all the time.
Yes.
Played in the final last time, didn't he? Last year.
Yes. He did.
I thought he looked really good in the World Cup. I thought his bowling looked very good in the World Cup. So
Yes.
I don't
It has
think
picked up again.
he done anything to get kicked out of the team. But we'll see how they go. It's interesting that they just pick a load of Aussies because Ricky's in charge. But that's up
By
to
the way,
him.
Rob,
He's in charge, isn't he?
are we? Is there any issue with Stoinis bowling and all? Like, is he full fit? How about that? Like,
Let me look him up. I don't know.
I think it was not
Big
required
bowling
today, but this
feedback.
is the kind of
Exactly,
surface where
yeah.
you want him to bowl.
exactly.
Because
That's what I was.
he
My
has a
next question
good
was.
change of pace, good hardline balls, where he brings in those cutters and all those things into picture. But he was just
He
not
does.
required today.
Yeah, he does bowl a good heavy ball, but when when your first choice bowlers are bowling well, there's no reason to just throw him in over.
Exactly.
So,
Because
fair.
like Punjab didn't get. I think they were just not threatened throughout the innings. Like it just never looked like, apart from like couple of first overs or 3 overs, I would say, that GT was kind of getting any momentum into their innings. So they just didn't need it.
Only for the
And once
first
again,
3 overs in GT's innings, we felt like, oh, they weren't threatened at all. But then it just got deteriorated on the go. But then in Punjab's innings, leave about threatening
Prasidh
part. They
finally comes in. Sorry to cut you guys off, but finally,
uh,
13th over 53 needed of 48
Yeah,
balls.
when he came on to bowl, Prasid, then they were
low.
2%
He
to win
flicked
the
it.
game. He gets a wicket first
Can you
ball.
imagine the first?
2% to win the game, 98% to lose. Give the ball to your gun wicket taker, and he takes a wicket first ball. Where was
First
he
ball.
45 minutes ago, guys?
That's a
Yeah,
shocker. Are
makes
you telling
sense.
me that your premier wicket taker actually comes in and takes a wicket? Oh my goodness. This is brand new information.
Wow.
This is,
This is a
yeah.
new revelation for
Yeah.
GT.
Ashish Nehra must be wondering, oh, okay, I need to give my wicket takers over
It's
soon.
like kind of sending this message out that you don't see anybody else doing the finishing job, because now the poor guy has to bowl 4 overs on the trot. Like in this match, it was not even required. The match would be done by 16th over, I would say. 17th over for that matter.
I think
But
better for Shreyas here that he could get that palm, whatever it is, rested.
and
And
I mean, in all fairness, I don't think this wicket was down to Prasidh doing something out of the blue. It was a fairly innocuous delivery, but either
Yes.
way, where was he all along? And I can't fine. I still understand. I mean, I won't say I understand, but I'm still willing to give Nehra and the entire think tank the benefit of doubt if they're rigid with their batting lineup. How can you be rigid with your bowling? I mean, yeah, with your bowling plans. Don't you have to adapt based on who the batters are, based on how the conditions are, based on what the equation is? How can you just decide, yeah, this guy is he's going to bowl the last 4 overs. I mean, he's going to bowl each of his overs in the second half, and that's it. Just stick to it.
Yeah, it ignores the scoreboard, doesn't it? And it ignores your percentage chance of winning the game, which I don't think enough teams pay attention to. It's like
I
we,
had a
we
word with. Yes.
yeah,
Please,
go on,
please,
mate.
please
Sorry.
No, please continue. I'll say it later.
So we have I work with various analysts and speak to some team analysts and stuff, and obviously with lots of gambling people, and there's software out there that basically does captaincy for you, right? It says if you've told me all the data, right, and the data's right, so I'm going to run 1 million simulations now, and when this guy is batting, and you are this percentage chance to win the game, you must bring this type of bowler on. Therefore, you've got these choices. These are the 6 bowlers, 7 bowlers you've told me you've got. You have to pick this one, and if you pick this one, the odds will move this much, and you are going to become 3 or 4% more likely to win the game. And if you pick this one, if you bowl Ashwin to Narayan, the worst matchup ever, if you bowl Ashwin, you're going to be more likely to lose this game. So don't do it. And I think I'm not saying you should just plug a computer in and make your decisions, because how on earth can someone like me go, Ricky, you don't know what you're on about, mate? Because he's got one of the greatest minds in the history of the world when it comes to cricket. You can hear him saying this stuff. But it does feel like they go, some teams, and I like Gujarat. I like Gujarat doing things differently and banking on the top 3, anchoring and then exploding. They need a finisher if they're going to do it that way. But I like it because I don't want to see every team doing the Punjab way of we're going to whack every ball, because then cricket gets a bit more boring, right? But it does feel like occasionally that teams go, this is the plan. You're going to bat. This is number 1 batsman. This is number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's what it is. End of story. And you're going to bowl these overs and you're going to bowl these overs. That definitely isn't the route to optimizing your chances of winning. You must be able to change stuff if the game changes. Sorry, Deepak, what are you going to say, mate?
No. That's only like I was just giving this information about Vadera. So I had a word with his dad a couple of days back, and he was telling me that he was smoking runs for fun in the practice matches and in their intra-squad things and stuff. So he's in a good nick. So according to his dad, but then it's a dad thing also. So you never know.
So Vadera's dad thinks he's good. Is that the headline?
No. He said
you know,
he's in good nick. He's batting well in the nets and all.
But one thing, since you mentioned practice games, I used to initially think that I take practice game results with a pinch of salt. But after having seen, how these games have panned out, it's more like a jug full of salt. Like everyone's just feeding slot balls. The clips go online and everyone's like, oh, this guy's the biggest 6-hitter ever produced on planet Earth. I'm
Another
like,
drop.
you feed a slot ball to anyone You're more often than not expected to hit 6 out of that. Oh!
How irony it would be, like him coming and taking all both the set batters. And by the way, Deepak, when you said that you spoke to Neha Vadera's dad, and you took a proper pause of 1 second. He's smoking. Then I thought like you are going to give nice headlines to all the news channels tomorrow
No,
morning.
no, he's smoking in sense he's really batting well in the net. So,
I'm just
but like
putting it.
his dad is super passionate about cricket. So
Yeah,
he
you mentioned this many times in this channel.
So this was a drop, right? Should have been taken.
Yeah.
That would have been two. Would have been
That would
two
have
for
been two.
Prasidh in his first over. Was that
Wow.
Wadera he dropped?
Yep, that was Vadera.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
yeah. So we have a super chat.
No. That wasn't Vadera. I think that was Cooper Con.
No, that was
isn't it?
Vadera. No,
Now
it was
gone.
Vadera.
Oh, now
Yeah, that was Vadera. So yeah, so Hertz manager. Oh, young bloods, especially the cute middle one is Robbie uncle and Jared uncle. so Jared is doing a commentary on Talksport today, so that's why he couldn't come in. And Robbie is out for some meetings, a couple of them. So we had a meeting earlier also, and then he had to basically. So he's planning something amazing for the audience, Robbie. So he's kind of having different talks with different people to pull that off. So we're another wicket, guys.
Yeah. Andy is saying that would you take the 18 crore cap hit for Cummins in T20? I think this year, after Cummins return to the side, we have to see a change in the bowling mentality, if not at least in the results, or else we are going to see a lot of flack being given to SRH. What do you think, Rob? Like,
Yeah, I mean, SRH's plan is we don't need any bowlers since Cummins is gone. Let's just see how hard we can whack it, and then somebody might take some wickets. And I don't think Cummins was ever the guy in T20s. He got better, but
Yes.
the KKR version, I preferred his batting than his bowling. Really, like he's as good at Test match bowling as he is. I didn't think he transferred his skills particularly well. I think he got a lot of the money because he's called Pat Cummins and he's obviously a good captain and nice guy and can bat as well. Like, there's loads of reasons why you would pick him. He can bowl really fast. He can bowl different deliveries, right? I get it, but he's not an elite T20 player for me. He's got better because he's brilliant at cricket. If I was running an IPL team, and presumably one of them will watch one of these watch-alongs one day and just make me head of the franchise immediately. If I was running a IPL team, I wouldn't be all that interested in gun Test match Australian cricketers right now, because it looks like their workloads are being managed and they're being told, what they need to do. I'm not criticizing anybody here, but they're being told what they need to do to stay optimally fit for Test match cricket. I mean, there's an argument that Cameron Green or his people have basically conned the IPL and said,
Yes.
oh yeah, I'm not going to bowl, I'm afraid. And they said at the time it was an accident that he got put down as a batsman, didn't they, at the auction? And they've since come out and said, well, he was never going to be allowed to bowl. Well, he's not a number 3 for 2 million quid, is he? Or how many crores that is? How many crores was he? 23 or something?
It's like
it's
almost
not-
3 million, I would say. It's almost 3 million, I would say.
3.5, no? Yeah.
Right. He's not a number.
25 CR, it's almost 3 million. Almost 3 million, you can say.
Wow. Okay, but he's not a number 3 of that quality, is he?
I mean, like,
But
my personal
just to be
assessment-
clear, he's still expected to. Get back to bowling.
I think,
right? A slight aside.
sorry, there was a super chat. I can just answer that. Rohan, I've asked Shravan because I had shared it on our Discord last year. I don't have the document because I changed my laptop. I hope Shravan would be able to get that for us.
Yeah.
So,
Rohan,
because
just-
even I would also need that because we had put in a lot of effort last year, but I don't have it right now with me. So
for sure, like we could share it in WhatsApp group, or else because it's a exclusive group, we could even share it. Is it allowed for us to share it on our channel? So if it is allowed, then keep an eye on our channel.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, we
on
can,
the posts
because-
and all.
yeah, but just because even I would also like to find it because I don't have it with me right now.
Rob,
I'm sure we share
one
it on the Discord group. Sorry to kind of.
burning question is like, is it been told to CG, I mean Cameron Green, that he would be only doing half of his job, or is it's just an assumption, or he's going to start bowling after one point of time?
I heard he wasn't fit to bowl or wasn't meant to bowl. So Cricket Australia are giving instructions out to these players, is my understanding. And I mean, they're not great at telling everybody what's actually going on, because at the start of the Ashes, they said Hazelwood was going to miss the first test. And then it was like, oh, he might miss the second one, actually. We haven't seen him since. That's 4 months ago, 5 months ago. Cummins was like, yeah, I'm absolutely fine. I'll play the second half or whatever. He played one test match and then back to being wrapped in cotton wool, as that looked like another one for Prasidh.
It looks like.
Who'd
And
have
the rain
thought
got heavier.
that bowling your gun bowler would be a good idea?
And it's almost neck to neck this match
good
right
ball.
now.
No.
Oh boy, it's like the Pars Duckworth lowest score was 107 before this ball, but the wicket definitely would have changed the whole complexion of the
for
match.
sure.
So I'm very sure it's almost there. It might be
1,
touch
2
and go
runs
for
here
both
and
the
there.
sides.
Yeah.
Here and
Yeah.
there.
And
He's
technically,
right
this
on the
would be
money,
the
isn't he?
last. Yeah,
Why the
this
hell
was a
would
damn
you
good
wait
ball.
for him to come this late and make an impact in this match?
Just
Who
to
could have
remind you
done it?
guys, 2% to win the game before he got the ball, and now they're 25.
I'm probably overthinking this, but I'm scared that Nehra will feel vindicated if GT go on to win this game with Prasidh doing well
Exactly.
in these last few overs. I hope he doesn't double down on this, thinking, I was right all along. I knew this game, guys. Just chill.
But
I
this
hope,
is
I hope,
actually
yeah.
a humdinger now. It's not going to be that
Yeah.
easy, to be honest. Because
It's
yes,
absolutely pinpoint. Same thought which popped in my head. Like, Nera doesn't. I hope that he won't double down on this.
so
Saying
can
that
anybody give
because
us the
take all
duck?
the credit
What
if
is the
they win.
DLS score right now? I'm very sure it must be on the internet.
let me check the Quick Buzz app. Do we have anywhere? No, it hasn't.
They have
It was
got quite a lot of
107
backing
just
press.
before this over, but I'm very sure
just
this
before
wicket
that
would have
wicket.
changed. Yeah, it would have
Yeah.
changed post this wicket.
Okay.
So I'm very sure it's almost there, thereabout.
Post this
sure.
wicket, GT's chances were boomed from 6% to 34%,
Boy.
according to Crick Buzz.
A wicket usually means
And-
10 to 15 runs, yeah.
Yeah,
But then-
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why like DLS would have been almost at par right now. So like, I'm not
Yeah,
sure
yeah.
which team is having an advantage. At the
Okay,
moment,
let's not put that topic under the carpet. Like, what's wrong with Vadera and Shashank? What happened? Like, it's all set and done. All they need to do is just play a normal cricketing shots, play a normal game, and then anything.
No, but
Any observations?
once again, not an easy surface to bat on. There's no point.
exactly
I feel
as we
going in-
mentioned
yeah,
that losing set batters on this surface is not a good idea. So
yeah.
this is where
But then
Shreyas
just a
Iyer's wicket
counterpoint
is
to that is it isn't the score isn't challenging, by the way. Like, it's not even
no,
more than
but
irrespective, yeah.
but Shravan, just see like 119 for 2 at the end of 13.4 overs. So like GT was also bossing by now. So they were in fact better than Punjab at this moment. So
Yes.
Punjab is 118 for 5 after 14.2. So they bottled up after that. So like next 5 overs, 32 balls, they just scored 31 runs for the loss of 4 wickets. So definitely once the ball gets a little softer, this pitch becomes even more difficult to score runs. And we have seen this in T20s. Post the 10 overs, things become difficult on these kind of surfaces when the ball gets a little softer. It's
Also,
clearly
have
looking
they-
like that.
Just one thing to add here, like, of course, we were talking about how Dio has played a role and all. Did they change the ball, by the way, after the 10th over?
I haven't checked. I haven't kept. I was not able to keep track of that,
Okay.
so
Yeah,
not
that
updated
could
on that.
potentially also help GT's case if they have gone for a slightly drier, newer ball. It would have
Exactly.
made it easier for Prasidh.
And
Washi
also the condition of the ball remains the same. This was so it
Yeah.
is still a softer ball. It wouldn't be a
Used, yeah.
relatively used ball. So
Correct.
Gan went on saying that Punjab losing from here would be on brand.
Well, they're
Stoney
one of the
I've
most
done that
fun
in the
teams,
past.
aren't they? They're really fun, Punjab, always have been.
yeah, they've been like that in the past
yeah.
also. But okay, so DLS par score at the fall of the 5th wicket is 113.
1-1-3.
Only 6
Okay.
runs. Oh, interesting.
Only 5 runs for that matter.
Yeah.
So par
wicket.
score. So that means Punjab is just 4 runs ahead.
Yeah,
So
correct.
par is 113. You need to be above par to win the
14.
match.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're just a boundary ahead of the Duckwood and Lewis score.
The
So
argument,
definitely it is.
sorry, the argument for GT winning here is firstly they've still got loads of balls of Prasidh left, right? Because
Yes.
Ashish Nair is a tactical genius, so they've got loads of balls left of him, and not a single batsman today has been able to score quickly on this pitch. And
Yes.
particularly at the start, like everyone that came in with the remit of right, go on, then go and whack it. None of them could do it, and they weren't even close. They were like strike rate 110 for the last 5 or 6 overs. Anyone that came in, you know, if it wasn't for Arshdeep's interesting plans, is another one. Oi, oi! We got a cricket match on our hands now, guys.
Okay.
Are we going to see a humdinger?
Stoinis.
50-50 now.
And Stoinis looks so.
It was 2%
Yeah.
when he came on to bowl. It's 50-50.
Bro has turned the match on its head, guys.
Rob,
So,
I think from now
our-
onwards you have to take suggestions from Ashish Nehra.
So this is
We are in
Nehra ji's
New.
masterclass.
Exactly.
He's outwitted all of us.
Oh
Come
my
on,
God. But
Deepak,
what
I
on
mean,
earth
like,
was
no, this is-
Stoinis
Surely.
doing? Yeah. No, but why would you know? There's literally
Yeah.
like you. Oh man, I can't.
Come on, Deepak sir. No. We cannot back this thought of like, oh, he out thought of like all of us. Like this just happened. I mean, like, why would you give your star bowler this late when you have so many runs in your bucket? That's just
But
an
You want to
extra added question.
you want to demoralize the opposition, no? After such a loss,
No,
you're
there's
eliminating
that,
one top 4 teams. This is the only rationale that comes to my mind. Because you want to like if Punjab goes on to lose this match from here, it'll be a massively demoralizing defeat. And
Yeah.
they
True.
kind of did the same to GT last season. Remember the first match where GT was
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
bossing
yeah,
the chase,
230
and
plus,
then
yeah.
Vaishak kind of came in and spammed the whole thing. And
Yeah,
those
yeah,
wide
yeah.
Yorkers to Rutherford. So, and they did it in Ahmedabad. So Punjab went to their home ground on a mixed soil surface. They did it to GT. So GT is kind of doing the favors. They're returning the favors now.
No, but
By the
what
way,
I
you-
will say is
you-
if Punjab bottles the game from here, it'll make for a very exciting watch along. That I can assure.
Yeah, and then by the way,
They have already bottled
just to
up.
update, GT had gone past Punjab in like winning percentage. It's in winning percentage. It's 56% GT.
DLS also, surely.
Yeah, surely. Yeah, it would have kicked on by 6 to 8 runs, if not more.
Aqua Blaze has a beautiful question. How come Ashish Nehra made Prasidh Krishna look like this much good bowler in GT while in international cricket? It's the surfaces, I would say, Aqua Blaze, because Ahmedabad, you would have seen the match in ODI series also, Ahmedabad and this surface where the square boundaries are pretty huge, straight boundaries are short, and surface kind of becomes little tacky. Like Prasidh is like your go-to man, because be it red soil, be it black soil, this LOL soil, he would always do better because that's his go-to grounds. And also, he gets that spongy bounce on these tacky surfaces. It becomes really difficult. So these surfaces suit him
Interesting ball
really well.
coming up. Oh,
Beyond bizarre to the
imagine-
way. Yeah.
So imagine the
fast.
guy who was not even supposed to play this match, Copper Kunle, is
One
now
more wicket
standing
of
between
Kunle.
GT and the match would be done. But it's like they have what? They have Vaishak to come, they have Arshdeep to come, they have Bartlett to come.
Bartlett can bat.
but
Yeah. So can
Patrick can
Vaishak for what it. Yeah, Vaishak
But on
has a
this
lucky century.
surface, on
He's
this
not the guy.
surface-
He's not the guy you want. The thing is, so it's back to Rabada now, which is interesting because his second over was junk, wasn't it today? If they can make the run rate a thing towards the end, you don't want to have to get 10, 11 off Prasidh, do you?
Yes.
You know, you certainly don't want to get more than that.
KGs
Going back
to
to
attack.
Nehra, like he knew what he was doing with bowling. He got the most out of his career bowling wise, didn't he? So maybe he is a great guy to have as Connolly just smashes one
Four.
behind square for 4. maybe he is partly responsible for turning Prasidh into a really good T20 bowler, because he just looked like somebody that didn't quite have the skills initially. He's 30 now, isn't he, Prasidh? Something like that.
Yes, exactly.
But he's a gun T20 bowler now. Good,
Yeah,
good. Not
definitely,
that from
Nehra
Holland.
has turned it around for him. No doubt about it. We have to give credit to Nehra, because outside of GT, he just looks half the bowler. But I think, like, we have seen it in Sydney Test match also. Once the surface becomes little spongy, little tacky, he is your go-to bowler. We have seen that in England also. Like, Prasidh becomes a different bowler altogether on a bouncy surface. Like oval, there was bounce, he was still able to do something on that surface.
I think we need to give it to Connolly too.
Very good knock.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant
No
knock.
one has scored a half century. We have seen both sides batting. So
But
it's absolutely.
Rabada is just making even little sense, with each passing delivery, the length he's bowling here. It's,
Yeah.
I
And that
don't
too
know.
on pace.
It's almost like you know what exactly you don't have to do, and you choose to do just that. Like,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you cannot even say that we should not have predicted this, because this is the exact same phase where GT was also struggling big time.
for
So
sure.
surely the pitch and the ball has a lot to do with this kind
But
of a
that at
performance.
that
But
point of
yes,
time, it was not raining this heavily. Now it's literally it's a heavy drizzle, to be honest, and it's
Good on the
constant.
umpires for keeping him out there, though. It's
and
nice to
and
see.
seriously,
That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
exactly. And seriously, Shreyas Iyer's injury and that wicket has been such a critical thing today.
Rob, good. No, not only good on umpires, good on sponsors too. They won't let you. Shot. That's a good one. It's a back foot punch. Bye. I think still, because now if they would have scored that 170 odd, 175 odd, now
This would have been a different chase
game
altogether.
altogether. Yeah.
Exactly.
Still, it's all with one main wicket of Conley. We never know what's going to happen then. I'm
Exactly,
absolutely
and
sure
I
that.
think Prasidh's 2 overs are going to be critical here. I don't see him going for plenty, the kind of form, the kind of rhythm he's in right now. And with 3 wickets in
Is
two
it a
overs,
wide?
that's like a lot of confidence behind him too.
Okay. This is one for the over.
Properly coming down this rain,
And this is the proper short ball. It's 119 case, and that's perfect for this particular
This kind
pitch.
of a surface.
That's what Akshay was saying from a long time. Like, what exactly is he doing for a long time? Do you see?
Seriously. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Six more.
no, six it is.
Rabada. I don't think Rabada's going to last the season. He didn't look himself in the World Cup. He didn't. What did he play? 4 games for this lot last time. Last season.
This is what we were discussing in the first innings also, na?
Right.
That Rabada is not the same T20 bowler that he used to be 6 years down the line. 6 years
Because he's
back.
played too much, I think. I think that's the problem. It's a bit like Shaheen and Naseem Shah and Jofra
Exactly.
Archer to some extent. When they're that good, young, and they just go, okay, you're going to play for us in all formats all the time, and you're going to go on the franchise circuit. Like the body can't cope with that sort of stuff.
Exactly.
Even with the aeroplanes, take the cricket out of it. Going on planes that often is no good for your back, over and over again. And he's 30 now, Rabada, but really, how old is that in normal years? Do you know what I mean? When you play, and the comment here, Rabada is shit. No, he isn't. He's absolutely brilliant. But he's tired. And Jofra Archer isn't shit when he gets smashed. He's tired, and his body doesn't work as well as it should do. Same thing with Shaheen and Naseem, right?
It's too much of cricket these guys play.
These kids are
the kind of
being
bodies they have.
absolutely. They're being made to play boatloads of cricket in all different formats in loads of different countries all the time. And what you're seeing, I think, from Rabada now, as his numbers dwindle a bit, is he's knackered. That's what he looks like to me. It's not that he's bad at cricket. He's absolutely amazing at cricket, but he just looks, understandably pretty tired.
But the problem is, Jason Holder is the alternative. And I'm not sure if Jason Holder himself is a very good option or is an option that would give me a lot of
Six again,
confidence in Rabada's. Instead of Rabada. So
But
again.
he can
Yeah.
solve the batting conundrum also, no? So he kind of fits into that. The
That's
kind of
true, but
form he's
again,
in. Oh,
Can we call it a game now?
short,
pretty
bro,
close.
short.
I think this is. Oh, look
I
at
think
this
you have
innings.
to
We have
adjust.
only 4 fours and 13 sixes in this innings.
Wow.
That was
The
That's
Punjab
quite
something,
way.
interesting.
yeah.
The
And
Punjab
actually, there
way.
was something I was wondering if that was a conscious choice. Like, was that something they focused on? Because Gujarat Titans had just the 3 sixes and about 20 odd fours in their innings, and it's practically the inverse for Punjab. I'm not sure if it was a plan as such, or was it a focus to hit it more in the air, or was it just happened to be the case?
No, I think as the franchises are set up, looking at last year's stats, so one popular market over here to bet on is who's going to score the most fours and who's going to score the most sixes. And Gujarat are the team that they kind of always get the most fours and they don't very often get the most sixes because they don't play like that, right? So how they play today is how they play. They defer risk. That's their strategy, is defer risk and then build the innings and then go bang at the end. Whereas Punjab's is smash the hell out of it at the start, smash the hell out of it at the middle, smash the hell out of it at the end as well. And as West Indies showed everybody, the first World Cup they won, dots don't matter that much if you hit loads of sixes. And
Yes.
Punjab have assembled a team where they've sixes all the way down here. This is their number 8 wandering in and smashing the best bowler for 6, right? They've got
Yes.
sixes all the way down. Like Shreyas is an unbelievable 6-hitter against spin.
And
Both the openers
also,
felt them.
I think for Marco, it also it's also the confidence thing, right? Because this is what he did to Prasidh in that ODI series. So
Good point.
because I think he almost won them that first match in Ranchi, where he went bonkers, and I think he took down Prasidh Krishna in that match.
It's a good ball, that.
That ODI in Ranchi, where I think
ODI you meant?
the first ODI in Ranchi, where he went bonkers and got out to Kuldeep, I guess, like maybe a half tracker. Like where
That
he was
too after
scoring almost
smashing him.
Yeah. I think he was almost scoring a 200 strike rate in that match. It must have given a lot of confidence to him.
70 off 39 he got that day. And you're right. Good memory, Deepak. You're very good at picking out scores from games, like much better than me. Like your memory's very, very good. Yeah, they got 350 and they were on the way to chasing it before they got him out. Corbin Bosch got a load, didn't he, that day as well?
Yeah, and that too after 11 for 3 in that match because
that's right. Yeah, 11 for 3 and they were 310 for 8 and then bang bang.
And in one point of time they were like, after Brevis got out and after Britsky and this guy Marco Jansen got in, I think they were smoking runs for fun, like what 90 odd in like 50 balls or something.
Yeah, amazing.
Actually, we felt that they were out of the game, but then
yeah, exactly. Then Kuldeep just somehow out of nowhere was able to take all those wickets. Must have given a lot of confidence.
I think even Kuldeep went for runs on that day.
Yeah, but he took 4 wickets also in that match.
Yeah.
Good ball again from Prasidh. This will be reviewed, wide call, because I don't think that was a wide. Jansen backed away miles.
It should be reviewed.
God, how long? What were you guys doing during the 20th over of the first innings? Did you take it in turns to have a nap during that over? I mean, we know what the plan was, but bloody hell. And then 25 minutes to review one of the wides. It was definitely wide earlier in the innings. They don't know how to make a game go on the IPL, don't they?
Yeah, this is exactly the discussion we had at that time. We had a call with the MLC people yesterday, and they were talking about stuff that how can they actually reduce the size of the game from 4 hours to 3 hours. I said, like, come to the IPL part of it. They're trying to do the other way around.
Yeah, exactly.
They're making a 4-hour game a 5-hour or maybe an infinite game. So like they want to basically come up with some funky rules, funky stuff where they could actually reduce the size of the game from 4 hours to 3 hours. They're like a completely different thought process altogether because they want it to be a more marketable product for the Western market, right? So with IPL, I think they're going the other way around. So the matches just don't seem to end. It's so difficult for you to plan a post-match in IPL.
It really is.
I know.
I keep saying to my wife says to me, like, what time are you going to be back for dinner? I'm like, I've got no idea. Like, if they're reviewing wides for 10 minutes, just absolutely no idea. But the IPL, I think, you know, going back to the Dhoni and Jadeja days where they were spending, you know, 50 balls knocking off off 70 runs or whatever, when they really didn't need to. I think a lot of people used to say that the longer they can make this chase last, the more money they get from the advertising and the TV adverts and all that
Exactly.
sort of thing. I don't know whether that's still a thing now, but it's I mean, we all know that the tactical timeout is just a few more adverts for the revenue, right? That's what that's
Exactly.
for. And when
that
you
too
see
in a
them
match
take
where there's a drizzle.
yeah, exactly
Just
right.
imagine.
The umpires could be saying, "Listen, lads, it's raining. Should we finish the game instead?" And they're like, "Well, I mean, when you see them take the tactical timeout when they need one run off 60 balls with 8 wickets in hand, it's like, what's the tactics here, lads? Like, what should we try and do? Score the run? Yep. And what should the bowlers try and do?
And
Take
then
9
there's
wickets?
so much. There's so many meme content on them, like like two bowlers discussing. You take 5 wickets in 1 over, and then I'll take the hat trick and we'll win this. So that's the only tactical discussion they can have.
By the way,
Can
just
one-
coming back to the game, why is Ashok Sharma bowling here? Like, Siraj has to. I get it, Siraj is not the greatest of death bowlers, but
why
an
him?
inexperienced
Exactly.
Ashok Sharma, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, if he can get another
Exactly.
couple of dots here, you know, we're back in the game again. Because
yeah,
what
actually,
Jansen should be doing is just get bat on ball and get down the other end. Because if he eats up this over with dots, that's the thing with Marco early is he can. We all know he's got the 6 in his locker because he's an amazing striker of the ball. But he tends to do his best belting when he's facing balls and that. But dots is not what they need now. They need 20 off 16. Just keep the scoreboard moving. If he joins the dots here, Ashok, then they're back in the game. Very difficult task, mind you.
And it seems like he has a good back of the hand slower ball also.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Have you
It's
guys
been a
seen
lot
much
of
of
pressure.
Ashok? Have any of you seen him play before?
yes, at the domestic level, but not like maybe like couple of overs. That's it. But like
actually,
I saw one match where he turned the match on its head. I think it was in Vijay Hazare. That was in Vijay Hazare, yes, where he turned the match on its head. I saw that match. I saw that spell of his. But that was pace on majority of the time. He just kind of blasted the opposition.
I mean, that's what he's known for, like his ability to bowl in excess of 145. So that's all right. Not too bad. Another dot ball.
what if this over goes for only 4 runs and the preceding over, the upcoming over would be bowled by Prasidh Krishna?
But will the final over then once again go back to Ashok Sharma?
If this one
I
goes
d-
before it, probably will.
Yeah,
I would.
that's
Yes.
I-
Then he
I
has
see-
made the case, I would say.
Yeah, I would see no sense if they would give it to Siraj for the only final over. That doesn't make any logical sense to me.
Because obviously the body is warm now. He's into the rhythm. Bowled over where just he gave 4 runs. Definitely, he deserves.
No, but that is again we're basing this on the fact that he will go for just 4 runs in this.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only way
Now
they
it's
can
a
make a
wicket.
match out of it.
It's a wicket.
Chalo.
What kind of a shot was that? He was trying to trying to play a
Check.
check shot or
I
what?
think the ball held the ball.
Yeah,
held
ball
on
held into the surface,
Held.
I guess.
Yeah. So he went through with it, and it was a slow one. It was also a slow one, by the way. So I think he was deceived by
Exactly.
that.
Yeah,
Beautifully
a
bowled,
good-
huh? So
yeah, he has a good
and
slower
very
one. Even
deceptive
the
change of pace because it didn't feel like he changed his action a lot.
Yeah,
even his slower ones.
Back of the hand, slower one. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Well
that.
done, well executed.
Really, really
Excellent.
good
So-
over this. Very impressive. But
and a lot of
they're-
topspin also on that ball. So there was a topspin
Yep,
also
yep,
on that
yep.
because of the back of the hand stuff.
And on top of that, his seam position is still very good. even
Consistent.
with the
Exactly.
backhand
That is
slower.
why you get the topspin because it landed on the seam. So that's a special
super
skill to
good.
be honest. Because if you're able to get that thing land on the seam, you're bound to get more. And obviously, if it's landing on the seam, it's going to grip more into the surface also.
Yep. I was just trying to
That's
think. So
special.
that's what now. Vaishak. There's Bartlett. I don't know who comes.
Bartlett
Of
now.
course, Bartlett.
It's Bartlett
Yeah.
now, but Vishak's got first class 100, hasn't he? So he can bat.
Yeah.
But Bartlett can give it a whack. I don't know what the plan should be here for Bartlett with these 2 balls now. To have a mow and let Vishak hold an end up if he needs to, or to just try and tick it over. Because again, like I was saying earlier in the over, if they keep dotting up here, it gets difficult. You've got to score off Prasidh next.
But
Given in the single,
again,
which is interesting.
personally,
Oh, wow.
I would have told Bartlett
Smart,
that this
smart
is
cricket.
think of it as a free hit. Nah, I
That is
personally would have
criminal,
told
by the way.
Bartlett. Yeah.
Letting him have 2 runs where he basically blocked the ball into the
Oh,
leg side and
he's-
just set off. That is terrible from the fielding side. You cannot give them no risk 2s when they need 19 or 14. So now
Free hit
they
for
should
Bartlett.
actually give him the single now, right? Let Bartlett have the single and let him do it against Prasidh. That's what they should do now. But the ball before, they should have dotted him up, not let him have 2.
Yeah.
But the message to Bartlett should be that just go for this. Just go for this.
It's-
You hit a 6. Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
It's a free hit.
Free
Yeah,
hit. Hit a 6,
True
be a
bit, like-
hero. If you don't, never mind.
exactly.
He's that
Phillips says the
fucking way.
same. It's criminal fielding. Again, they are looking for a 2.
Single.
No.
That's
no.
a good result. So 16 off 12 with Prasidh bowling at Bartlett now. So the market says that this is. Hang on, let me get the odds. Punjab obviously favourites, but what are they?
Yeah. let
And
me
by the
see
way,
the-
just 5 runs of the over over here. So not too bad at all from Ashok Sharma.
73% Punjab win from here.
All right.
Okay.
Fair.
It shows 71 here. That's okay. That's
Not bad.
So
Anyway.
almost the same. So that means CricBus has worked on their analytics.
Analytics.
Very
Earlier, the
unusual.
market, very unusual because the market and the CricBus info analysis, they're like pretty poles apart most of the times.
Big
but this
swing
time
coming
it-
here from Bartlett, do you think?
Maybe the variables are so less that you cannot just mess it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So that's why.
Okay. The chat
It's a
was
pretty
saying
straightforward
that
thing.
I
So
would-
that's
Whoa.
6.
That's the ball game.
Wow.
I read it this.
Boom.
Exactly.
That's the game.
Fair play to Bartlett. Good clean hit that.
Yeah. Good shot.
Yeah, this is the problem I have when you have a bowler lined up for 4 overs because it's bound to get little unpredictable. Because after the first 2 overs, you would pretty much become almost like gun down barrel kind of a bowler for the opposition batter who's smart enough because there's like so much of similarity, so much of sameness happening every over. This is the same mistake they used to do with Mohit Sharma, remember? In 2024 season or 23 season, I don't remember, like where they used to just give him those 4 overs on the trot. And after a certain point of time, it became so predictable because you would know that you're just going to have this kind of a bowling from one end and you would just line it up. And
It was the 24 season where he went for like an excess of 13 or 14 at the end of the season. He was just tonk left, right, and center all over the place. But I do agree with this. Like, you're just letting batters, are you making it easier for batters to get used to this bowler who is supposed to be a
Yes.
spearhead? Yeah, so it doesn't make a
Also,
lot
the
of
pace
sense.
will go down, right? Also, the pace will go down. You don't have a breathing space between
Yeah,
your
exactly.
spells.
So for somebody who's not on the right side of his age and considering a fast bowler, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yep. Oh, they're changing
and
the
with
ball now,
Prasidh-
by the way.
And with Prasidh, this is what I have got this feedback also. So people have played with him at NC and Cricket of Excellence. This is what they say, that he is pretty rapid for first couple of overs or maybe 3 overs and then he starts tapering off. So he's not somebody who can actually bowl long spells. You've seen that in England also in test matches.
Yeah.
If you would use him for small bursts of 2 to 3 overs, he was effective. The time you try to extend his spell, he goes all over the place. He starts because this is the kind of body he has. So he's not somebody who's
Misfield.
made up for long spells.
That's criminal.
come on.
That's Rabada, that I think. Misfield
yeah.
to I mean, a dot there is such a big deal because the misfield to get Connolly back on strike when they need less than a run of ball. Like
Exactly.
the fielding man.
Fielding and depth
Only-
batting in general, I think they have. They
Only
could have
way
made a
GT
match
can
out of.
come
They have
back.
already made a match out of it, no doubt about it. But this could have been even better.
I think 1 wicket, a couple of dots. Who knows?
So Shravan, any energy left for the post match also?
Too much, sir. Ample amount of. After, I mean, like, I would have loved this match if it would. Oh. Okay,
Four.
that's the game.
So that's the game. So should we jump onto the other one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think me and Deepak sir can jump onto the other one. Like,
Yeah.
Rob.
We'll go to the English post match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks
See
a
you
lot,
guys.
Rob.
Thanks a
Amazing,
lot.
Thanks
Akshay. Amazing
Thank
debut,
you.
I would say.
Yeah.
Thank
It's
you
your
so
first
much.
first time here on
Yeah,
Combo.
nice
It
one,
is.
guys.
It is. Yep. Happy to say that I actually started off by saying that I'm sort of the Luke Palmer's back of this stream. This last minute substitution coming in and trying to make a
and
note.
you
Happy to see
for
Punjab Kings
brilliant.
winning. Yeah. No. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Appreciate it. It was a great watch along for sure.
Yeah, even this was my
Amazing.
first watch along, but I loved to share my screen space with Akshay. I felt very comfortable. Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Thanks a lot, Rob.
Amazing, Shravan. Amazing.
Thank you.
Nice
So-
one, guys. Welcome.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay then.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Okay then. See you guys.
Yeah,
So we're
bye.
jumping on to the next one.
Yeah.
I mean, Combox is just absolutely everywhere, isn't it? Looks like I've been left on my own. So you get to watch the last couple of balls with me here, everybody. Bartlett facing up, who's just smoked an enormous 6. 4 required off 8 deliveries. Half the crowd have already decided who's won this game. Fair enough. Prasidh lumbers in. Drops it short. Smashed away just for a single. The thing is, if you're sending in chats, I am so technologically useless that I have no idea where they are or how to read them out. So if you're watching this, you must be having loads of fun. Connolly's back on strike, 3 required off 7. Prasidh must be thinking, well, you didn't let me play until we'd already lost. And then I got you back in a position where we could have won the game and nobody really helped. I'll tell you whose stock has gone up there in those last 5 minutes. Was the new guy. I thought that was an excellent over that Ashok bowled to give his team a chance. Connolly takes the single. Hi, Akshay. Welcome back. I mean, that is something that the millions watching never wanted, is just me sat in a room on my own. But yeah, Akshay's back for the last over. And now we can hear him. We got you now, Akshay.
Perfect.
You're good.
Yep. Perfect. There we go.
You call the M, mate. You've been here all day. You deserve to.
All right, yeah, I mean, it's been a very fascinating game. The Punjab jersey, of course, does help in the fact that I was supporting them, but I did expect better tactics from Gujarat Titans, and I guess that's on me. Having seen what Ashish Nehra has done in the last 3-4 seasons, I don't know why was I expecting anything different. With Punjab Kings, interesting game nonetheless, especially the middle order, it's something that they will want to keep a keen eye on. Something you also spoke about, right? Stoinis especially. Are you happy with Stoinis at number 6 for Punjab Kings, or do you think it's potentially a season-defining sort of moment for him?
Yeah, like I said before, I wouldn't have picked Stoinis. I wouldn't have picked Connolly, though. I've got to be honest. I wouldn't have picked Connolly as my number 3. And he's been superb today. But Stoinis, so Connolly has a really high ceiling and a big future and all that. And we've already seen Stoinis' peak. We definitely have. Like, he's not going to be better than he's ever been. And, he's knocking on a bit now. His bowling is okay, which they didn't use. And his batting is pretty much fallen off a cliff. Now, anyone can come in and get caught on the rope when they're trying to up it, right? It's not today's innings that makes that decision. But no, I wouldn't have had Stoinis in. They've got plenty of options though, Punjab, as this game is over. Fair play.
That is true. Yep. All right. I mean, that's definitely the biggest surprise for me. Cooper Conley, I wasn't expecting a lot from him, to be honest. I genuinely thought this is a very punter-coded option in the way he was picked and the way he was expected to play. But the fact that he's come good, once again, just like how we keep talking about Ashish Nehra, at the end of the day, even for punter, the truth of the matter, the truth is the fact that he's come good, he's won them the game. And I guess that's all that matters at the end of the day for them too.
Yeah, very, very good knock right from the start. He just looked the business, cool head, and he kept his head when the madness was happening, didn't he? He didn't get caught up in it when everyone else was, losing theirs. He just stayed switched on, dialed in, and finished the game. And that will do loads for his confidence, won't it? The fact that he was there at the end for the 72 not out, that will do absolutely loads for him. I agree with you. I think tactically, the thing is, what GT want when they're playing against Punjab is a pitch that's got something in it. They want the bowlers to be in the game, and they got that today. If they're going to try and face off and go toe to toe with Punjab on a road, they're probably going to lose, because as Punjab 14-3 on the sixes today, that's ridiculous. 14-3 for a game that goes to the last over is absolutely ridiculous. So if they'd have squared off on a road, fine, you can get done by Punjab whacking sixes everywhere. But there was plenty in it for whatever reason, whether it was the rain or the ball going soft or whatever, plenty in it for the bowling team. And they didn't optimize that because they just decided that Prasidh wasn't allowed to bowl until the second half of the innings, even though it was raining, right? And they kept deferring risk with the bat. They didn't let Rashid Khan. I know Rashid Khan faced like 11 balls, but he actually only faced one legal ball.
One, exactly. Yeah.
And that's not enough. I'm supposed to mention that the viewers can join the post-match live straight away. There's lives everywhere, whatever language you want to listen to us in.
Exactly.
Going on. But Akshay, you've been a star today, mate. Welcome aboard.
Thank you so much.
I'll let you wrap it up.
All right, it's been a proper tactical race to the bottom, if you're being completely honest here. Not a thriller in the truest of, in the truest of cases, but nonetheless, it's a game that went down to the 19th over. Something that we can't probably say about the previous 3 games. Anyways, that's that from this watch-along. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm assuming that we will be back for tomorrow's watch-along as well. If not us ourselves, it'll be someone else taking the mantle over. Until then, it's a goodbye from us. And like Rob mentioned, do hop on for the post-match review where we talk about why Ashish Nehra is the best coach on planet Earth.
Combox. The game lives on.